Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to the summer edition of the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. Ooh. We've all got Betty Swallocks on the podcast, though, because it's Jack and Ross joining us as always.
It's the hottest one so far, I think, this year of the podcast.
Damn right it is.
That's not because of the weather, that's because of the hot takes in this studio. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful start of the podcast. Jack did a hop.
No, why
as he came in.
Oh, he was so impressed by it. He went, lads, look.
I didn't go, lads, look.
Look, and you weren't paying attention. You went, look, Ross, look.
I know, I did one of those slow motion, like, and then he was mid-air as I was turning around. It was
No,
sensational.
it was proper like...
Tony Hawk's?
No, it wasn't. It was like...
No, he did the thing on the shoe, the Jordan. Legs akimbo, up in the air.
It was like... I don't know what it was like. It was a mistake, is what it was, that hop. I've already compared it off camera to the weird kids at school. That's what I am now.
How are you all doing today?
Yeah,
Well, Maffew, you proudly went, I was one of them, so that's fair enough.
That wasn't on camera, doesn't
You
count.
did say that. You can take ownership of this.
How you doing, Ross?
Lovely. It's been a massive week for the channel, obviously. The half-year culties are on the channel, so go and check them out and tell us how wrong we are at everything. I saw a comment saying we're washed. These lads are washed.
Wash, but like what? Oh, takes?
I know how to look it up on Urban Dictionary. It means we used to be good.
Yeah,
and
now we're like
washed.
has-beens, yeah.
But like,
Like Chris Jericho's washed, just to pluck a name out of
I love
nowhere.
that when it's like said that, but it's not like, no, I think this or this because of this. It's just, you're crap.
There was a lot of, I noticed two things. I made the mistake also of checking out the comments. Because honestly, I thought it had been a really good video, and I was like, can't wait to see what people think.
Oh, no.
There was a lot of Kenny Omega hate. It must be cool at the minute to say he's not very good at wrestling. There was on the other side of things though, there was AEW loyalists going like, well, this was the WWE Awards, wasn't it? Which it wasn't. And then it wasn't like.
I think I nominated 3 AEW things in 3 different categories.
I was
think
going
it
over
like,
to the Far East. I was bringing inspiration from there.
Yeah, we're all the stardom people going, yay, Jack.
I know. There was one. It was nice. And then there was one that was like, I don't like how Jack talks about things he likes and says that they are cool. He should just say he likes those things, not this is a cool thing. Basically saying like, you shouldn't say it as if it's objective. Like you should say it like you should.
That stings a bit.
So everything I say, I should just clarify. This is just my opinion, but I think that this is really cool.
No, I like this because everyone else thinks they're cool, so I'm watching it.
No, that's not what they meant. They
isn't
meant
it?
Jack doesn't. It was like Jack talks about stuff as if it's objectively cool, but it's just his opinion. So he wants me to qualify every single thing I say with like, I think this is cool, but it's just my opinion.
After that person moved to Japan, I think that's a fair thing to say.
After that person moved to Japan.
All because of your fondness of Japan.
Oh yeah,
That's
no,
right,
they
couldn't
were,
we?
no. She said she got in touch with the podcast and said she's very happy over there. Aye. How are you guys?
I'm doing great, so I've not read the comments.
I just thought it was funny, just washed.
No,
I mean,
I'm
it's true. You
I'm
know?
a shell of my former self.
That's when you know you've made it. You're not as good as you used to be. Yes. I think that's been defined for years.
Aye, we made it years ago. Now it's on the other side of the hill now, going right down to the bottom.
No, maybe it's just maybe it's a false. Maybe there's more of the hill. You never know. You know that meme that I hate when people share where one person's mining for diamonds and they've turned around and they're like, oh, and then the other person's mining and it's like, if you give up now, you never know when you'll hit the diamonds, basically.
Ah.
I don't think I've seen that meme.
It's not very good.
I think our pickaxe is blunt at this point.
That's a great addition to the metaphor.
No, we're just happy. Like, look at all the dirt. Yay.
Yeah.
Meltzer, thank
Speaking
you,
of
man.
which, there we go, pat on the back. The news. A report. The WWE Title Lineage to continue when Roman Reigns loses the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So, recent unification of the WWE title and the Universal Championship into one undisputed WWE Universe has had fans pondering about the lineage of the belt. Whereas the recently introduced WWE World Heavyweight Championship, aka the one that Seth Rollins has got, is a brand new title with no previous lineage. So, the report mentioned the sources within WWE adamant that the histories of both the WWE and Universal Championships are technically separate, but it appears that the Universal Championship will be retired once Reigns finally drops the belt.
Okay.
Because that's been the thing, isn't it? The WWE title's been sort of like A1, early noughties pop sensation A1, caught in the middle
nice.
of the U.
You sunk my battleship.
Yeah, exactly. Aye. So it's nice to hear that it'll come back when Reigns drops the title in 8 years' time.
Right.
Yeah. Nice little siesta for the title.
I mean, I don't think
The belt celebrates by itself. on
might
Raw.
not be for quite some time though, so we might have to worry about this for a while.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while before I have to worry about that sort of stuff. At least we know now that the WWE title is just sort of being eaten by the Universal while this reign's going on.
Do you know what I'm worried about? Obviously, you don't want to see anyone get injured, but I especially don't want to see Roman get injured, and for all this to have been for naught. For naught.
But, I mean, even if that did happen, obviously I don't want it to happen, couldn't he just go, I'm not appearing?
Yeah.
Depends how long. If he got injured in the ring and blatantly broke his arm or something. Then.
He doesn't have that clause where you have to defend it every 30 days or whatever.
No, and if the rest of the roster were as smart as him, said Triple H, then they would also do that.
And there'll be no weekly Raw.
Yeah.
But that's not the only title news this week, because Asuka's belt had some words written on it that people are getting confused about, Maffew.
Was it undisputed?
Undisputed.
Yeah, when there's two of them.
Aye.
So disputed would be more accurate, yes.
Exactly the opposite of undisputed.
Well, I also agree with Ross, but there was a debate, I can't remember with who, there was a debate in the office. Was it Tom maybe?
I can't remember.
Who was going, well, no, that belt's undisputed, and that belt's undisputed. I know. No, it's not because there's two of them.
Yeah,
Who is the real world champion? I compared it.
both undisputed.
So I tried to break it down to him like Game of Thrones. I went, no. So Reigns is the king, but then Rollins can claim he's like Robb Stark. He's the king in the north. He's got a claim to the Seven Kingdoms because he's also a king. Who's the undisputed king in that situation? You know,
The Demon King.
yeah.
Have you seen the Demon King?
I should have used real medieval history, I suppose, rather than Game of Thrones because it's the same thing.
Yeah. No. AEW's Rush has quit Triple A.
Yes, he has.
He bloody well has. He was set to compete at this year's Triple Mania event in a major tag match, which was paired with
This
LA Park.
year's Triple Mania.
There's
There's
one
already
of
been.
4.
Aye, okay.
Yeah. To take on Sam Adonis and Psycho Clown. However, this highly anticipated match will no longer be taking place as Rush has announced on his Facebook account that both he and his father will be quitting and leaving Triple A immediately, saying that they are totally independent. They are undisputedly independent. It's not been said why this has happened yet, but it's like, oh, it's just before a big show.
Yeah.
That's not good. And also, Bandito is done with Triple A because he was told the Lucha Libre companies are really like militant when it comes to no, you can work for them or you work for that. That's it. They do not work together at all.
Wow.
Bandito was said to be done because he worked for Crash, the
third
company.
one, the
Yeah.
ECW of
Bandicoot.
Mexico.
Oh, well done. I was going to say Holly, but that goes, yeah. He worked for Crash Bandicoot, who was doing a
Crash
show.
Team Racing.
Yeah,
But I'm a dab hand at that game.
bloody hell. That's right. That's what you do.
Yeah.
In Tijuana, Conan said if he worked that show, Triple A couldn't use him anymore. And he went, all right.
No big loss, really. Just get Vampiro back in there. That's all I'm saying.
As a CMLL boy, I'm delighted with all this drama with AAA. Come on, CMLL. I don't know.
Because they're cool.
Yeah, they're cool, man. Sam got me into them.
Did he?
When we lived together, Sam started to watch.
Tied you to a chair.
He started to watch a bit of CMLL because I think they were putting them up on YouTube for free. So
I could see Sam waking you up.
Jack,
Like, yeah.
Titan is wrestling.
What? House on fire? No.
It's Fantasticamania. Sorry, carry on. Oh no, my point. I was going to say, for all the politics and the drama of North American wrestling, Mexican wrestling's on a different.
Oh, it's unreal.
Oh, sorry, United Mexico is in North America, but Mexican wrestling, yeah. You know what I'm saying.
We know what you mean.
Yeah.
And it remains to be seen how this is going to affect the Forbidden Door, all the stuff there with New Japan, stuff like that. Or maybe nothing will happen. It's wrestling news. It's whatever. Blink, it'll change.
Yeah.
Sky Blue reveals bizarre reason she was excommunicated. Do you see Hey E-Dub this week
No.
with RJ City?
I watched
I
the
know
first
you
minute.
love him. You're such a big fan.
Before you say what you're going to say, I love the reaction to this of like on Twitter, the AEW hating half of Twitter is going, I can't believe AEW would hire a criminal like
What?
this who did this thing when they were a kid.
Oh no!
What did you do,
what did you
Maffew?
do?
I got excommunicated from church. I may or may not have lit a kid on fire. Sorry, guys.
What? Hang on! I thought you were going to say she stole some sweets from Tuck Shop.
And RJ says, explains, I just didn't like him. I didn't like a lot of people back then. My mom was in the back row watching and she was like, don't do it. She gets very scared when I come to work. That's why she says, don't do dumb stuff. Her mum thinks it's hilarious in hindsight. No, she thinks it's hilarious.
I'm imagining she like.
That's the first story she tells. She doesn't tell people that her kid's a wrestler. She goes, yeah, my kid lit someone on a fire.
I'm imagining they're all stood there, the whatever the term is, the congregation, and she's like held a candle to the boy in front's robe or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
The Christianity universe, they call him on commentary now.
Yeah, but it makes it sound like he's gone up in flames, like she set him on fire.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I can't believe
She
they would
should
hire
be-
such a criminal.
Can't
She
believe it.
should be sacked immediately.
It's disgusting. And finally, Nigel McGuinness recalls portraying
She
fake Kane.
she probably had to make up that story to get a word in edgeways over RJC.
That's a very good bit of criticism there.
I was going to say, to be fair, at least it's something that we've got to go off now. Because what we had to go off so far, she's from Chicago. Her name's Blue. She has a hat. She lit a kid on fire. There's a
She got teeth
step up.
that nice and clean. We are friends. She's all right.
Setting boys on fire.
Yeah, speaking of setting things on fire, Nigel McGuinness says his worst moment in wrestling was portraying fake Kane at a Butland's wrestling show. And I did look for pictures of this. Sadly, there's no pictures of a guy with a Kane mask with the stripy bits sticking up in the air. But yeah, this was what people did back in the day with the dark time between Will Sport getting cancelled, between the uprising of companies like the FWA. A lot of tribute shows.
I wonder if I saw him. Because if he did a tour and came to Morpeth Leisure Centre in the late 90s, there's a good chance I saw Nigel as Kane. Because Kane and Undertaker were there. I had a Polaroid with them both. In between them, I don't know how they were coinciding at that point. But yeah, imagine what it was, Nigel McGuinness.
If that Kane,
Do you know? Because Kane came out and says, "You got to be in it to win it."
He just came out and nutted the radio.
I was going to say if he had impeccable technical ability. But,
Oh, yeah, you've never seen Kane wrestle this well in your life.
My 5-year-old me will never forget the spinning toe hold that Kane locked on.
Well, Kane with a larp, Maestral for the win. Bloody hell. Yeah. That was a bit of news.
Is that
Wasn't
it? Is
much
that all
this
the
week.
news? Is it?
Not much this week, to be honest with you. Not stuff that we're going to cover later on in the podcast
Aye.
anyway, but it's all CM Punk's going to be coming back. Obviously, may or not have heard of him. Tickets aren't flying off the shelves just yet, but that's all for next week.
no shade at Sam. Oh, come on.
What? It's a fact.
He's going to have a live microphone this weekend at Collision and he doesn't even know what he's going to say.
I saw Tony Khan getting a bit of flack for his recent interview where he got asked, like, do you think that it'll be addressed on Collision, what's been going on? And he went, yes, I do think the beef between Bullet Club Gold and, like...
He's a good politician.
no, he's...
And we do want press credentials for All In, so I think he's doing a good job, Tony Khan.
Actually, yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
We're sorry we didn't give you more awards for the culties.
You know what? I'd like to change my vote for promotion of the half year
to Tony Khan.
Just Tony, yeah.
Just Tony,
To
no one
Fulham.
else.
Yeah.
Fulham have done well last season, like, to be fair.
Yeah,
That's what we need more of. Thank you, Ross. Yes.
Their lovely new stand, even though it wasn't fully opened all season long. That was
Are you saying you're standing for Fulham?
resplendent.
Do you think we'll get a Mitrovic run-in at All In?
No.
Okay, fair
Maybe
enough
a
then.
Willian one, though.
Maybe
I'm trying to think of
Willian,
a more global name than Mitrovic.
No, but who's the most wrestler of all of Fulham's players? It's Mitrovic.
Tim Ream.
No, it's Mitrovic. Come on.
He's American, you see, Tim Ream. I'm going to keep going on the news segment. There's more news than that this week, surely. Was there? Ah, let's end the segment. Why not?
Yeah. Oh, hold on to your butts. It's Tubman in Japan.
He's been to Teesside, look. Lovely crane.
You've been looking at the boats coming in and going out again. Day 70, Cape Hinodi to Lake Cutracho, 94. Oh, bollocks of this. Mixture of sun and rain on the right.
Tent! Up the tent!
I pretty much stayed on the main road for the entire duration. Made for a fast one. Oh, if only. Day
This
69.
isn't his fault. He did not insist that we
Day
do this.
69 and all the comments said, nice.
Go
nice,
back one,
nice.
Jill, sorry. We missed a comment.
Yeah,
a direct
69.
comment.
People
to
don't
us.
really care
Oh.
about this thing. We're not going to read the comments. Okay, so there we go. So mixture of rain. I am loving these empty road shots. Is it real? It's got from Eat My Way there. Cabison Gupta.
Kabir from New Zealand.
Oh, hello, Kabir. Hey, Maffew, Jack, and Ross. Thanks for reading my comment last week. I've been a huge fan since the name Redacted Days, but for whatever reason, I've never written into the mailbag. So it really made my day when Maffew read my comment on Tubman Japan last week, as it was my first bit of interaction with the three of you. Personally, I love the segment and hope you keep it going. Anyway, won't take up too much of your time, but just wanted to say I'm a big fan. Thank you for everything you do in the channel.
That
Kabir
is-
from New Zealand. P.S. Sorry, Tubman, for hijacking the comment section
I
of
was
the
gonna
Instagram
say-
post. Just a bit of fun, really. Photos look lovely.
That's shameless, but also quite innovative that he's managed to sneak his way in.
You've known us on Twitter, you bastard, so I'm here on the gram. We need a best of 10 picks at the end of the journey, says Ella.
Oh, the 10. It's been the highlight.
10 watch, says NY fan.
I've just checked my Instagram DMs because last time I had a DM about Tubman in Japan.
Oh.
I've got one from Curmudgeon.
Well, Come Dragon.
Come Dragon.
Love the Come Dragon.
Did you hear my gasp when I realised it was him?
Yeah, I'd heard the gasp. It was lovely. What does come say?
I'm so sorry for all the mix-ups with the cum dragon stuff.
That's not your fault. That's my fault for having old eyes.
And then I'm also watching Call the Midwife, and there's this girl that looks just like you. But also, she is gorgeous, so it's a compliment. Yes.
Get your coat.
I look like a pretty girl.
Wow, come by name, come by nature there. Like.
Come by Mount Fuji. Here, look at this.
Oh,
Lots of Fuji shots.
Curmudgeon's profile picture is an old man. So like an old curmudgeon. That makes it like a cartoon of an old man. I'm not just calling him old.
Or a weathered cum dragon.
Yes.
He's had a hard life.
Look at that, 3 bowls of food again, the fat prick.
Oh, Richard Tubman cycled across a nation.
Oh, wait, Keith Legend. I have a note on the phone since January 2019 that simply reads, Jack the Jobber threw an empty bottle of Budweiser at an ATM machine because his ex-girlfriend wouldn't leave him alone. Anyone knows what this could mean?
So, when I...
What?
So, who's that from?
That is from Keith Legend.
Have I told this story out publicly before? Probably, if he knows it. It's very specific.
He's got a note on his phone.
So, yeah. Oh, the 10.
Up the tent.
So, yeah, uni. Yeah, God, it was really stupid in hindsight. But I went out with a girl at uni, and it was fine. But then, to be fair, I broke up with her. And then after the breakup, she, would hit me in nightclubs and stuff, and I'd get chucked out by the bouncer. It was a really bad situation for a few. It is quite serious now. Yeah, it wasn't a healthy time. But we're adults now. I hope she's doing well now and everything, obviously. But at the time, it was a bad post-breakup thing. We were also in the same friendship group. You couldn't avoid her and stuff. It was hard. And then one night, I was storming away. I was like, leave me alone. It was after out at the nightclub through the Market Square in Durham, the Market Square. Yeah. And it was deserted. It was empty because it was the middle of the night and everyone was still in the nightclubs. And I had an empty bottle of Budweiser, yeah. And to get her to stop following me, she was behind me and the cash point was there. And I threw it at the cash point to get her to frighten her and scare her off. I didn't throw the bottle anywhere near her, but I do accept that broken glass could have gone absolutely anywhere. Can you get arrested for smashing a glass bottle in public so many years after the fact?
Nah,
I just committed
littering?
Yeah, I definitely littered.
Yeah.
100%. I was...
Shocking.
I've got to point out as well, I was absolutely off my face when this happened as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't recommend throwing glass bottles about, even if it's at nobody. Broken glass can go anywhere. Yeah, that was a stupid thing. I was 19. Doesn't excuse it. I'm digging such a hole right now.
I just thought you were Stone Cold Steve Austin, didn't you? Walk off.
I remember not expecting it to explode as much as it did and being like, Jesus. Yeah.
Well, we go through these...
Just like to clarify again, she was behind me and the machine was diagonally forwards. It wasn't anywhere
You'd have been arrested
anyone.
by now.
No. Anyway, it didn't work. She kept following me about. So yeah.
Oh.
It was a bad.
And you had to drink Bud as well. Bloody hell.
Well, I can't remember if it was exactly Budweiser. They've remembered it was Budweiser, apparently.
Well, we go through these bad relationships to learn from these mistakes and then obviously, hopefully, not make them again. So
I think she's doing better now. I think she's married. Fair enough.
Are you doing better?
Why?
That's a spirit.
Hogwarts Express there in Japan.
Right. Sorry. God, it got very serious there for a second.
Is it allowed to camp anywhere in Japan? Asks Super Sharkosaurus. That's a nice name. Where it's not strictly forbidden or only in selected camping spots. That's actually a good point. Has someone just been rocking up and going, this looks nice?
I'm assuming when we were in Tokyo, there were often tents just about on the streets. It was quite sad, actually. I think they were homeless people.
Just imagine Tubman turning into Nakamura, but in reverse from the heel run. Sorry, no speak Japanese. The tent's there again.
Anyway, sorry, just to Kevin Gormley. What a good-looking train. If only the lads were able to keep Tubman and Japan on the rails like that engineering marvel.
I want to comment.
Thank you, Kevin.
Very good.
One Night Museum.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we shouldn't have dead air on the podcast.
Just breath taken away by
looking at pictures now, aren't we?
Yeah,
in
we
silence?
are. Okay, I was looking at the comments.
The prison's there. Fantastic.
Oh, there you go. So Tubman's been arrested for tenting in a public place.
Is that
you dirty man.
Here's him and his crew. Stop it.
Hey.
Yiffy.
They're going to...
That's like by the River Co, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely that.
All the horses are left. Oh, that's what happened to one of them.
Oh, a lovely little bit of salmon there, a tiny little plate.
Oh, and a big spoon for the big lad. And here's the prison. It's looking nice, isn't it, really?
That's a thingy that I've forgotten the name of.
Shrine?
Shrine, that's the one. We've established that one.
A police shrine.
And we know the entrance to a shrine, what that looks like, Maffew, don't we?
We do, the little gate.
Yep.
Or big gate, I guess, depending on your height, I guess. To me and Taz, it's a big gate. And is
Bit of tomato puree there on his fried
Oh.
chicken breast, maybe, potentially.
my eyes were playing tricks on me? Is that a smaller bit of meat on a big bit of meat?
It is, yeah. Small bit of beef, I reckon,
Yeah,
next to a large chicken breast.
fascinating.
My God.
And here we go.
There's Fuji. Up the Fuji in the
Up
background.
the Fuji.
There we are. You can't get
Oh,
away
here we
from
go.
Fuji.
Wait, please keep on clicking. We need to see what this pizza looks like. That's getting rinsed in the comments. Wait.
Why was the
The
pizza getting...
cheese no showed the meal, says Soft Wrestling. And Tommy, of course, saying he ordered a what, Jack?
Cheeseburger, pizza.
Thank you.
Cheeseburger.
They nearly got it right. And Kevin Gormley says they forgot the sauce in your pizza, mate.
That's a naan bread, is it not?
It's just a massive naan.
It is.
Or a tiny bowl.
Three people on the side in there. Ooh, that's a bad pizza.
You know what, actually? I think that's clearly a naan.
Yeah, it's a curry, isn't
Are
it?
people... where are these people from? Are they aware that that naan breads exist?
Bet they're all from Middlesbrough. Cheese pizza. Or maybe the Sunderland area.
Do
as well.
naan breads exist in America, maybe? Are they not? Are they American? They don't... I don't know.
They must have a curry over there.
Yeah, but I don't know if they have a naan bread.
If you're American, let us know. Do you like the naan?
We have it, but we call them disco bread. Anyway, please go on the next bit. There's a road. Yeah, people just going 10 up the 10.
Yeah, people love the tent. I'm telling you, it's a world class. Fuji in the background there, piercing the clouds as it only can.
I love piercing it like a Budweiser bottle over an ATM machine.
We have it in the Caribbean. So it might...
There's the tent.
Yay!
See, that looks like a designated camping area because the benches, the little gazebo thing in the
There are
background there.
surely tents, camping sites in Japan, yeah.
His tent looks very clean. It almost looks as washed as us.
I like how I know, yeah, we are wash content creators, but that little seat is always perpendicular to the tent. A new detail is unfurling this week. All right, what does he do in that chair? What does Richard do of an evening just sat in that chair?
I can't
He's
say.
probably got a book with him.
Can you read?
Probably reads these comments and thinks, what on earth is being said?
Oh. And now, short and flat ride today. A nice insight into genuine Japanese cuisine. I like it. Thank you, Supersaurus. Jack, go to an Italian restaurant with a laptop, says Tommy JC. I'm not sure what he's talking about there. Myself staring down the barrel. Ooh, okay. I bet Richard isn't scared to take a laptop in an Italian establishment. No wonder Jack is always insulting Dick Tubbs. He just feels emasculated. Jack doesn't read Richard. He is a lovely boy.
I've not said out about someone, honestly.
Kushia.
Kashiro, maybe.
Tubman ain't no coward.
Oh, that's why he's gone for a
He is
spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, could barely see the spaghetti. That's a good one.
That's a good thing for Richard because he loved that meme back in the day. Somebody touch
So
my
my
spaghetti.
spaghetti. That was
Richard
great.
loved that.
He did, yeah. I miss him. He'll be back soon.
It's got to be nearly a year since we went to that place. I've forgotten the name of again.
What, As You Like It?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be nearly
He had
a
a
year.
leave-in do.
Oh, yeah, you're
His,
right.
his mates turned
Yeah.
up and we were waiting for them to be like, so cool. But it turns out Tubman's the cool one in his group of mates. So these normal lads turned up in like T-shirts and we were like, oh.
Yeah, one of them had a cool job, though.
Ooh.
He was like a runner on movie sets or something, wasn't he?
Ooh, okay.
Mingling with the stars. I think you've just been on set with your man, Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
You know Obi-Wan from the one I've seen?
Alec Guinness.
No.
Sabu.
Now
Well,
what's
I tell
it
you what,
called?
he
Liam
goes-
Neeson.
No, that's Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
right.
Ewan McGregor.
Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
It'd be good if he
Sorry,
went up to
everyone.
him. Even if he went up to him and goes, "How are you?" And he goes, "Call me Obi-Wan."
Can we finish the segment?
Yeah, one
How many
last
days?
bit.
We're
and
only,
then-
we're only 3 days back, man.
Oh,
No,
come on,
shut
man.
up. One last one, all right?
Oh, no, we are a week ago. I do apologise. The comment was 3 days ago.
finished.
We're
Well, you
finished.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, get in. Tubman in Japan. Everyone's favourite segment.
We have to get him on when he's back.
Nah.
With Tubman in England or whatever. Yeah, we do. We need to get
No,
him
he has to bring his tent.
into the room.
Let's do a podcast from the tent.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we just do these outside?
I was thinking that today.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be
Surely we
lovely
can
today,
get
Ray.
a set of microphones and go to a beer garden somewhere. It's better than sitting in here, isn't it?
Imagine if at the start of the next segment we're all just outside. Oh, no, I shouldn't have joked about that. I want it now. I want it to be real.
Yeah. We'll figure a way
Well, I'll
out.
book a table for next Thursday if
Yeah,
it's still
let's,
sunny.
you know what? Let's bloody
Peter
do it.
Crouch does it, right? If he can do it, we
There's
can
a-
do it.
there's a
Exactly.
there's a YouTube
Who do you ever
channel-
beat?
There's a YouTube channel called Podcast But Outside where they literally just do their podcast, but like outside a public toilet, outside a subway station. It's always like weird places, yeah.
Okay. I like some of that idea.
They've got a sign in front of the table that says, we pay you $1 to be on our podcast.
Oh, that's nice.
And they just have drunk people just sitting there going like, what's up, dude? Yeah, it's great.
Nice. But you know, as soon as we do it, it's going to start pissing it down.
Yeah.
Sod's law.
But the Hoppins is here as well. So Monday, Tuesday, there is actually rain
I hate the
scheduled.
hopping.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because everyone always wants to go. It's always at the height of hay fever season.
Oh,
And the rides are dangerous and might kill me.
And there's always Chavez there causing havoc.
Come on, pure danger night.
Walking around a bloody fairground like you own the place. Get a grip, will you, you little scrot.
Tobin in Japan.
Tubman in Japan.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
The Hall of Fame. In condescending order from last week, Jack's AI Utopia, 11%.
It was a panic pick.
Yes, it was. I also like the fact when you make them capital letters, it does look like Al.
Oh.
Jack's Al Utopia.
Al's toy, Brian.
Yeah. Big Shira. Lance Storm's Exciting Walk, 43%.
It was tight this week.
It really was, though. 46%.
Even
by
Lance
just
Storm might have got
3%.
lift out of his seat how tight it was in the Patreon vote. Wow.
I cannot believe that. Reasonably priced groceries, 46%.
Wow.
There's a movement happening
There really is.
for reasonably priced groceries.
Imagine if Ross led the revolution.
What a place it would be. What a utopia it would turn into.
An Al Utopia, indeed.
An Al Utopia. Alan's Utopia.
So, as the leader of the revolution, put your red beret on. What have you got for as leader?
I guess me mascot for the leader of the revolution bit will be this dog. As we all know, I'm a big fan of wrestlers' dogs because over the past few years especially, we've learned that you can't put too much stake in any professional wrestler because the likelihood is they'll turn out to be a massive diddler. So I've moved on to their dogs because the dogs will never let you down. And Wardlow of AEW has arguably the nicest wrestler dog I have seen so far. Ares, I don't know how you pronounce that, Ares or Ares. It's a long-haired German Shepherd. It's all black all over. It's sensational. What a lovely dog.
Oh, right. I thought it was Aries, but yeah, you're right. It is Aries.
Ares,
isn't it?
yeah, Ares.
Oh,
But such a lovely little dog, little poopy at the moment. And I think I saw someone on Twitter going, "Look at this! I can't believe Massive Wardlow has this nice dog." To which I would think, yeah, I would assume he would have a nice dog, being a wolf himself.
War dog. Hang on, is that Wardlow's or the dog?
But I thought you'd have like a big husky or something or a wolfhound.
It's only a puppy, so it's going to grow.
Oh,
German
it's a German Shepherd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big dog.
You can never predict the type of dogs wrestlers are going to have. Oh, that's so
Look
adorable.
at that. He did a shoot swanton bomb off the top of a ladder a couple of weeks ago.
What, the dog?
And now look at him there, sitting with his little poopy. Sensational.
Oh, when Arn Anderson bit Luchasaurus' thumb off. Oh,
very nice. It's a nice dog.
Aw.
Yeah.
Worthy of a Hall of Fame spot.
It really is. Now look at his face. Oh, you. Christian's blood.
Well, there he is.
Aw.
It's a shame he'll grow into them one day. I do like a dog with disproportionate ears. It's an odd thing to say, but that's what I like.
It's a good thing, yeah. So then, I'll clinch the furry vote. Well done.
Up the
we're
furries,
carrying
yeah.
into that, Dan. Thank you very much. Wow. That's a hard pick there. How dare you steal dogs? My entire gimmick, you bastard. But well done.
Well, I've got an innocent dog, unlike your furry.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Mine's a
Different light
Keith
than that.
Larn.
an abomination in front of God. That's right. I forgot. Well, it's all right because I've kind of borrowed your one from last week anyway. Because I was like, my little old meal deal, knowing that I will need lots of carbs to do this monster of a podcast. And I was thinking, have we talked about crisp flavors before?
That is the best one.
Oh, whoa.
Yes.
Straight, no
There's
messing
one
about.
vote. I was thinking, gun in my head, one of those weird killer situations. What's your favorite crisp flavor? Prawn cocktail.
Wow.
Up the prawn cocktail.
And this
I
is
dunno.
the noise of Walker's Own. They've decided to rename it, rather like the titles in WWE right now. I'm not sure what this is about. It's Supreme Prawn Cocktail. They reckon
It's the undisputed prawn
changed.
cocktail.
Yeah, the undisputed prawn cocktail. Thank you. I don't know why they changed it because they taste exactly the same. But
Right.
if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
I was going to say that, but you get different brands trying to do their version of prawn cocktail. Like the white bags you see, you get at like Aldi. I forget what the brand's called.
Okay.
See something or other. It's
Yeah,
like white
yeah.
bags. Their prawn cocktail isn't a scratch on Walker's. So maybe Walker's is the supreme.
Tesco's do have the, when everyone tries to be Marks and Spencer's and goes, it's not just prawn cocktail, it's, Mozambique prawn cocktail flavor, with all these others, like put neatest words at the start of it. Like, all right. They're like £1.50 and they're a bigger bag. And yeah, still, they're nice, but they're not as nice as...
Not as nice as Whackers.
Yeah.
Up the Whackers.
If we're talking Walkers, it's not up there for me, I'm afraid.
What's yours, Jack?
Smoky bacon.
Smoky bacon.
Even Joel's in tatters behind the camera.
Good flavour of
Doesn't even
Walkers.
taste like bacon.
I know, but if Walker's crisps, it's a good flavour. Other crisps, there's obviously other, in terms of the general standard crisp flavours, then if we're going Walkers, then I'll go Smoky Bacon, yeah. But at the minute, you can't beat a Thai Sweet Chili McCoy crisp.
Ooh.
In terms of like the pantheon of crisp brands,
the normal, okay.
McCoy's goes above Walkers. For
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Your thick ridge.
That's it. The
Your
New
rich
Japan
olives.
world. Look at me, my McCoys. I'm better than you.
I don't understand how Pringles are so addictive. What's going on there?
It's the drugs they put in them.
Yes, it is.
I'll put them in two
You know, if
different
you're at like
categories,
a
though.
party or a barbecue or something and there's Pringles there, and then you've eaten like loads of Pringles, how has this happened, do you think? Yeah, it's awful. Prawn cocktail?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So love the tangy flavour.
I don't want my crisps to taste of fish.
Why not?
I couldn't get that sentence out. I don't know.
I love the tanginess. Love the we associate with fish really. Anyway, it's
I
prawn
guess
cocktail,
not,
but
yeah.
yeah, just like that bit of tanginess in my food. To what I want.
Tickling them taste buds.
Right. Sometimes I'll eat crisp and I'm just eating these because I'm hungry. But I have prawn cocktail. I'm liking these because I like them.
Sit down, light a candle, packet of prawn
Elton
cocktails.
John.
Cry.
So that's what prawn cocktail. Walker's prawn cocktail. Just to hedge the votes a bit more there. Jack, what have you got for us this week?
Bazball.
What is Bazball?
Oh, anyone who, if you know what Bazball is. So the Ashes is going to start tomorrow. England versus Australia, obviously, and the cricket.
Of course.
And for years
I forgot how big his head was. Sorry.
For years, the accepted wisdom of Test match cricket is don't give away your wicket, defend, bat slowly and patiently, get your eye in, build a total, be all sensible in that. And England have been up and down over the decades. So now we've decided let's just score really quickly instead and just see how that goes. And it's really good. They've just done away with like 150 years of cricket tradition. Just score really fast and score loads of runs really quickly. And that's called Bazball, named after the coach, Brendan McCullum. I don't know where Baz comes from. Do you know where Baz comes
Probably
from?
from Brendan, isn't it?
Baz.
His nickname.
Yeah.
Barry, Brendan. What's the difference there?
Yeah.
And he's not even English. I believe he's from New Zealand.
He is.
And he's gone.
So New Zealand lads helping England beat
Yeah.
Australia.
Oh, that's nothing new.
Ooh.
We had a South African claim back the Ashes in 2005.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's all over the place. Which makes it weird when, do you remember the uproar when Sven-Göran Eriksson was the football manager and everyone went, but he's Swedish. He can't be our manager.
Yeah, it's because no England manager wants the pressure of doing it.
Or is good enough.
Oh, it's good enough. That's the other thing. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So it's always when the press like, I can't believe this. All we do is ruin their lives during the World Cup season.
So this Ashes series, right, is Bazball versus like Australia, who are just pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So just see how it goes. I'm quite scared, but I believe in the boys.
Fantastic. I don't really care about cricket.
No,
but I do like the fact that England wins stuff. That's always nice. But speaking of
the one
Australia,
day format though, not the test arena. The test arena's been a bit.
But Test's the most prestigious one, in my opinion.
look, playing cricket is a lot of fun. Watching it
Is
a glass eye
even
to sleep.
better.
If it's
Nah.
a lazy summer's day, stay like cricket.
Goodness me, you've never been to a day at the cricket, have you?
Joel was just saying
Needs
this
help.
actually before the podcast started because I was like, "Are you into cricket, Joel?" And he went, "I'd like to go," and we realised neither of us had ever actually been to the cricket.
Let's have a day out of the cricket. Let's
Is
go
it-
to Durham.
Is it coming to Chesley Street this year?
Oh my, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
But a day out, just even watching Durham with like 40 people there in the entire arena. You just drink all day long. It's sensational.
You
make
like
big,
Durham because you're from there. You'll support them.
big beer snakes with your empty pint
Can you
cans.
actually see what's going on?
No, you can't see the ball.
I was going to
Oh,
say,
wow,
'cause
great.
It's hard to even, if you're not used to watching cricket, it's sometimes hard to see what the ball's doing on telly in real time. So from miles away, at a side angle,
I was at the Ashes in 2013 at Old Trafford in Manchester, and I was on the deck, level with the pitch, and I still couldn't see the ball. 3 whole days. You can see the ball after they've hit, and it's bounced a couple of times, but as it's coming up the bowler's arm. Maybe a spin ball, you can see it a bit more, but when the fast bowlers are going for it, you can't see it until you see it.
That bright red ball you can't see.
Can't
Right,
see.
Bright,
Just
is it
because it's
really?
moving so quick, like 90 miles an hour.
Wow.
Meow.
You're really selling this to me. It's great going there. You get wasted, you can't
And
see
you
the
can't,
ball.
and you can't see because you're 7 sheets to the wind, so to speak. So
okay.
it's a fantastic day out. Expensive day out, but a fantastic day out.
Wow.
it doesn't. I'm going to enjoy this year's cricket because even if it's too warm to be inside, you stick on Test match special and listen to very posh men go like, he runs up, he bills, defended away to the offside. It's brilliant.
That sounds nice.
If England win, it'll be brilliant anyway.
I did watch Netflix this week. There was the story of when Australia they won the America's Cup in yachting.
All right.
And they held the record for over 100 years. They'd never been beaten. And an Australian technician who didn't wear shoes was able to design a faster rudder than the America's Cup, or the best yachting in the entire planet. For, again, over 100 years.
That sounds like, I was about to say, that sounds like it'd be a really good YouTube video essay, but it'd be even better in Netflix. I need to watch that. Sound good?
What period of 100 years was that? Was that like a recent 100 years or like, a few hundred years ago?
The time that they lost was 83, I think.
1983.
Yeah, that's when they lost it. So about that. And they were, on the commentary, they're going, well, they survived, they did this, the Revolutionary War, the Third Reich, and now we're going to lose to Australia.
Wow.
And on commentary as well, like, Australia, a very small country, not very well known in the world. You're like, what the hell?
A small mining town.
Yeah, small mining town just south of Durham. All this other crap they're talking about. And yeah, they just beat him, and they thought, they're like, wow, we had our mate here. Shirless Stave, whatever his name is, and just designing this stuff. He wasn't even formally educated. And he's just, smarter than all the Americans.
There's a famous swimming relay between America and Australia in the Olympics one year. Maybe Sydney 2000, I'm not sure. But it's like the four, when the four of them go, it's the relay, it's the swimming relay. And apparently beforehand, America had said, like, one of the American swimmers had said, like, they were the favourites. And they were like, yeah, what do you think of Australia's chances? They're pretty good as well. He went, oh, we're going to smash them like guitars, mate. And smash them like guitars.
Smash like guitars,
So
that's
then-
a sweet
And
thing
Australia
to say.
beat them and then got out the pool and were like,
Oh!
yeah, really good.
But yeah.
But and I'm glad Australia won in that instance. But as of now, this is risky because they'll have already been the first day by the time this podcast goes out.
a bit
We
of
could
confidence.
be,
Come on.
we could be all out for 60 runs. That's not very many.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, well. But it's good because the Australians are interviewed and it's like, well, it's always good to beat the Americans at Summit. Yes, it is.
Are you supporting Australia here? It seems.
I just like them. Not against us. Don't be silly. I'm not that much of a self-hating person, but I like Australia. The concept. They swear a lot. Kangaroos.
Yeah, they do what they want, don't they? Fair enough.
Like coffee.
Right.
I could go on, but I'm not. Hall of Fame. To recap, we have...
Wardlow's Derg.
What's the name of the dog again?
Arez, was it? I've forgotten already.
Arez.
Arez.
A-R-E-S.
Uh-huh.
I reckon that's Aries.
Let's see.
I might have said the wrong thing.
No, it's Ares.
Oh, yeah, it was Arez.
No, you're right, yeah. Ares the war pup.
Okay.
Because Ares is one of the gods of war, so I
Yeah.
thought that was it. Is he not? Oh,
I don't know. There's an I in Aries, isn't there?
There is.
No.
The line team.
There's no I?
Oh, in the horoscope maybe,
Yeah.
but not in the god.
Maybe it's the god.
Not in the Greek god.
War god.
I don't know. Austin Aries, there is an I. Anyway, maybe he's a big fan of.
As I said
love you, Austin
earlier,
Aries.
you put your stock in the wrestlers, they let you down. So always support the dogs.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
He had a wonderful WrestleMania pre-show match against Neville.
I cannot wait for a question in the mailbag because one of the most egregious examples of one of us, well, me, putting stock in someone that came to be a horrible person, potentially, allegedly.
Prawn cocktail, crisps, Walker's prawn cocktails, the best crisps, best crisp flavour as well is my vote. And Jack's is
The cricketing strategy of Buzzball. Bim, 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 bim.
and Joel's got to type up pim 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 in brackets.
I like the way your finger was just there. You were just singing the cricket song.
Was that? Oh no! I didn't mean to be. I didn't mean to flip the bird, as people say.
The dicky bird.
Up the
Cricket.
dicks.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for enjoying that segment. Go to patreon.com/cultaholic and place your vetting now. Did I say vetting?
You did say vet.
Place your bets and votes together.
In the
Vetting.
poll. No money. Oh, yeah, you do exchange money.
Place
Pay
your
around.
vetting now.
Up the polls.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
Oh.
This week in wrestling. Smackdown. God, Jesus. It says Groomer Reigns, allegedly. What?
Not even allegedly.
He's been grooming Jey
Oh,
Uso
they did. Oh, yeah, they did.
To
They
be
did
the
actually
next-
say that,
to
didn't
be the
they?
next
All
tribal
yeah,
chief.
Very good.
We're going to see some grooming tonight on SmackDown.
Shut
What
up.
did you think I was meaning?
Shut up, the pair of you.
Okay.
He's
I'm not
not a
playing.
Schofield.
I'm not playing. Shut up. Paul Heyman opens the show alongside Solo Sikoa, but Jay interrupts. He wants to know why Solo stabbed Jimmy in the back. But Heyman interrupts and says that Roman Reigns wants Jay to be his successor, we'll struggle that, as tribal chief, trying to drive a wedge between the Usos. Heyman says that Jay has a US title shot tonight. He offers a handshake, but Jay is unsure. Ooh.
Good for Jay keeping his options open, taking the title shot, but not the invitation back into the bloodline. I thought it was interesting that Heyman was saying Jimmy just doesn't like the fact that Roman wants to groom Jay to be the next tribal chief when Solo was stood there. What does that mean for Solo? Huh?
Oh yeah, that's true actually.
Because surely Solo's being groomed as well.
He's
Can we not?
They're using this terminology. This is now our fault. Being primed. Amazon primed to be the next tribal chief. But aye, it was a nice segment.
What, they'll pretend you're not in and just throw it in the back garden? Aye.
A nice segment that furthered things in several directions potentially.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It was also nice that Jay getting a bit of coolness. God, I'm not above bribes. But yeah, I'll take that title shot, but screw you, Heyman.
yeah.
That was a nice way of getting the main event.
There was a lot of drama in this week in terms of it just felt like Coronation Street, not a wrestling show. There's just a lot of conversations and
And I
stuff.
loved it.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
With LA Knight on commentary, Santos Escobar beats Mustafa Ali to qualify for Money in the Bank. And I was watching this thinking, oh, they've done these guys dirty here by putting LA Knight on commentary. Who's going to be paying attention to this match? And in fairness, they weren't to begin with, but then they just went hell for leather to the point where they're having to censor out the holy poop chants from the crowd during this match. Obviously coming from LA Knight, because we're so excited watching this. Yeah, they destroyed one another, didn't they, Ross?
They did. There was a hell of a Hurricane Rana off the stairs from Santos. There was a great bump. I think he's trying to trademark this bump for himself, Ali, because I saw it on NXT this week as well, where he does it off the middle turnbuckle, face first, like Brett, but a bit lower down. And then there was also I've written down a perfectly timed drop kick with Santos when he came off the top. Who do I think I am? A pretentious prick, that's who.
Well, no, you just said it's a perfectly timed drop kick.
I
That's
don't
all
know how
right.
to say that sort of thing, though. And then I thought,
The viewer.
Ross.
Yeah, you're watching
this
it.
washed content creator.
Stop it.
And I thought there
Stop
was,
saying groom, stop saying Mark directly.
there was a nice finish to the match as well with the Phantom Driver.
You're being washed as the next title chief.
Mustafa Ali groomingly takes a drop kick to the
There's
face.
gonna be there'll be fan fiction online somewhere. All the bloodline in a bath, scrub a dub down the back, all washed.
Oh dear.
LA Knight setting his stall out straight away. He sits down and immediately he just says, "If you cut me off again, I'll slap those glasses off your fat head." To Michael Cole.
Whoa.
You like that, don't you? Because Michael's not got a fat head. He's got a lovely little head, like a little potato.
You've got fat.
But I thought it was a very good segment.
Yep.
When he was, all I can picture now trying to think of Michael Cole's head is when he got squashed into the side of the coal mine, though, and then he did.
Oh, yeah.
His face was all.
Oh, bless him. Sami Zayn approaches Jey Uso backstage and says he hopes Jey wins the US title tonight, but tells him to listen to his heart, not what's being put in his head.
Oh.
Roxette, innit? Listen to your heart. Rest in peace. They died, didn't they? Oh, she did die.
Really?
Yeah.
When it's calling for you, that one.
Aye.
I was thinking of tell it to my heart, tell me I'm the only one.
Is this only love? Oh, just a game.
That's exactly.
Just a game. I like that.
Immediately, I was thinking for this segment, move on, Sammy, you weird little man. We've dealt with this now. I know you might like Jey Uso, but I think it's going to be the downfall of Sammy and Kev. This insistence from Sammy to keep bringing up the bloodline.
Yeah, why would you, fair enough, everyone's got a past and all that, but surely Sammy should be focused on the here and now. If I was Kev, I'd be annoyed as well.
Yeah.
I think it's nice, though, because it shows that Sammy just wasn't undercover doing his job.
No, he wasn't
He was
undercover.
actually liking.
Yeah, I never thought he was undercover.
Yeah, but I mean, and afterwards it'd be like, hey, Jay, what? You smell. Afterwards would have been terrible. I like to still do
Oh,
it. It's
right,
still
yeah,
attachment,
yeah.
You know.
Just in terms of, if this was all real, I'd be on Kevin's side.
It's just when Sammy says
It is real.
When Sammy says it was the best times of his life.
Oh.
How much time has he spent with Kevin Owens? And Kevin Owens is hearing that. How
And
can
he
they
has-
coexist as tag team champions, Maffew?
In fairness, Jey Uso only turned him once. Kev's up to like 15 now. So, Kayla Braxton tries to interview the witches in the ring, but they're interrupted by Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler.
Hey,
The
now.
Brawlers, we're going to say that.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, who won a title unification match. The witches accept and start a brawl, which they surprisingly get the better of.
That kick from the witch, not
Isla
the dragon,
Dawn.
Isla Dawn the witch, when Shayna Baszler was on the run, just to cut her off and stop her nailing the dragon, was absolutely sensational.
Oh, I didn't know if it was or not because she fell after she did it. Or as
'cause she was
did
just
it.
moving
But
with
is that
such-
because there was so much force
Oh,
put into
yeah.
it? Okay.
Exactly.
Speed equals distance equals force or something.
Style
That's
control,
right.
damage, and aggression.
Aye.
Einstein, yeah.
Up the Einstein. There's going to be a unification match in NXT, we learned. And I did like at the end of the segment, Ronda telling Shayna to stop because she would injure them and therefore they wouldn't get the chance to have the match they wanted to have. So it was another nice little segment.
Yeah, nice.
The
Very well
witches
put
are
together.
the witches are absolutely screwed though. They're never winning that
Yeah,
match.
I think they're screwed if they cut promos as well because Isla's fell a bit flat, didn't know how weird she was being.
She is weird. She's a witch.
They're like, well, we've had some promos now. We've done some stuff on SmackDown. The crowd must know who we are. And it was just like,
It was awkward, wasn't it?
nothing.
We are the watches.
Yeah.
We can tell the time.
Watches.
Who witches the witchman? Aye. So I'm like, though, that they are unifying the titles. Get out people like, why have they still got the titles? They do anything with them? NXT doesn't really have any proper teams at this point. Yeah, okay, good. Unifying them, grand. Bayley beats Mia Yim to qualify for Money in the Bank. AJ Styles is on guest commentary, and after the match, Scarlett blows red smoke in his face before Karen Cross attacks.
What do you mean red smoke? That's Scarlet Fever, everybody.
Oh.
I love that name. It's straight from the 80s, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah, she's got Scarlet Fever in her hands and blows it on people to distract them so Karen Cross can nail them with a move.
They are.
No way, sorry, but nail the move after AJ go, whoa! Walks backwards towards Karen Cross.
See the banana peel on the floor.
Yeah, right.
It makes them look bad and cringy, I think. I don't know. I know they're trying to be spooky in that, but I don't. Are we just being harsh because we've already seen so many feuds now that he's lost, so we're not taking him seriously?
Maybe. I was being sincere in my like for the Scarlet Fever name and the gimmick. Okay. It is straight from the 80s, isn't it? And Wade Barrett, you know, for a fact, he's been, I caught Scarlet Fever.
I was going to say, it's designed for him.
Michael, I've got a temperature here.
And the only cure is more Scarlet.
Yeah. I did like in the match as well, Bayley looking to fake an injury, but it backfired. There was a few examples of that in the week of wrestling this week where the heel tried to do something and it didn't come off. And I like it when that happens. Good healing.
Especially when Bayley right now, her story is like, leader of the Damage Control, but I'm losing and not looking good.
I've lost one soldier to injury and another soldier to being sick of my crap.
Yeah.
In EO Sky.
Yeah.
She's like Roman Reigns on a slightly lower level.
Right. She's got EO fever. Bianca Belair isn't happy about Asuka's upcoming title presentation. Adam Pearce tells her she's in line for a rematch, so Belair agrees not to crash the ceremony. That, again, nice. Made sense.
Yeah, it did. But Adam Pearce annoyed me this week, generally.
Go on.
I'll talk about it on Monday Night Raw.
Fair enough. Ooh,
this was a good segment to do before the presentation, but during the presentation, I think this segment blighted Bianca Belair for me. It's because she didn't come out. Charlotte Flair came out and interrupted everything, but Bianca, I know she was told not to, but when has a professional wrestler ever been told something and then stuck to that, rule?
Well, I think it was meant to make it even more of a surprise when Charlotte showed up, because now you're expecting Bianca to show up because he's gone, don't you show up, Bianca, and don't you lie, and then she... That's itchy and scratchy, I think. Konnichiwa. Now you'll be good. Sorry, carry on.
Thank you for that.
Aye, but why didn't then Bianca see Charlotte and go, well, it's a free-for-all, is it?
Right.
And then they fight and bite and fight and bite and fight.
And even worse, it could be like, if Charlotte gets a title shot, it's like, wait, hang on, you told me not to come out, interrupt you. But then the person who did is going to get a title shot.
She got cooked, lads. She got cooked. C-U-C double K.
Getting cooked in the group chat.
Yeah.
Cooked and washed, groomed.
Stop it. Stop. No. It's not a dog. In the ring, Pearce presents Asuka with a new WWE Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair interrupts.
It's gold!
Pearce tells her to get in line, but Charlotte says she made the line.
Oh, she's such a face, man.
She spent all weekend on Twitter going, well, I don't give a... You know what, if you don't like me, I'm here to just do whatever I want to do. So that is the noble baby face we can all get behind.
Yeah, but crowd, because she's not been on TV for
The
a while.
crowd did cheer her.
Yay!
Or was
the
it
crowd
real?
always cheers.
Was it
On
real
TV
crowd
for
noise?
Charlotte, always goes, yay, it's Charlotte.
No,
I don't
not
get it.
always. Not always.
No, as soon as it's a premium live event, they go, bloody hell,
no.
it's Charlotte.
They've given her Lyra Valkyria's gimmick from NXT. That's what.
No, what?
She's a raven.
No, she's
She sees a
not.
shiny thing and she wants to go pick it up and build a nest with it.
Right. Funny thing was, so Asuka has gone, okay, new title belt, I'll switch them. Charlotte comes in and she goes, I want that title belt. And she points at the old one. And God bless Asuka for not going, all right, take it. You idiot."
She said, she was like, you might as well put that old one around my waist too. And I was like, it's pointless now. It's redundant. Be retired, Charlotte.
That doesn't matter.
There's no stopping her.
It'll actually make your travel more difficult.
Yeah.
Getting through airports and that.
Less weight for clothes.
Yes, or egos. Asuka tries to miss Charlotte but avoids
catty,
it. Sorry. And hits the big boot. Well done.
Yeah, we spoke about the title
With
earlier
heels, that
on.
must... Ooh.
Oh, it's very impressive. Like I said, she's a heel in heels.
And
so.
also, taking it would be scary. Like, Jesus.
You lose an eye.
Ah.
Asuka's hard. It's all right.
Eye for an eye, some may say. She tries to blind people. Charlotte Flair blinds her in a different way.
They should have a match like Ray and Seth.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they should. Ping pong balls already.
And then she'll get better a week later. Oh, that happened, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I like the design of the title, though. I think it looks a lot better than Roman's with the Easter egg paper as the backing of the logo. I think it works a lot better with the white strap.
Yes, yeah, probably, yeah, it does.
But again, it's that confusion about the undisputed champion, which is written on it. They've just messed up, haven't they? Sure.
Now there's so many words that I get confused. So this is the WWE Women's Championship. And then we'll see on Raw there's the Women's World Championship.
I'm all right with that. If one's the Dream, one's the World, fine. But then you can't call them undisputed.
But this belt,
two of them.
I looked at the render on the website of Asuka. It says Women's Undisputed Champion at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, does it really matter? Are we just saying this because we're in the wrestling bubble? Us washed people in those.
Oh, stop.
Stop it, Ross.
What? That's what people think.
No, they don't. They don't think that. No, they
One
don't.
person gets under your skin like a splinter.
Center of attention, back for the winner. Is that what you were doing?
Best thing since wrestling.
Investing in your kids' fears, isn't it?
And they missed it.
Testing.
Attention, please.
Good Lord.
In the locker room, Heyman tells Jay that next week there's going to be a public acknowledgement that Jay is being vetted as the next tribal chief.
All right.
Jay seems pleased, but asks why Heyman is so happy. Because if Jay's in, Heyman is out.
Ooh, tension.
Spanner in the works for old big old Paul and Roman as well.
Don't call him that.
Oh, big old Paul.
You would have
Spanner.
You big spanner. You would assume that Roman would find Jay more valuable than Heyman, would you not? Because Jay does the fighting, and Heyman does the. They call him Homer there. Homer does the talking.
But Heyman does the planning.
Right, he's the planning,
does
the
the
backstage
advising,
stuff.
I
You know,
guess.
he books the travel and stuff. And
Solo can do that though, according to Paul. He was
Heyman-
speaking to Solo like he was a party organizer at the start of the segment.
He did, that's true. But Heyman is like, he's like the chief advisor. He's like Jafar,
Which one's Jafar?
the evil one in Aladdin.
Ah.
Grand Vizier.
I was thinking of the Lion King for a second there. Rowan Atkins's
No.
little birdie character. I've forgotten his name.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Zazu?
Zazu.
I can't remember.
Iranu.
Zazu indeed. Backstage, Pierce schedules Charlotte's title shot for the last SmackDown before Money in the Bank. Belair isn't happy about Charlotte jumping in front of her, and who can blame her?
Yeah.
Well, she should have got out there and sorted it out.
Well, she got told not to.
Who cares? Imagine the attitude era if Stone Cold did what Mr. McMahon said all the time.
The problem is that wrestlers use this as if it's real, and they go, "You've got to ruffle some feathers backstage, but do exactly as you're told all the time." As well.
Yes.
Pricks.
Makes sense to me, Jack. Baron Corbin cuts a promo on Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, who are in the front row. Corbin loses to Booch via roll-up before cheap-shotting Trick on the outside. They're separated by officials, and backstage, Corbin interrupts a Booch interview to complain about the result of the match, but gets laid out by Cameron Grimes.
What a little punk getting
did-
nailed by Cameron Grimes.
He said he was going to do it last week, didn't he? He went and did it. Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, he
I'll
did.
get him.
He called his shot like Babe Ruth.
Do declare.
Oh, well done. He came out, pointed at Baron and went, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
He
you
did
know,
the
is
move.
this? It must be a famous thing, I guess. The Babe Ruth thing.
Yeah.
The pointing.
It's going to go there.
It's weird. Is that what trash talking was back in the day? But Babe Ruth, the famous baseball player, apparently once came out and went like that, and then hit a home run there.
Oh, he went to WrestleMania.
Yes, he
gonna
pointed
say.
at the sign, and everyone remembers it as like this iconic thing. I don't know why.
Yeah, back in the days when baseball players would just drink all night, party all day. Oh, yeah, all right, baseball game in an hour. All right.
That's Sean Kingston, that, isn't it? I'm going to drink all night. I saw a baseball commentator get hit by the ball. I think
The other day as well.
I think it was the Yankees commentator, maybe.
No, the Americans, come on, plan. Something like that.
And he's just sat there doing his job, and the guy hits the ball, and he's just like, "Oh God, whoa," and it just bounces and hits him in the head. Really good. He's like, "I've just been hit in the head."
Baseball's hard as well.
Did the guy point at him first? I heard what he said last week. Bow.
The best part of the Butcher versus Corbin match was the lariat after Butcher done some finger banging like only he can do, and there was not much to the rest of it. I thought it was a really odd pinfall for a man the size of Corbin to be kept down like that. I didn't like that one. Corbin's a big long boy.
That's what I mean. If he's following up amongst himself, that's
Aye, but the
half of
leverage
him is on him.
The leverage of little short Butch on big long Corbin. Come on, there's physics at play here.
Okay, about Einstein. Now we're going to Archimedes with the leverage. Nice that Booch. He's going to get the Money in the Bank title shot in England, which is near his hometown of France, where they all love him.
Yes, they do. I'm going to the baseball next week.
Whereabouts?
London. The Cubs are over. You know, sometimes London gets the American sport in. Like the NFL will have a game there.
NFL. I didn't realize that
They're doing a baseball one this year.
I had no idea.
I'm going down next week.
Who are the Cubs playing? The Scouts.
The Cardinals. No, the Cardinals.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you.
It's like a derby, apparently.
What ground?
West Ham's.
Big wide one. Big wide
But after
one.
you said that at cricket you can't see the ball, I'm now very concerned.
You'll not be able to see it come out the chucker's arm.
Pitcher. Yeah. We're doing other stuff.
And it's Bill the Chucker taking up the
We're
mound.
making like a weekend of it. We're not just going for the baseball because those train prices are ungodly in this country. Right,
There's a few other things to do in London, I hope.
Oh, why?
They've got Subway there. Yeah. Io Sky beats Shotzi to qualify for Money in the Bank after interference from Bailey. Wow, well done, Bailey.
She's good, isn't she, doing the healing? I was shocked at how much Shotzi got into this match, like offense-wise, just because it's Io Sky, and she seems to be on a little bit of an upward trajectory.
Yeah.
I thought there was a scary bump from Shotzi to take, like, to the back of the head off the top turnbuckle. That can go wrong so easily, I think, for a bump.
I've got a little prediction for the women's division in the near future. I think a Bianca heel turn is imminent. Oh, okay. It's not. I guess not a groundbreaking.
Well, just after she didn't come out, maybe that'll be the catalyst
Well,
of like.
that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
I thought it's because Asuka is probably just going to be a transitional champion to get the belt on Charlotte, and then Charlotte's a face. She's going to need a heel and Bianca. And Bianca's also talked about how she's beaten all the other horsewomen.
Yep.
So Charlotte's the only one left.
That's some good booking there, Jack, and you can tell because Ross moaned all over it.
It's just Charlotte.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea. I just think it's what will happen.
Can Charlotte not have a feud where a belt is not in the middle of it? Can it not be like a
No,
storyline?
no.
Yeah.
No.
Can she every other wrestler gets a
Charlotte.
storyline?
She's the Babe Ruth of wrestling. Somehow, inexplicably.
I thought it was interesting as well how the babyface stuff from Puerto Rico has been completely forgotten now for Io Sky. She's now a proper heel once again.
Oh, maybe it's just on the simmer though.
Turn the heat down.
Yeah.
Or turn the heat up since she's a heel.
At the minute it's been.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, that took a few seconds. Well done. Also, it's not in here, but the Iron Sheik got a lovely tribute video package.
Yes, yeah.
And they used clips of him declaring himself Olympic champion. No one else went, yes, that's right. He said, well, let Iron Sheik say this. Look, he's passed away. We'll just let him have that. But shockingly, of all the wrestlers that could have used to give a bit of soundbite, Hulk Hogan, that no-good, low-life jabroni,
I know.
was there saying nice things about Sheik. Hack to.
Just mustn't use Twitter, Hulk Hogan. that can be the only explanation for Hogan being nice to Iron Sheik.
Well, we know he uses it because he keeps on taking photos of when he's dropped eggs on the floor and going, my bad, brother.
Getting tricked by people saying like, "This is my uncle, brother. Please give him a shout out."
And when he got locked in the toilet, locked in the toilet, said, "Help, brother, no TP." A few months ago, they deleted the tweets when presumably Brian Dobbs came out and helped him.
Yeah.
Anyway, Austin Theory reckons he could be Paul Heyman's new client after beating Jey Uso. Elsewhere, various tag teams want a shot against Owens and Zayn, so Pierce books a gauntlet match to determine the new number one contenders.
Why is Kevin Owens so stressed all the time?
I know why. It's because he's jealous of Sami being all like still, as we said earlier.
Fawning after
Yeah.
the bloodline.
Yeah.
And plus, whenever he's talking to Sami backstage, someone was like, hey, sorry.
Yeah.
If it's not bloody Gunther, it's tag people who all sit. I haven't done this for a while, so it's back to like, well, we'll stand here, and then you come in here, and you come in here, and then it looks like they're doing Guys and Dolls.
It's called blocking, Maffew. It's cinema.
Yeah, I know.
Like Kurosawa.
I could see the Kurosawa coming before it hit me. He pointed at the cinema screen. In the main event, Pretty Deadly interfered to help Austin Theory, but taken out by Jimmy Uso. Solo runs in to attack Jimmy, but Jay stops him from hitting the spike. Jimmy goes to super kick Solo, but accidentally hits Jay instead. Oh, ructions. Theory takes advantage and retains the US title. Jay refuses Jimmy's help and storms the back past Heyman, who calls Roman to end the show.
Call Roman Reigns. And then he thinks the camera hasn't caught it the first time, so then he goes, call Roman Reigns. As if it's the first time he said it.
I thought because
Made
the
me
crowd
cringe a
reaction
bit.
was so wild and crazy, he had to do it again.
I found it cringy that he clearly didn't think the first time had been picked up, so the second time he said it, even more smug. And I was like, you've said that twice.
Hang on, cancel that. I haven't said it smugly enough in the camera.
Call Roman.
This is why Heyman's more valuable than Jay.
Yeah,
So.
true.
I liked Wade saying that Jay is like Prince Harry in the UK. Surplus to requirements.
Oh,
Where did that come from?
Jesus Christ. Although I don't know whether that's what the man Stu Bennett thinks, but I fully believe that's what the character Wade Barrett thinks, though.
Oh, yeah. Wait, it's the theme used to start, didn't it?
Whoa.
Yeah. God save the Queen.
Yeah.
I've got some bad news.
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
Rest in peace, Mom. Is that what you want to say? Although Jay was being a very good babyface in this match because the crowd were reacting to the babyface things he was doing. Pretty Deadly appearing was very interesting because it seems like him and those two in theory are now an actual trio linked together by being Twinkie.
Goodness. I just want to see them on their own though. I think I don't think they need Theory.
They can't be used as a vehicle to help Theory, can they? Theory's a lost cause at this point.
I think that, I mean, absolutely, but I think it's actually helping Pretty Deadly being with Theory because Theory still gets heat because he goes, John Cena.
And TV
people go,
time,
boo. Oh, yeah, he did do you dirty, mate, but boo anyway. So I actually think it helps everyone.
For now, I wouldn't like to see them become a regular trio though.
Nah.
I think Pretty Deadly need to stand on their own beautiful feet. Oh God. Oh no.
Like Tony Atlas. Oh, let me see those souls. I assume he says on the weekends. Brilliant drama at the end as well, leading to Theory to retain. It's always nice to see a dickhead champion retain that way, I think.
Yep.
I thought it was nice, like, sequence of events to get
I
there.
reckon Rhea's going to beat him. Is that a weird prediction there?
No.
Yeah.
That wasn't the
Rhea's going to beat Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Oh, because Paul Heyman said that he thinks that.
No, because there's rumours that Rhea's going to fight a man at some point. And I reckon rather than have her beat Gunter for like China for the IC belt, she's going to be the US champion.
Okay.
Is that crazy? Is that am I boys? Am I just mad? Whoa.
No.
Thank you.
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a good idea.
Okay, could you have Rhea have a match with Gunter and have Gunter wrestle like Gunter does? Because that'd be a bit uncomfortable, wouldn't it?
Indies you could probably, but
Like, imagine Gunter chopping Rhea. She'd take it, like. It'd be a bit like, awkward turtle shaking palm tree.
There you go. I would like to see Rhea beat Austin Theory.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see Gunther beat Rhea.
Why are we assuming that Gunter would win? Rhea Ripley's hard as
He's the ring
balls.
general.
Gunter beats everybody.
He does, yeah, that's true.
He's the final boss.
Yeah, but Rhea beat Natalia with ease.
Oh, that's it. You got me there, Jack.
Oh, not only beat Natalia, but just made Natalia rethink her whole life.
Yeah, she's spiraling, as we'll see.
These hard. I'm considering my life choices.
I thought it was a good thing that happened for Jay as well, because it now looks like Jay will go back to the bloodline, potentially because of what happened at the end there. But will he or won't he? Because is he pissed off with Jimmy?
Will
is
we
he
get
not?
Will we get Jimmy versus Jay?
That'll be a
With
massive.
Rhea Ripley doing a run in at the end.
Will that be the first time a brother tag team's actually like the fans will want to see them wrestle when they actually do the wrestling?
Maybe.
I remember
Yeah.
being so excited for Matt versus Jeff back in the day.
Oh, me and Tom were watching the segments leading up to it. Oh, I do not remember how bad they
Did
were
not-
doing the
did they
backstage
not wanna
interviews and
do
stuff.
it, do you think?
Is this the 01?
Yeah. You know what? I would say that. I don't. Maybe they said it in interviews and stuff like that. They didn't want to, but I would go with that because it's.
What was the crux of apart from being brothers?
So Survivor Series 01, it's the cage match for the WWF and
come
WWE
down.
Title.
Oh, yeah.
Matt's left because it's escape rules or pin for. So Matt's going, Jeff, come on, rah, 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 and all this stuff. And Jeff's on the top of the cage even, and he's got Devon on a table, and all the crowd's like, do it, you idiot. And he's like, all right, and then misses, and then they 3D him and pin him and get the tag titles. And
we're
Matt's just mad going, hey, you could have just climbed down.
Yeah.
We were meant to side with Jeff as well. Matt was right.
That's the other thing. There's other backstage bits where, they're so good. Like there'll be a bit where they're wrestling the Dudley Boys, and obviously leaders with the Hardys, and then the Dudleys have got Stacy Keibler, the tomato of Dudleyville, as Tomaz would call her every week. And like, leader would push Stacy off the apron and says, and then land, and then Matt's there, and he catches her, and then leader goes, Matt, even though leader has pushed her, and then Matt just drops it, goes, no, it's not what you think, and everyone's just acting completely irrational. It's like, I saw you looking at Stacy, you clearly want her. And it's like, what the hell's this? It's so bad.
Wow.
It's so rubbish. Monday Night Raw. Maxine the Dragon to Preemboat. Come back to grooming.
Because of that sick arm. No, because of the sick arm drag.
Oh.
She's like Ricky Steam. She's Dupreemboat.
Oh.
Steamboat's not had anything like that going on in his life, has he?
No. I meant just because of the references in the podcast. No, God, no.
Not Ricky.
Ricky's too boring for that.
If anything, in the Dury canon, Gable is grooming Maxine to be the next shoot wrestler. Catch.
Just like Tia Hill's being groomed on NXT.
Yeah.
Adam Pearce
They
presents.
use these words, not us. What do we want to do here?
Adam Pearce presents Double R with the Women's World
You
Championship.
know what? Adam Pearce couldn't wait to get this out of the way. Right.
I think here we go again.
The Asuka one where he's like, if you spoil Asuka's little moment, I'll be so cross. And then on Raw, he's like, right, there you go, Rhea.
Yeah. Dom comes out to put the title around her waist, but they're interrupted by the roller coaster of love. Cody wants a match with Dom at Money in the Bank, which Rhea accepts on his behalf. Oh, what a gal. Miz tries to attack Cody from behind, but gets caught, although it does allow Dom to get a cheap shot in. And this does set up Cody beating Miz in a singles match. That was thankfully much better than the first time they wrestled.
Yeah, they're both old hands. They're probably busy mates, aren't they, Cody and Miz?
I don't see them.
I reckon they
getting
play Zelda
You don't think
together.
they get along?
along. I reckon Miz is up for that.
Do you think they don't get along?
I reckon like Miz is cooler than Cody. at this
Cody's a
point.
nerd, as we know.
Miz is doing Hollywood stuff. He's got Maurice, something
But
else.
Miz-
I don't know anything else about
No,
him. Really.
wait, they both like the video games.
Is Miz a
is
nerd?
Up, down,
Miz-
down, isn't he?
Miz,
Oh, yeah.
Miz met the guy who played Johnny Cage and was like geeking out over it, yeah.
Oh, but he's into like he was playing Street Fighter 2 Mortal Kombat. He was into the stuff he was in when he was a kid.
Oh, he's
Like,
not in his-
I remember
he's
that.
not
But
in
Cody's
his,
like, no, I still play as this day. And Miz is like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, Miz is like a jock, isn't he? They're all jock. Cody was an amateur wrestler.
Cody's a
I don't
jock
know.
as
Yeah,
well.
he is.
He's a jock who plays games.
That, you can't have both. That's
He's
mad.
got everything.
It's crazy that
Best of both worlds, like Orvis.
like Woods. Oh, right, yeah.
Dom was fantastic in that segment, I thought. Him doing the Carly, just taking the title straight off Rhea to lift it above his head was lovely. The little quote was like, behind every great woman, there is a great man. Nice quote as well. And I think, as I said in the news video this week, I think Dom versus Cody's the main event in Money in the Bank. Forget about the title matches. Forget about the briefcase matches.
Why?
Because it's funny, innit?
Okay, yeah.
Dom, in the main event in London. Tom was saying,
God, yeah.
Tom, who is not related to Dom, but could be because the names sound similar.
That's how that works, yes.
Yeah, in a tree with cars and whatnot.
Oh God! By the way, can you go in the Slack? That photo that image someone sent us.
I thought
While
it
he's-
was Matt. Was it not Matt?
It was Matt McKnight who sent us this.
McKnight, not Matt McMuscles. Is that the same bloke though? I don't know.
No, Matt McKnight was
different
two
people?
different people. Yes.
No way. The whole time.
You thought Matt McKnight was the same dude?
I think I've always thought.
Oh,
it was the same
bless
person.
you.
You
Give
thought
me
Matt
through.
McKnight had muscles?
I thought Matt McKnight was
Oh,
Matt.
mate, he's jacked
Exactly,
though.
he's huge. Yes, so I thought he was Matt McMuscles.
Don't get Matt McMuscles mixed up with Matt with muscles.
This is the first time I think I've ever realised that they're different people. Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Anyway, Matt McKnight has done this.
With muscles. Do this with his giant veiny arm. That little bit where I lost my mind last week because obviously I'm a daft little get. But Ross was talking about how they were how did they even?
It was
come up-
something about the Diad having roots, and then Joe Gacy was leaving them because even though you can have one tree stump with 4 roots,
That's right.
they can't be strong or something.
Yes.
And then you on about a car driving down a tree branch with birds.
Was it the word roots? Were you thinking of roots as in like
because
a
they were
root?
traveling, and I'm like
Oh, I thought
traveling
that
on
was
the
a-
route, like what in a little car.
Yeah.
And I just went off on one.
Yeah.
And thankfully, one person like that bit inside the Illustrated. There's the Diad in their little noddy car, driving
it's
to work.
Noddy's car, innit?
Noddy, yeah.
I was thinking it was Brum, but it's not Brum, is it?
Oh,
There's
wait.
no windscreen, is there?
Yeah, that's Noddy's car.
That's why people mean you washed. Don't need brums between your noddies.
Big fan of both.
Yeah. So, God, they look lovely. And obviously, they're going this way, not because we haven't flipped the image, it's because they're going down the tree.
Down the tree, yeah.
Because they're going to be late for work. Fantastic. Thank you very much,
Yes,
Matt
thank you very
McKnight.
much.
Thank
You're a
you.
lovely person. And he still likes his podcast, even though he's from Philly. And I said all those bad
Aye.
things. And he went, yeah, but you are right, though, Matthew.
No,
any other thoughts on this, man?
Tom was putting out there maybe that Dom could be cheered in London against Cody because we're like that.
Ooh.
And I was like,
maybe.
I think there'll be a large portion of fans who just want to enjoy booing Dom
I agree with you, Ross.
just to get on board with it.
I can't see Cody getting booed.
And Cody's basically English at this point as well, isn't he?
Got the red, white, and blue.
Loves Newcastle.
Loves Newcastle.
Yep.
yeah.
Hates the monarchy, I assume.
Is he going to be in London and think it works like that in like you just mentioned? I was just walking past the other day past Northumbria Uni, gets no reaction.
He thinks that Newcastle's the whole of.
He thinks it's because it's English that they'll know about it down south.
Oh right.
He wrestled
No,
in
I
Milton
assume
Keynes.
I assume he's been to other cities. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he has. Yeah, he has been.
It's the idea of him name dropping.
That COD map that is Milton Keynes.
I thought Milton Keynes got a bad
right.
reputation.
I saw the cows in Milton Keynes. Yeah.
I enjoyed our time in Milton Keynes.
It's just how all the buildings look the same and all the roads are straight.
One of them was a massive Weatherspoons. It was fantastic.
It's one of the newest cities in
Yeah.
England,
Yeah.
I think. And that's why you can tell it's been designed by somebody who's playing theme hospital or something.
Because everything's right angles.
Yeah.
We were staying next to a square that you could pretend was like being on holiday, just with rain. It was great. Went and had a full English in the cafe in the morning. A bit of hoovering going on upstairs.
Yes. Oh no, we've been interrupted. Becky Lynch cuts a promo saying that she has a good feeling about this year's Money in the Bank ladder match. She calls out Trish Stratus for hiding behind Zoe Stark, so Zoe comes out alone. They insult each other and looks to be heading towards a brawl, but Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville cut them off. Becky has a match against Green and wins.
I hope Zoe Stark never appears on Raw by herself with a microphone ever again.
Oh, it wasn't
Oh,
that.
no, come on, you.
No, it wasn't. No.
Go on, Ross.
Because Becky was on about the one thing you lack as a personality, and then Zoe goes, "Do you want to look in a damn mirror?" and then start shouting things that you can't really hear what you're saying.
Okay, the mirror thing didn't make any
She
sense.
was flapping like an angry bird.
Becky's all personality. That's
Works
what
on too.
Yeah.
You became relevant off someone breaking your face, which is technically true, but there was a lot of other stuff around. I thought she didn't do well in the segment, but then again, that might just be me.
Was that the material she was given, or was that the way she delivered said material? Or a bit of both.
Maybe a bit of both. I thought it was a shoot promo though, brothers. The way it was delivered.
They are being given more flexibility with their promos under Triple H. So.
I thought Becky was going off the rails, getting a bit crazy in her promo, saying she likes people who do dangerous things and speaking a bit like Heath Ledger's Joker.
Once in a while.
2 for 2.
Yeah, that's twice Heath Ledger's been.
Bloody hell.
Once in a while, Becky will do a promo where she starts to laugh a bit and be a bit mad.
I like power.
It's scary when she does that.
Ooh,
And especially with her accent, she wants to be careful WWE don't turn her into a forest creature when she starts getting all crazy like that.
Like the rest of them. Yeah. I don't think it was that bad because she is supposed to be Zoe Stark. She's a newcomer. Like, that's her gimmick. She's not supposed to be polished.
She's built like a pit bull.
She's being good. Like, since she came to the roster and she was like, Nikki Cross, you're weird. I'm mint. I like that. But I thought this just in a vacuum by itself. I didn't think she hung with
In a
the
vacuum
Becky.
like upstairs, you mean?
Yeah, I didn't think she hung with the Becky.
But she can't be expected to. She's just got here.
But I do expect. I want.
fair enough.
I want the best for her.
In that case, it was weak. Like smoky bacon crisps.
Oh, no. No.
The Judgment Day are excited. What's your second favourite crisp flavour then?
Of Walkers?
Yeah.
What have we got?
Salt and vinegar.
Yeah, something. Barbecue? I like the barbecue ones.
Okay.
They're good.
Barbecue always confused me. Like, is it barbecue sauce it's supposed to taste like?
Yeah.
Or just the concept of barbecue?
I just lick a charcoal.
Right.
Yeah, salt and vinegar probably.
Fair enough then.
Or-
Joel, for purposes of being nice, what is yours?
Favourite?
Yeah.
Probably prawn cocktail or cheese.
Prawn
what a
cocktail. I
lad.
didn't realise it was so.
How good's Joel?
Cheese and onions.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
when we get the communal shopping upstairs for the punters up there, our colleagues up there, there's one flavour of crisp that's always left in the bottom of the bag of the Walkers, and we buy them. We buy
What
the
is
big
it?
multi-pack of Walkers, and every single time, it's your blue packet that's left. It's your cheese and onion.
It's because they make you feel it's smelly breath, isn't it? It makes you feel a bit.
I think that's probably their weakest flavour. Not because the cheese and onion's a bad flavour, but because, like, McCoy's cheese and onion's so much better.
Why do Walkers think they're so good they can swap the colours of cheese and onion and salt and vinegar around?
That's just a height of arrogance.
It is, isn't it?
See, what came first?
Salt and vinegar's blue.
I know, but
Blue Alan.
I always assume, associate cheese and onion with the blue because of Walkers, because they are the big boy.
See, that's what they've done.
See, who came first? Who
Oh,
chose
apparently,
blue?
apparently, salt and vinegar should be blue, but Walkers have gone. We'll swap it around.
We'll do what we like.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Stand out from the crowd.
We'll have salt and lineker. Yeah.
Yes.
That's just salt and poo.
That's not very nice.
Because he crapped on a pitch that time. Just make football
Oh.
reference no one's getting.
That's all anyone ever replies to on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's what Gary Lineker.
Yeah.
Well, he
Man
crapped.
who was never carded his entire bloody career.
No, but he
He
didn't,
pooed on the pitch
didn't
one
do-
time.
He didn't do it in protest.
In the
He was-
World Cup.
He needed one, and he just sort of said he did a slide tackle or something, and it came out, and he was like, "Oh no!"
And he skidded along the floor like a dog cleaning its arse on the grass.
My mum's never forgiven Paula Radcliffe for doing that in the middle of a marathon. She always brings her up and goes, "Paula Radcliffe." Oh.
Poola Radcliffe.
Pooh around Bless her.
Was it poo she did or spew?
I thought she weed, but
I thought you had a wee wee.
but I think it wasn't necessarily that.
It's
a
not just Paula
marathon.
Radcliffe who does that, though.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to. I thought I'm thinking back to use from 20 years ago. But I thought what the thing was, you're not allowed to. But then Paula gets her over it because she's She's really good.
right.
I think that was obviously.
I thought you were saying
like,
you're not supposed to stop. You're supposed to do what Rab himself did from CKY. You ever seen that one? Where he's
What
just got
happens?
he's got the jog strap on. He's just
oh no.
he's just running full pelt and just poos as he's going
What?
up the CKY.
You can't run and do that. At the same time.
Rab himself did. Let me tell you. Google it when you get a spare
No.
second.
I might have to.
It's an interesting experiment. It's disgusting. Chelsea Green got a little bit of offensing against Becky Lynch, but then Becky wins with ease. I'm not sure what we're doing there with that one. Didn't really develop anything.
She's just there.
She is just there.
And
There.
Kevin-
Sound like Jimmy Carragher pausing the highlight. You stop that.
Kevin called her Becky Green, and Corey laughed at him.
I hope Corey seems fed up with Kevin. When they go and do the links, Kevin's speaking as he does because he's the lead guy, and Corey's just sat there with pure contempt on his face.
Yeah.
That's his role, though. He's just Kevin's job.
Not more
is
than
to be,
usual.
Kevin's job is to be, the Vince McMahon, and be like, "Oh, what a terrific Money in the Bank we're coming up at the legendary PLE event at the O2 and all this." And then Corey's the guy with personality goes, "Yeah, whatever, you know."
It just seems that he doesn't like working with him, much like Booker and Vic.
Nothing's worse than that. The Judgment Day are excited for Dom to beat Cody at Money in the Bank, but Finn Balor has a lot on his mind. Priest says he wants to qualify for Money in the Bank alone. And he does, beating Riddle without his stablemates at ringside. Then Imperium come out afterwards and beat Riddle down.
So I guess Riddle isn't cashing in on Gunther.
No.
Because we were theorising that last week.
They did set it up with that segment.
Yeah,
Well,
Gunther was like, why don't you win that briefcase and cash it in on me? And Riddle was like, maybe I will.
It's a bit of a tease.
they did 2 segments backstage, and then, Riddle lost. I still think that they're setting it up for whoever wins it to be on Raw and to challenge Gunther. So.
Oh, I now think that this is just going to lead to a big old singles match between Gunther and Riddle, but they'll cash in on Rollins and fail, or Roman and fail.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because we've already had them fail. You're right. We've already had them fail. Austin Theory failed. Or did he?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Because of
Yeah,
Tyson Fury.
magnificently,
Oh, yeah,
yes.
Tyson-
Oh, I forgot about Tyson Fury.
Hit him in-
yeah.
was that the one where you hit him in the head at Cardiff?
I think
It
that
was
was
at
to stop
SummerSlam.
him cashing in, maybe. He cashed in the Lesnar match.
Ah, yes. At SummerSlam.
yeah. With the tractor.
That's it. I don't remember Austin Theory in the match. I remember the
God,
tractor.
that feels like years ago, that
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
I like how Rhea can speak Spanish now, because Damian Priest started cutting a promo in Spanish to, who was it? To Dom. And then he's just like, oh, no, stop it. Don't say that. How dare you? Stop it. Because of Latino heat. He's been teaching her things.
That's right.
Uh,
She's been rubbing off on him.
Oh, my God.
Maffew.
Years
that-
and years.
Shocking, that.
Oh, sorry. I mean, Dom has been grooming Rhea. Bastard.
Is Dom older than Rhea?
No.
Don't make it
close.
weird. Don't make it weird.
Yeah, probably are close.
Would you get on the Google, please, there, Joel? Who is older between Dom and Rhea? I like how Priest is now making it a thing that he wants to go out there alone, but Finn Balor's like just doing whatever he wants to do. So could there be dissension in the Judgment Day?
Absolutely.
I thought the match itself between Riddle and Priest, as we find out that Dom,
April 5th.
it's just got the ages on Wikipedia. I want to do maths. 96. Dom's older.
Oh, no, sorry, Rhea's
Rhea's older.
Oh,
They're both 26 though.
Okay.
disgusting.
Could be his literal
26.
mammy then.
Disgusting.
By
There's a
Like
song,
Al Pacino.
There's a song by the Wonder Years which is all about like feeling like you've achieved nothing while your pals have all got kids and wives and that. And there's the breakdown. He goes, "Oh Jesus Christ, I'm 26." And I listen to it now and I think, "You prick, 26." He's going to be so sad that he's. Anyway, sorry, carry
That's
on.
been one of those songs that they play live
It's
years
an-
after the fact. They're like, yeah, well, I was
Well,
26
now they're like
and I
40,
wrote this song.
It's an unreal song. Right? It's really good. It's an unreal. Sorry, I just got really passionate there about the.
I heard the specials
Oh,
for
Davey
the,
passionate.
for
Go
the
on.
first time in a while the other day. Like, you've done too much,
You're
much too young. And I was like, yeah, I've reached the age where I've not done too much too young. I've done, if anything, a bit too little. So I'll move on with my life.
Yeah, it's good though because as a kid you don't really appreciate. In the end, it doesn't really matter by Linkin Park, and you're like, yeah, that's where I'm at now, pal. It's all poo. This match was not poo though.
It was very good.
Yes.
Priest with massive power moves like his broken arrow, his backbreaker, his flatliner. After the spot where he was like, it was sort of like a Home Alone sort of thing. We went across the announce table. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Riddle was
Three,
wrestling.
obviously the best one.
Riddle
Yeah.
was, oh yeah, obviously. Alex, up the Alex. Let's start that discussion again. It's been a while.
Not again.
Riddle has been wrestling more seriously. It's been nice. He even called Priest stupid at one point during this match. He's like, "You stupid." There was a headlock. Damien's headlock driver over the top. Like, he's got him draped over the top
Yeah.
rope and does the old woohoo. That's a good, nice move. There was a fisherman suplex off the top rope for a near fall.
big
And then the shoot razor's edge out of nowhere for the finish was nice.
Yeah, it was really good. It backs up these reports that WWE are interested in Priest. They're really impressed with him, and now the fact that he went, "Don't be at my ringside with me," and then he just won on his own. Maybe we're approaching the end of the Judgment Day because Priest doing well on his own. Balor might be broken if he doesn't beat Seth Rollins and not want any friends. And Rhea, I mean, she can do what she wants.
I can see Balor just leaving of his own accord and them just going, "Oh, we'll just chill."
I can see Balor being usurped.
By Damien,
No.
by Dom,
No.
or by Rhea.
No.
What? By
Who
who?
then?
JD Muck, don't Google me.
No.
Oh,
No, just me.
I can
Excuse
see.
me.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like the idea of him coming and doing one of his promos. Like, that's right. Sometimes I don't eat for days so that I'm extra spicy for my opponent. And then I'm going, yeah, it's a bit much, mate. Don't know, like.
You just like wearing eyeliner.
Yeah, do you want to goth it up and, there's some Aussie? All right. I think we should eat our opponent up. No, I think.
I thought you were going to say he'd replace his ballot and they don't even realise. And they're just like, Finn's looking a bit different, but not too different.
Well, but like, you won this match. You look great for one. Oh, sorry.
Have you always done that big headbutt? What's going on?
Yeah. It was funny because the crowd couldn't care less about this match when it started, but then obviously the big ass moves that got them involved. Started seeing real life friends like Riddle and Priest not get along though, but oh well.
Oh, aye, they are. They love triple threat matches, apparently.
They're really good at them, yes. Cody's interviewed backstage and says that Dom's stablemates may hype him up, but eventually he'll fall down.
He mentioned finishing the story, so maybe that's just a little, little mention there to keep that thing afloat for next year's WrestleMania.
Brock won't show up, but Dom won't go away, and I'm still going to finish the story. And I think if you just take away if you just look at it in its simplest terms, he's gone from Roman to Brock to Dom, and I'm like, if you try and argue that it hasn't stopped his momentum losing to Roman, then I disagree with you, hypothetical person.
It has.
It totally has.
Well, I guess
Sorry, is the straw man in the room with us?
we'll have to.
Oh, God, what have you been tweeting? Go on.
We'll have to wait until SummerSlam to see what the final conclusion of the Lesnar thing is.
Exactly. Is this
Okay,
the
all right.
Initially, I like
Oh,
the
sorry,
idea of like him losing to Roman and having fight his way
Yeah.
back up. But as you say, a year is a long time in football
yeah.
or wrestling.
Right, and it's also funny that they're doing these things now with they did Puerto Rico, now doing with Money in the Bank. Was like, here's what you're getting. They're not massive matches. Obviously, there's going to be some good matches there, but yeah, you ain't getting.
Yeah, but
Should we get
the
Roman
crowds
Reigns?
are so good that it carries them through, doesn't it?
Yeah, like already got your money. So what was our Sam Fender match against Damian Priest?
London's too far away, innit? If
Oh,
it was
of
at the
course.
if it was at the Utilita, whoa,
Of course.
what a match it would have been. Who is from London these days? Who's in the pop music?
Probably somebody I hadn't
I don't
heard
know,
of.
like all of them, I guess. All of them.
The lad with the curly hair from Soccer Aid the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
him.
Glennon or Grennan?
Tom.
Tom Glennon. Grennan.
I'd like to see...
We are washed, aren't we?
I know it's not...
Now we are on this
I know-
bit, yes.
I know it's not in Birmingham or Manchester, but I think the best possible celebrity you could get involved in wrestling these days would be Jack Grealish after his celebrations following Man City's win. Because have you seen any of this?
I've heard about Mums.
I am a turkey.
I need to feed the turkey.
Feed the turkey.
And they
Bottle of
pour-
Grey Goose.
Pour a drink into his...
Oh, okay. Right.
But then I saw a different clip where he's going like, "Oh, I'm a pigeon." It's just,
What did he drink after that?
don't know. He just
I don't want to know, actually.
Fountain water.
starts a song for his teammate. He goes, "I'd like to sing a song for Bernardo Silva. He looks like he's homeless." Because he once got photographed in the rain, going like, "Oh." So Jack Grealish has done what any normal lad would do after winning, but all the rest of them are like really ultra serious athletes, and he's just decided, no, I'm just gonna get absolutely hammered.
He won a game of football, right? And then went to a club in Istanbul, still in his kit with his medal round his neck. Just out there drinking like anyone would. It's been very refreshing to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, the Sockers. Anyway,
The
Natalia.
suckers. Anyway, Natalia, stop talking about all this. Natalia's next. She's interviewed and says that maybe she needs to change because being herself hasn't gotten her anywhere.
Amen.
She's realised.
She hasn't even been herself, though, has she?
No.
Being somebody else's niece has got her
Gonna
nowhere.
say. Is she going to be someone else's relative? Natalia Piper coming down. Owens and Zayn are then interviewed.
Imagine if she got her in the bloodline. Roman? There's been a clerical error at the hospitals. I'm actually Afa's niece. We're related, Roman. I'll come in the bloodline.
Roman should not even look now. Like.
Who are you?
Yeah. Owens and
lady.
Zayn are then interviewed and they're interrupted by the Imperium, which annoys Owens so much he offers to put the tag titles on the line right here, right now. He storms off to get ready, but Adam Pearce only says he'll think about making it a title
This
match.
felt like a pointed way of
Alright.
reminding us that Vince is still in control. I think Vince wrote this in. That's my theory. Because later on we see Adam Cole going, right, it is a title match then. I'm like,
Adam
well, what was
Cole.
the point of Adam Cole, did I say?
He showed up to the boom. What are you
Who's
doing
ready
here?
for story time?
I'm managing Keith Lee tonight.
Adam Pearce, sorry. You see him
you.
later on going like, oh, it is. Oh, right, it is a title match then. I'm like, well, what was the point of that?
Yeah. Well, then Riddle injured Giovanni. I think he said Giovanni Dos Santos there. I've got football on the brain. Giovanni
crazy
Vinci.
football, man.
Yeah, no, grab a power pod. Yeah, Kevin Owens doing the frantic thing again. I'm scared it's just become, tiresome over a period of time.
Well, they have a chat about it, though.
Yeah.
They clear the air a little bit later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure nothing more will ever come of it.
Look, it's Owen's fault for being so entertaining when he's mad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Owens and Zayn in the interview. Oh, I've done that bit. We see an Indus Sher video promo because they want to hurt Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin some more.
They were like, we want a match. I'm like, you had one. You didn't.
No, they
didn't
did
go
before.
ahead because of them. It was their fault.
Yeah.
That's what they call the BDE in the trade. Big dick energy.
Oh,
They could have had the match. They didn't have the match because they beat them down, but they want the match anyway to beat them down again.
okay.
Yeah.
BDE.
Sounds like big dickhead energy to me.
Oh,
Afterwards, Bronson Reed beats Ricochet via DQ after being attacked by Shinsuke Nakamura, who was watching, just because nothing better to be doing, I guess. Ricochet is annoyed at Nakamura's interference, but teams up with him to hit a double superplex on Bronson, and the holy poop chants come again.
It was a cool big double superplex.
Certainly.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
Trouble's brewing between Ricochet and Shin. I can't pretend to be that bothered about this, but yeah.
Look, I'm liking the in-ring chemistry all three of these lads are having
Yeah,
with one
yeah.
another, but it's like, I don't care about your stuff.
But Joel, it's time for you to hit the move of the week thingy because this match had my move of the week.
Oh, baby.
It was Bronson Reed boinging Trevor off the top rope because he's a big lad, so he steps on the bottom rope and uses that trajectory, that momentum to go whee and flip him off the top. And I've never seen that done before, and I thought it was very good.
I thought such a simple maneuver.
Yeah.
And he's like, no people do that.
World of Sport. Bronson Reed in World of Sport. Doing it to Johnny Saint. Oh, Kenzo. Oh, bet you could take a lovely bump like that, couldn't you? My name's Shirley Crabtree. That's all I know. That's my knowledge exhausted there.
Ross talks World of Sport with no build-up.
What was I going to say? Yeah, just that was all about the bit at the end, wasn't it? But again, I didn't. There's not been a lot to get Nakamura and Ricochet together to then do what they did.
Right.
And I thought, yeah.
When you hear an older person talking about World of Sport, who's like the first wrestler they often mention? Who's the first one?
Big Daddy,
Big
John
Daddy.
Hayes.
But then who's
That's
right? Then
Mick
who's
McManus.
Mick McManus is
Miami
always.
is.
It's always Mick McManus, Giant Haystacks, and Big Daddy.
Rollerball
In some order.
Rocco.
No, they
Kendo
don't.
Nagasaki.
Yeah, they sometimes mention, but it's Big Daddy and Mick McManus. Giant Haystacks is third usually, I reckon. But they never mention like Johnny Saint or whatever. Was he just an undercard boy?
Yeah, I mean,
really
like,
know.
because Big Daddy was.
Oh, yeah, he was the Hulk Hogan.
related. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
related to the person doing the promoting. So
Well,
obviously,
yes.
yeah, what he was doing was
Toots
going to
Mond, I believe his name was.
We're going in wildly different directions. Hey, how about we go the direction of Monday Night Raw? In the locker room, Simon makes sure Kevin is okay, as he's been very angry recently. Meanwhile, Adam Pearce is on the phone and confirms that tonight's tag match is for the titles. Oh, isn't that nice? Ricochet interrupts and wants a rematch against Bronson Reed, but Pearce tells him that Reed is already booked against Nakamura. Ricochet warns Shin not to get in his way again.
God, I really enjoyed the word shin this week, didn't I? I've done it twice now.
Yeah, but that's what WWE are doing on TV anyway. So
Shin's promo was good though.
Michael Cole just going, come on, Shin!
Remember that from like back in 2018? Like they were friends.
Yeah.
Even though they might be. But back then, Michael Cole wasn't as beloved, so it didn't feel right.
yes.
But Nakamura's promo here is like, it's my turn to succeed where you failed.
Yeah, I thought he was a bit of an arsehole, actually.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it.
Down with the Trevor.
If I got called half a name every time I came out, I'd say whatever I wanted about people.
Yeah,
Right,
they didn't call
Maff.
Ricochet Rick. It's
Yeah.
Rick versus Shin. Oh, yeah, Maff. You get Maff. Tom calls you Maff.
Not to my face.
He does, doesn't he?
No.
Oh.
Does he not? What does he call you?
It's Maffew.
Cherub.
I've heard him refer to you as Maff from Shin.
Darling.
Tom's a fan of shortening people's names without their permission. he calls Aiden Aid. And I don't think Aiden likes it.
Just call you Ja.
Now, mine's already one syllable, so
Yeah,
you
can't redo
you
it,
can't
can you?
do it, no.
That's why my name is one syllable. Yeah,
She can't shorten it.
that's why that's the literal reason why my mum called me Ross.
Ah.
Because she hates that. So then my football coaches would call me Rosser.
Oh.
One would call me Roscoe, like a dog. Come here, Roscoe. Blow the whistle.
It's an extender.
Yeah. Kevin again we learn why he blows up because of all the months of stress he's been put under with the bloodline and whatnot. He's rambling again. He thinks like Imperium speak European. He should know what they're saying because he's French, but he doesn't quite understand. He needs water, and that's how the segment ends.
He is funny when he does this. Like when he says he can't possibly wrestle in a t-shirt and shorts. He needs to go and change into his other t-shirt and shorts and all that. But I am worried about what it actually means. What's he hiding? What's the real reason for his anger?
He's just going to explode. He's like stressed Eric.
He's going to batter Sami Zayn. He
It's
can't
all
resist.
Sammy, innit? It's all just move on, Samuel. Jesus.
He's got a moment's peace.
But we need to know who is the sir on the phone to Pierce as well.
It's Vince McMahon.
It's Vince.
Yeah, but I know, but I want it established on camera.
It's just implied, isn't it?
I know, but
Actually, it's the phone.
the phone is sir.
Yes.
The phone walks along the street, jumps up into Pierce's hand. That's how he talks.
That's right.
Just punch me water bottle there.
That's right. Don't you get that emotional. Yes.
Shoot. Do you like it, by the way? It's my new one.
I was going to say, yeah, I like the design.
I've learned that you can't actually buy just a normal water bottle anymore. They've all got to have these little things on the side, like 7 a.m. Let's go. 9 a.m. Great start.
When I look at that water bottle, my prevailing thought is that I just wish it was more manly somehow. This is what the conversation was in the office the other
Go
day.
on. How would you manly?
It wasn't actually me who said that.
Well, we don't need this bit at the top, do we?
It was Ross complaining about it wasn't manly.
No, I don't like all the components because makes it harder to wash, doesn't
Surely
it?
all the components means that it is more
Well, how
manly.
many components? Not just 2 bits? Or
It's like a rifle.
No, I just want a water bottle with a big, like a little hole at the top.
little spout.
Yeah, just to go like that. Not this, like you got to clip on that and then press the button there and then.
Yeah, I mean, surely if that's one of the things you have to suck anyway. So even if that, like, stop it. Even if, forget it. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like,
You know, instead of washing one thing, I've now got to take this little spout out. So it's now
Yeah.
3 things I've got to wash: the lid, the bottle, and the
And
thing.
they're not easy shapes to wash either. They're
I'll tell you though, this one's alright because it's the meal deal, and it's obviously fizzy water. But, there you go. But the flip caps that are now becoming more prevalent with drinks that I'm getting now, not like pop them up like that. The ones that like the really half-ass side like that, they are rubbish, and they're on every water bottle I get now. Thank you for that dramatic click.
In Japan, when you open a bottle of soda, a bottle of pop, it would go poof, like it would really go poof, it would scare you, like the compressed air would all go poof as you opened it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, it was terrifying. I think it was just so they could watch foreigners do it and be like, hey.
Yeah, it kicks where you can. Finn Balor cuts a serious promo on Seth Rollins, talking about the injury he sustained in their Universal title match in 2016. Seth says that this is the Balor he's been waiting to see, but which version will show up to challenge him at Money in the Bank?
Seth's been so mean.
I'm glad this has been transcribed because it was a bit distracting watching live. People seem to be talking about this a lot. God, the crowd loves singing Rollins' song.
Yes. They love that more than they love Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Or listening to what he has to say.
Oh, he's a bad man.
Well, he is a bad man, but he
Part
was
of the evil judgment day.
He's pouring his heart out here.
Seth Rollins is the
Wow.
bad man here.
Yeah.
Because he's
so?
laughing at the guy's injury that he caused. Inadvertently, of course. Didn't mean to get him injured, but it happened via his buckle bomb in
He
the
should
corner.
have wrestled better.
In story, yeah, it is his fault, but yeah.
He should have landed better.
You injured me. He's like, what? In that ring, we were trying to hurt one another. Oh, sorry, pal.
Well, they're trying to beat one another in competition.
well.
Yeah, okay.
To be fair, as a storyline, it all makes sense to bring it all back together. And I just hope it's not. We don't need the demon in this one. I don't think. We just need Finn Balor being an arsehole.
When he said which version of you is going to show up, do you think that means the demon is going to show up?
Unless if we do get the demon, we just need to get a segment about the Demon King.
We
again.
need Rollins walking around looking. Yeah.
Imagine this Rollins doing that same segment.
It'd be funny if Rollins comes out dressed the way he looks, and then there's Demon going, wow, you look a bit silly. It's a bit too much there, Demon King.
Rollins can't beat the Demon King. It's his weakness. So if Finn doesn't bring out the Demon King, he's made a huge tactical error here.
Well, luckily for Rollins, this is going to be in London, so we'll bring over the big guns, got the Demon King.
He did NXT in London back in the day, didn't he? He had the old
Jack the Ripper?
Jack the Ripper, that was the one.
That's right,
The old
he did.
entrance, that one.
Yeah, but that's when he was...
Celebrated serial killer.
Yeah.
There we
Because
go,
I'm in
yeah.
the 1800s, it's fine.
That the woman's
Yeah.
scream at the start of the entrance.
Yeah.
And out walks Finn dressed like that.
God. Oh,
Good
man.
times.
Have you ever accidentally seen images of the victims? Oh, Christ.
Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
I mean, I read the
There's like
From Hell book, so
old-timey
yeah.
photos of them and their eyes are all rolled up and
you've
that. And I
piqued
was
my
like,
interest
no,
there.
don't, Ross. It's
I've just
literally
typed
a
in
corpse. Oh.
Jack the Ripper victims.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it's just a drawing.
Just a drawing so far.
Oh, no.
Oh, there's just nice little paintings, look.
Oh,
that one there.
Christ
Oh,
alive.
bloody Nora. Oh,
No.
God.
Right, get off it now.
That's just John Moxley on a random Wednesday.
You know what it looks like? It looks like Andrew WK's album cover. We want fun.
There's a-
Everyone to get wasted.
We shouldn't laugh about Jack the Ripper's victims.
No. We should dress up as him for a big event.
There's an excellent YouTube video that breaks down all the possible suspects of who it could be. It's great. There's maps and all sorts. He must have travelled from here down to here. Oh, it's really good. I think it's the channel Lemino.
Let me know.
Lemino.
Oh, Lemino.
They did one on DB Cooper, is it? The guy who disappeared.
Yeah,
out of the
the
plane.
money.
Yes. Anyway.
Wrestling.
Raquel versus Shayna.
Yeah, that is next. Shayna beats Raquel after distraction from Ronda Rousey.
So is Raquel not dangerous anymore? Is she not like a threat? I know she had to get... There was a distraction for her to win, but it was relatively short and straightforward loss.
It was a nice boot up the arse from Ronda to get the pinfall, the leverage again.
Yeah.
There was a nice fall-away slam from Raquel with Shayna like in an arm lock at the time. But apart from that, Raquel didn't do much in this match.
I thought she was a future champion. Now I'm not so certain that they like her that much anymore backstage.
I agree.
Them bitches going up against those witches, isn't it right, Maffew?
That's
Just
right.
those
That's
bitches.
what I said.
They're running wild.
Brr. Chad Gable beats Eric of the Viking Raiders after Maxine Dupree successfully arm drags Valhalla on the outside.
Yeah.
You can't stop her now because she does it to Chad on a web exclusive behind the scenes.
Yeah, that was so funny because Otis just steals the show in everything he's in because she does the arm drag and they all realize she's done it and then they're all like, yeah, and then Otis goes, pretty lady. It's so good.
This match was cut to a very short match, I should say, because of, I think, time restrictions or they're going over. So we got what we wanted, though.
The shoot arm drag, that's all you want.
Arm drag, exactly.
Really good.
Hit the high spot. Finn Balor chats with JD McDonald Google Me backstage. Priest arrives, and Balor asks if he'd cash in on him after winning Money in the Bank. Priest says no, and wants Finn to concentrate on beating Seth for the belt. Elsewhere, Seth is interviewed and says that he's going to issue an open challenge next week.
He also laughs at Balor again in this interview. He goes, it's really been nasty. He's really been nasty to him.
Maybe then Balor goes, all right, I'll take you on next week then, and then we'll get Demon King and Money in the Bank.
Oh, because they're two different people.
Exactly. It's completely different.
I think that Rollins is... Oh, no, actually, no, never mind. That was a theory that wasn't going anywhere, sorry. I was going
like Austin.
No, I was gonna predict something, but it would have involved Balor beating Rollins, and I just don't think that's gonna happen. So never mind.
Ooh.
No way. No.
He could with Dom.
No.
Dom bitch slapping that fool.
No.
JD McDonald Google Me said something that I couldn't understand no matter how many times I watched it. And it felt like a crucial thing. I know how everyone who watches me now feels. But he said something to Finn Balor which I couldn't for the life of me understand.
Would you like to try and do an impression of what he said?
Yes.
It's harder here. He asked, I delivered. I gave the people what they want.
Actually, I did.
Because I want about thanks for the advice at the start of the segment, and at the end of the segment, he says something before walking away, and it felt like a crucial bit.
Up the ship.
Up the ship, yeah. Pints.
Yeah. This is a man's stable.
But I was thinking maybe, because at this time we didn't know that Rollins was going to NXT for that double week thingy they're doing in NXT. So I was thinking maybe Braun could be going to Raw to do the shot. But now that's not going to happen. Who knows who it could be?
Yeah.
I mean, the people putting the show together will.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe they will, maybe they won't, because
could,
that phone is there to give the
oh, dear
orders.
God.
We should have asked, you know how you say that Pierce, who works here at Cultaholic, is a very talented oracle, I believe you call him, because he knows how to pronounce all the Japanese names.
He knows everything about Japanese wrestling.
So in videos, if you need to know how to pronounce a certain wrestler's name, just ask Pierce. He is actually Irish, so we could have asked him what was said here. He's good at deciphering things, and he's good at and he's Irish.
Good at being Irish.
Maybe he only knows Japanese though. So
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we've never actually asked if he's Irish. Maybe he's never been.
he was really bad with
He
accents.
just learned English from an Irish person, so he sounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Like how Kevin Owens learned English by listening to wrestling commentary. So he thought slobberknocker was a real word. Riddle tries to interfere in the main event.
Can I just put something out there, by the way?
Oh, please. Oh, yeah.
Because just after this Rollins promo, we get a big stinky advert for Logan Paul coming back next week.
Oh, we did, didn't we? Yes.
What if Logan Paul challenges Rollins in the Open Challenge next week?
Oh.
Because they got some history there, haven't they, brothers?
You'd think they'd build that up a bit more.
But this is Monday Night Raw where anything can happen.
And it usually doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do it so soon after the Mania. Oh, they could do.
I can see them doing it, hey, he's here.
I think he's a shoe-in to be number 7 in the ladder match.
Yeah.
God, no.
No, of course he's going to
yeah.
be. He's going to do.
No.
He's going to do Big City High spot. He's probably going to turn up on Raw to announce that he's in Money in the Bank.
He's going to win.
Win a qualifier against someone.
I don't like this.
I would, if he'd never had that title match against Roman, I would think he was going to win, but now he's already had a title match and we've had that
Right.
novelty. Maybe he's not.
Yeah, I agree with that. You show up and get pushed off a ladder.
That's good. He's good at that.
Yeah. Riddle tries to interfere in the main event, but he gets held back by officials and gets hit with a big boot by Gunther. Owens and Zayn beat Imperium to retain the tag belts with the Blue Thunder Bomb.
Oh my God.
Yeah, wins a match.
It ends matches again.
Wow.
Again, it did it one point in time.
It's done it before. I remember being like, yay, on an episode. One
has
time in
to-
documented history.
This has to have been some sort of like joke from the lads involved.
Maybe.
Imagine if it finally wins. Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely happened before, but it's so rare when it happens, but it is definitely like the second time in recent memory.
Fair.
Which to me is more important than like Roman Reigns' title reign. It is like the Blue Thunder Bomb ending a match.
Imagine if Fairmaster wins one for Dolph Ziggler. That's the next
Wow,
step.
yeah.
Could you imagine? Corey was on fire in this match with his call of like a Maxine Dupree-esque arm drag from Sami
Yes, he did
Zayn.
do that.
It was really good. Then Gunther's double big boot, that spot where he ran across the ring was lovely. His lariat as well on Sami Zayn was phenomenal. Did I like, because Sami got two big lariats and then kicked out, and I was like, come on. I know he's the heart and soul and all that sort of stuff, but this is Gunther we're talking about. And then Riddle's, one of the highlights of the week was Riddle's 6 spin to get away from the personnel that were holding him back. He literally went like, whoa, to get away from them, and then just got kicked in the head, and it was fantastic. Pointless, sick tricks.
Yes. I agree. It was a lovely little match. I'm looking forward to seeing Sami Zayn and Gunther one-on-one.
Oh,
Yes. Do you think it'll happen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
that could be a SummerSlam match.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I see that.
Oh, yeah.
I thought generally it was a pretty good Raw.
Yeah.
It's hard to enjoy Raw sometimes because it is so long, but it was all right.
The good bits were good enough to make up for the bits that weren't so good.
Yes.
Speaking of which,
Come on.
NXT 2.0. Whoa. Vegans, Virgins, and Von Wagner.
I was just
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
BJ.
Oh, BJ, of
Yeah,
course.
he's big Verge.
Big Verge. Mustafa Ali, Wesley, and Tyler Bate team up to beat the Schism in a 6-man tag match.
No new gimmick for Gacy after last week's promo. I guess we're going on a proper dive over the next few weeks before he finally cracks and uproots himself and walks away with little rooty feet.
What a lovely visual that.
Yeah.
paint.
There was a lovely molly go around over the top from Wesley into Rip Fowler. And then it turned into a proper like black and gold era 6-man tag. Just all the lads getting the big high spots in. You know, the baby faces doing their stuff at the same time. The heels doing their stuff at the same time. It was like halftime heat or whatever it was called.
Oh yeah.
back in the day.
Wow, it was a blast. 2019, right?
Yeah. Ali doing his middle turnbuckle bump once again, trying to make it his own. I mean, half it, he's very good at it.
Yes.
So I was surprised that Tyler didn't get mad because Wesley was pushed into him. And as we know in wrestling, that means that the person who gets pushed into thinks it was a Shoot Brothers. But he didn't because he's a vegan and a hippie. The Shuggy Boat Powerbomb
Yes.
from the Schism. I asked the office if there was any different names for the Shuggy Boat, where you're at school on the playing field. One person grabs the arms, one person grabs the legs, and then you just throw people as far as you can. That's called a Shuggy Boat up here. I don't know, Joe, you got a name for that down in Yorkshire?
We will, right?
Or like, what is it at the? Is that you also call it a shuggy boat at the fair where it's like a big pirate ship?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like Flamingo Land. You ever been on one of Flamingo Land? It's such a joy.
Such a joy.
Such a joy. And it's really fun, isn't it? Great memories of that. Go on that, and then I'll get off it, and then my dad would buy me a donut. Great time.
And you spew it up.
I was going to say,
No, that's like pirate ship first, then donut at Flamingo Land. Great times.
That second referee spot was bollocks, by the way.
thank you.
That even needs to happen all the time, or like maybe in the biggest of matches, but not, just your weekly NXTs. Come on now.
It was probably looked really good on paper, but it was so needlessly dramatic that it took away from the action in the ring. If you didn't watch it, after the Shuggy Boat, 1, 2, second referee runs in and stops the arm from going down, like, no! And he's like, oh, calm down, man, Jesus. And he went, he's not legal. I was like, all right, okay, fine, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but when they came up with that idea, they clearly thought that was going to be very clever. Though they were like, what about this?
And it was then obviously they lost shortly afterwards because they're too busy going, bloody hell, what was that the referee's problem? Is he all right?
But another loss for Gacy, so
Yeah.
maybe he's going to go on a string of losses now before he gets in his little rooty car.
And the winners go off and have jam donuts. It's lovely.
Yes, with the moles and the other animals around.
Tyler Bates' pals.
Yes, with candlelight. But makes sense that they would have a banger on the week that they were voted. Sorry, one of them was voted the most underrated.
Yeah.
Well done, Jack.
Check out the half-year culties on this very channel.
That's right. Because now everyone's going to go, wow, Casey's really good. I'm like,
Yes. That's right.
get you. Charlie Dempsey and Drew Gulak.
Who?
Hype up. Willy Wonka and Drew Gulak hype up Thea Hale ahead of her match tonight. Duke Hudson complains that they're interrupting his marking.
Oh,
And
no.
it is just, the camera pans out, he's just there like, oi, I'm trying to mark
Trophy in
you.
one hand. Marking
He
paper.
carries the trophy everywhere.
After they left, he leaves Andre Chase a voicemail.
This was
saying things have gone out of hand.
Mr.
Andre,
Chase, it's the MVP Duke Hudson here.
Sorry for leaving another voicemail. Where's he been?
Now, what's he not answering the phone for?
Yeah.
And so that's all the shows now on WWE. People are like, hello, I have to ring you on TV.
But also, do we not trust Duke or do we not trust Mr. Chase now?
I'm still not
where is he?
trusting Duke, yeah.
Yeah.
What's Duke done with him,
Duke
though?
steadied the shuggy boat since Andre. Oh, it would have been funny.
Oh,
if I
you're
choked.
so good.
Oh, carry on.
Oh,
Mom spaghetti on my sweater already.
I'm still in the boat, the shuggy boat of not trusting Duke. I think Duke's done something to Andre. Maybe give him a dodgy lasagna or something like that in a hospital bed. Keep him in there for longer.
Yeah,
Disgusting.
that's true.
But it's good on Thea Hale because there were like Charlie and Drew were saying like, "Oh, you're crap, you won, but you're crap," and she was just like, "No, I'm not."
See you in the gym.
Yeah.
They've
but
really,
they've gone, you need to work hard. And she's gone, yeah, you're right, I will.
it's really good man. It's really good man management. It's like Jose Mourinho.
Yes.
She is.
Go on.
Joe Cole.
He was like a Chelsea player who flourished. And Joe Cole.
Joe Cole
She's
was a
Joe
pretender.
Cole.
Yeah. he was
Until
a-
Mourinho got.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's Joe Cole, and they are both Jose Mourinho and John Terry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's Jose and the other one's Marino.
Okay. Yeah.
Together they are.
Jose Mourinho.
Hey. Braun Breaker cuts a promo calling out Seth Rollins. That's right. But Ilya Dragunov instead tries to interrupt while he's being held back by officials. While Braun goes, I thought it was supposed to be hard. Seth appears with the Tron, laughs at Braun's demand for a title shot, but admits it would be nice to go back to where it all started for him, and he accepts the challenge. But yeah, it's a bit of all right for NXT, getting this lad. But then we find out it's because it's bloody Gold Week coming up soon, and they're hyping the hell out of this.
So are these two shows, Gold Rush 1 and Gold Rush 2, are they
Yep.
on separate weeks, or are they doing like 2 consecutive days? Or is it the next week after?
I assumed it was 1 week and then the next.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
assumed that as well,
Days.
but it's just the fact they were called like night 1 and night 2 rather than like week 1 and week 2 threw me a bit. But
I get you, yeah.
I guess they wouldn't want to go up against Dynamite.
Maybe if they say week, they'll think, what, Raw and SmackDown were doing it as well?
Oh,
So-
maybe, yeah.
Oh, could you imagine?
No.
Yeah. Braun Breaker's got a new nickname. He called himself Meaner Than Evil, Braun Breaker.
Meaner than evil.
Meaner than evil.
It's not very good.
It sounds like Evil Knievel.
No, that's what I thought.
Imagine-
Meaner than evil, Evil Knievel.
Eminem and his mate had Eminem for a while went into a rap duo called Bad Meets Evil. Do you remember Bad Meets Evil? I don't really know.
Oh, God almighty. I thought you meant meats as in like bacon. Bad meats.
Why would you? Why on earth would you?
M-E-E-T-S.
Why would you first think I meant the?
Because he's a
Because I've
big
had
fan
some-
of beard meets food, aren't you, Matthew?
Yes, thank you, Ross, for that lovely save.
Right.
Shades of shade given there with the save.
You know that bloke? Is this the English one? Yeah,
Beardy guy.
Big beard. Right. He's obviously class at what he does, and I can't argue with that. Is he a touch arrogant?
If I could put away that amount of food and then have a 6-pack at the end of it, I'd be
Okay.
king of the castle, king
Fair
of the
enough.
castle. Wow, wow, we
He
wow.
didn't bore it. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
What else is there to say about that? Yeah, Rollins is there next week.
Yeah.
Dana Brooke's also here now. Wonderful stuff.
Yeah, but actually, Dana Brooks says she'll be in NXT as long as the brand will have her. Cora Jade interrupts and slaps her.
It was shades
Beautiful
of-
timing.
It reminded me of CM Punk and Shannon Moore.
Oh.
You're a poser.
Again, just to make even better context, I went back and watched all these episodes of Eastern Sci-Fi just to see what it was like.
I read
And-
your articles on them.
Oh, thank you.
They were really funny, Matthew.
I did try. Shannon Moore has all these segments where he's backstage, and not just backstage in the arena, but like by pipes and stuff they found, like the...
I'm a punk.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
So like, I'm Punk. not like other punks. I'm more punk than them. I'm punk cubed. All this other miserable stuff. And then it's just like, fades to black as he's staring at the camera. And then he didn't wrestle. And until finally CM Punk showed up and goes, "Look, what are you doing, you daft little bitch?" And just slaps him. And then beat him in the ring. And I was like, all right, bye, Shannon. Thanks for coming. So, yeah.
There was also another wrestler on NXT this week who reminded me of Shannon Moore, but we'll get to that
Oh,
in due course. Yeah.
I can't wait.
But I thought it was great how on this. I need to go back and watch NXT from 2015 to see if this was true. But it felt like they just got a promo from 2015 and aired it again in 2023 about Dana Brooke because she was calling herself the Total Diva in this promo.
I thought about that. You're right.
They
That's
did
a bit
a really
dark
I'm going to
times.
beat Nikki Bella. I can't wait.
They did a really good job of making her look good. Because I don't think she is that good.
Oh, she's
Really?
right.
She didn't get better.
She's
did
good
she?
at she's got a good high spot in her.
I can't tell if she's improved or not. She's barely done anything.
I like her
months.
flip she does at the start of her entrance.
That's nice.
I like the her promo as well before she got slapped by Cora, where she's like, Mackenzie's like, "How long will you be here?" And she's like, "I'll be here as long as they'll have me," which is spoken like a true superstar.
Right.
Yeah. and then one of them comes up and slaps her.
Yeah.
So she's not wanted.
I have made lemonade out of lemons my entire career, she said.
Okay.
Liar.
Oh, she's tried.
I know, yeah. It's
her.
harsh but fair.
It was. I know what they're trying to do, but it didn't come across how they probably thought it would sound.
Yeah.
So people like Dana Brooke just because she seems like a nice person. Fair
Yeah.
enough. But like, obviously, TV Dana Brooke is like, well, I'm here, and
People like her so much they got weirdly protective over her when Batista was flirting with her on Twitter that time. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
rings a bell. But I
I
can't
think
remember.
Batista and her were flirting on Twitter, and then people were like, "There's actually a very disturbing age difference between the two of them." And I was like, "Oh, they're just joking on. They're just having a
Yeah, if
Is it
if Rhea and Dom can do it.
I don't know. Anyway,
It's Dubs up tonight, boys. What?
that's what he said. I'm not just.
Oh.
I'm not just saying that to us. That's what Wesley said.
That was natural NXT dialogue.
No, because he goes, "It's Dubs up tonight, boys," and then Tyler Bate goes, "That's correct. We won the match." Like it's.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Lee, Bate, and Ali celebrate their victory, but Ali suggests a North American title match between the other two, with himself a special guest referee. They agree, and Tyler takes them out for a vegan meal. What's he like?
Because Ali goes,
What restaurant was it?
I don't know. He goes like, "Oh, can I? Come on now." He goes, "Can I choose where we go?" And then they're like, "Of course you can." He goes, "Vegan, yes." And then Ali looks at Wesley and goes like, "Oh, damn it! I don't trust him."
Tyler.
No, Mustafa Ali.
Oh, you can see he's working the two of them against them.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Working them in it with shoot brothers, some might say.
Yeah.
Or is he just?
It would be a nice way to doing a feud. It's like, I hate you. Why is that? I don't like vegan meals. I want meat.
Yeah.
Booker T pops up. You say meat. Nothing but meat.
From my DoorDash menu. Cora Jade tries to use the kendo stick in a match with Thea Hale, but Dana Brooke puts a stop to it. Thea wins via submission.
Yeah, she does.
Thea
It's a huge
Hale.
win for
Sorry,
Chase
go on.
U. It's a huge win for Chase U.
Thea Hale's got one of the best gimmicks in NXT at the minute because she messed up a couple of things she tried to do, but they could always just say that was on purpose because she's getting trained by Drew and Charlie.
Yeah.
Because she went for like a spinny back flip thingy, which is obviously very hard to do, but didn't come off like you would expect to for a wrestler in the NXT. So
She's living proof of the Chris Jericho theory that nothing's a botch.
I read that.
He said it to True Geordie, didn't he?
you said that very.
It was so funny.
threateningly.
It was so funny.
I read that.
It was so
and
funny.
I took it personally.
It was so funny talking to like, all these pundits who think they know what they're talking about. And he was talking to True Geordie when he was saying this.
Also, you did, but when Jericho says there's no such thing as a botch, but then what was it? I saw you retweet something about Sabu the other day where he said he would deliberately botch something.
Sabu's been saying that for ages, and everyone's been like, "Oh yeah, Sabu
believe
would,
him?
Sabu would call spot. Well, yeah, he would call the spot. The spot would be a botch. Yeah, occasionally, but now everyone's using that like, aha! Every time Sabu botched, he called it. I'm like, no, you're not getting out of that. No way.
Some of the stuff Sabu did was way too difficult to nail it every time, surely, or way too like off a chair onto the ropes, onto which I know like Phoenix could have done it probably.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he's such an innovator back then. No one else was doing that type of stuff.
You are
He deserves
genuinely
all the
You are
respect.
genuinely a Sabu fan, aren't you?
Yeah. He
Even
deserves
though
all the
you-
respect he gets, but then him going,
You dedicated a
watch it
mini
once or
series
twice.
to.
I
laughing.
know. It's funny what you're doing when you're in love with someone, right?
Right. Yeah.
But God. But
Is he one of your favorite wrestlers?
it was back in the day.
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
because I'd see him, I was like, wow, this guy's crazy. He points. Because I used to watch the matches I saw of him to begin with, like the best work he ever did. Like, against pretty good opponents. And then it's, he's still doing those moves? All right, cool.
I didn't realize you were
Changing.
such a big Babe Ruth fan now that we've spoken about on the podcast.
Where's Babe Ruth right now? There you go. Well, that's Sabu. But everything. Think about this. He had that match with Liger, which might be Liger's worst ever match. And the reason why it was so bad is because Sabu said, I forget if he said in his book or an interview, he was so tired because he just married his first wife and he'd been up all night shagging her.
Okay.
So he went out and had, again, Liger's worst ever match.
Fair enough.
You called the Liger, hey, like, I'm going to do something really bad now. Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, but I agree with that. Thea Hale, that's not because her gimmick is she's Scrappy-Doo and she's not supposed to be.
Kenny Omega.
Exactly. Who didn't win any awards this year from us. It's time for Noam Dar's Heritage Cup defense. Woohoo! But he comes out on crutches and claims that Nathan Frazier brutally attacked him in the car park. I can't believe Nathan did this.
Don't deny it, Nathan.
I stand here a victim.
He says, Noam Dar said, Nathan couldn't beat him. He knew he couldn't beat him. He knew which one Nathan attacked him. He's so good.
Yeah, he is good.
Ora Mensah defends the cup in Dar's place.
That was odd now.
That was a bad decision.
Yeah, I was going to say, Double L and Double J try to interfere. Not that Double J. But are stopped by NXT's greatest tag team. Fraser wins, is now the new holder of the cup. Dar is devastated.
Well, why
did we just miss long? Have we just been reading something and we've skipped ahead a few pages? I'm like, he's already lost it.
So what he's done is he's faked an injury because I guess the character of Noam Dar doesn't believe he really can beat Nathan. So he faked this injury to get out of it. But then he's put his mate who's lower in the pecking order, who's presumably not as good as him, to defend it. And then what?
It's just not how wrestling works, is it?
Well, no.
He's bought the cup and he's dropped it.
Yeah. And then afterwards, Dar's like, oh, no. I'm like, well, you've caused this yourself.
I tell you what, though, I can't wait for next week's episodes of Hard Hitting Home Truths.
Oh.
Because that's going to be a Bobby Dazzler.
I hope the cup is placed in front of him so I can't see him.
They'll have him and Dragon Lee and Ulysses Leon and Valentina Ferros all delivering some hard-hitting home truths.
We've got 5 new names for them. Noam Dar's Loser Gang.
Oh, that's good. Write that one down.
Oh, the Noam losers.
Oh, never blinder. He makes it look so easy.
I've just realised who should be on it with them. Hey, chat, it's Stevie.
I'm live streaming.
I'm the internet correspondent of the Hard Hitting Home Truths.
They are written by the same person, surely. Hard Hitting Home Truths and
Of course.
Stevie. Yeah.
Yes, on the back of a napkin and crayon.
Yes.
I've always sorry, this is going to be a weird sentence. A bit of a weird Heritage Cup match because all the falls were the same. There was no progression like there normally is from the one Heritage Cup match that I've seen so far.
Yeah.
The pay-per-view, that's the only one I've ever seen.
What you said makes sense, though.
NXT UK, though?
I've never watched it.
Does what? Who?
I watched that Dragunov match with Gunther.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if only that was for the Heritage Cup.
Yeah.
If only. But Mensah looked all right, and that's the first time I think I've seen him wrestle like a longer match.
That was a positive.
Yeah, but I thought Nathan is so lucky that he is good at wrestling. Like that finisher. When he does that finish at the end and he's doing 17 million corkscrews, you forget about all the gimmick and you're just like, yes, let's cheer this good wrestler.
It was a Phoenix splash and he nearly lost it, but he's so good he just did it anyway somehow in a really tight window. It was very impressive.
Because if he didn't have that, he would have got booed. But because he can do that, he got cheered.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's happened already, though. He's already won the cup. I'm like, okay.
He can retire now, can't he?
Yeah.
That's what he wanted. It was his aim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can go back home and play for whatever football league
Chelsea.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
In the
He
EPL.
could probably have made the EPL. He was looking for a right winger at the minute. Newcastle?
Yeah, we'll have Nathan
No,
Frazier.
come on, stop it.
No, we need a backup.
Not that desperate. We see at Laia Valkyria, whatever, where she jogs about and does a sick kick off a wall.
She goes, wait, is it going to pick this up?
Oh,
I'm
please do it.
scared
Go
now.
on, Jack.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God, the TV's going to fall and everything.
Please. Does this people go?
Yeah.
Hey.
That's the second most
the
impressive
Geordie
jump he's done
dancer.
To be fair, yeah. But to be fair, she does it into a cartwheel, and the cartwheel's impressive, but the kick itself was wang. Can I say that word? Yeah, it was crap.
I'm Lyra, and I'm Wang.
I thought it was another sign of a new gimmick potentially for, like, you know, going away from the Raven lady. But then she says she's still fighting with the spirit of the warrior. So I guess she's going to be like a hybrid of the, going to be a Raven fitness fanatic.
And a racist.
What?
Oh, different warrior, right.
Oh, right. Got you.
JC Jane watches the video package for the women's locker room and gets into an argument with Elektra Lopez.
She eliminated you. Well, she eliminated you as well. Damn it.
Who the hell was this other lady, though? I've never seen
This
it before.
was
Lola
the-
Vice.
The crowd were going, Lola, Lola. Yeah, can you hear them when the segment was on?
I don't like anybody, but I like you. And he's like, thanks.
I like you as well. From the minute she walked on screen, there was about 4 blokes in the crowd. You could hear going, Lola, Lola. And they never introduced her. She didn't go, you're Lola Vice,
I
aren't
know,
you?
yeah.
Oh,
Lola Vice.
great name.
It's a good
LA
name,
Knight.
like,
It's
yeah.
LA
LA Knight, yeah.
Yeah. Von Wagner. Oh, God.
Oh!
God in heaven.
This segment makes life worth living.
Von Wagner, Robert Stone, and chat about last week's therapy session. And what's the line?
She's the best. She sure takes a lot out of me. He does this little look away. Because he's thinking about, like, Sabu the night before that Jushin Thunder Liger match. All the shagging he's been doing with the therapist.
Yeah. Dijak walks past and insults them. Von isn't phased.
Yeah, he's not. He after
He didn't have the energy.
after losing to Dragunov, Dijak's been knocked way down. Like, Von Wagner's even sneering at him, going, I don't care about you. Yeah.
Stone asks if he opened up to the therapist about the photo, and Von Vankman says no, but she opened up for me.
Maffew.
No, is that too much?
Maffew. Gregory.
What a visceral image. Arse cheeks apart. That's what he's saying, innit? It's not me.
It might be you.
Could have been metaphorically, but it wasn't.
Oh, I bet if she was a wolf, you'd be all right with it. Stone gets angry, you big fur. Stone gets angry and asks if Von trusts anybody. But don't you see, Rob? I trust you. It's
was
always you.
What does this mean?
How didn't Rob see it? He's such
We asked him 300 times. He said no every time. So.
Don't you see, Rob? You fool! It was like the high point of like a rom-com where they both confess their feelings to each other
Outside
Yes,
the
yeah.
wall pack.
in the rain.
Yes,
Mandy and Paddy.
So stupid for such an intelligent man. That's what Cum said to him. Was
Yeah.
lovely. Yeah. So either the picture's back in canon.
So since I've been like,
What does it mean?
I don't know. Since I've been like obviously watching films again and that for the first time in like 10 years, I've realized I've read a few reviews of films and stuff, and people often say that the emotion of this bit wasn't earned, or this wasn't earned, or our trust in this character wasn't earned by the direction of the film up to that point. This wasn't earned. Why? This Von going, it's always been you, Rob. I'm like with the previous segment, I feel like we've missed parts of it in the build-up.
The therapist has given Von, much like Kane and Tori, the therapist has
God.
given Von feelings and humanized him. Therefore, finally, the wall's been broken down.
I'd like to apologise for my arse cheeks comment a few moments ago. I feel like it was really vulgar and I don't know.
You made my little comment look even filthier.
Sorry. But no, this was bad. This wasn't very good at all.
It's all been rubbish, and I can't wait to see what happens next week.
I hope she's pregnant.
I'm starting to feel bad for.
Rob, I'll tell you. The secret is. Sorry, my phone's ringing. Oh, yo, what? Oh no.
I'm feeling bad for Von because for some reason, instead of just letting him be a huge bloke who batters people, they're trying to give him a quirky personality or emotions. And why? Just let him be a monster.
Because he can't do it and it's funny.
Yeah, I'm fascinated to seeing, like, is there an end game here? Like, this will get him over in the ring? Because so far it's like, what can this be the result of?
Imagine Shawn Michaels is like, right, what can we do? We've tried everything with this bloke. Let him beat up some people? No. Emotional angle.
Let's emphasize his weakest bit.
I know.
The Von
talking.
Trapp family is what will be the result of this entire thing. Trap me and trap them in submissions and stuff like that. There'll
good
be
pun,
a
that,
child arrive next week via the therapist because it's NXT. Births will take that quick to do. It's all going to write itself. It's all going to be fine.
It almost is like it's writing itself.
Yeah.
Jack's
Yes.
AI utopia is upon us. Action Scripts
Oh,
God.
win a handicap match against Dabba Kato, and it was so funny. Vic saying,
It was scary.
usually the one in a handicap match has a disadvantage, but I don't know that in terms of Dabba Kato, who lost last week to Scripps in a singles match.
he did.
And then Vic couldn't believe these two were able to work together to beat Dabba. And yeah, they're victorious.
He opened his eyes, he took his mask off, and they're friends now.
I couldn't believe it, me. Dabba Kato is done. Stick a fork in him.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah.
There was-
Shades of when, my God, what was his name? And he lost
Go
to
on.
the Lucha House Party all the time. What was his name?
Oh,
He
I
got-
know what you mean.
He got cancelled.
Yes.
Lars
Lars
Sullivan.
Sullivan.
Right. Well, how long ago does that feel now? And he was on the rise. Well, on the.
On that cursed ladder match that they had at NXT.
Well, when he.
When he got a 5-star from Dave
Yeah,
Meltzer.
that's it. Lars Sullivan's 5
Oh
stars.
God! It had other people in as well. It was a really fun match.
Yeah.
Big Damon was in it though. He got a 5-star out of it.
Good
I
for
think.
him.
Yeah.
Reggie nearly died. I'm not going to call him Scripps. I don't agree with the name. Plus, I'm not one of his peeps.
Is that what-
Yes, as
his
Booker D
family?
point out.
I'm not one. No,
No,
different.
not his family.
His roll through arm drag thingy, like assisted from Axiom, which sent him over the top rope, which nearly killed him on landing.
Yeah, that was scary.
Oh, nearly landed straight on his tête. It's just French for head.
Oh, thank you.
Bonjour.
Ça va? So they were somehow able to beat the mighty Dabba-Kato. But they're attacked afterwards by Los Lotharios.
The Lethal Lovers.
I was
are you doing?
buzzing.
Aye.
Aye.
Finally, they're getting used somewhere. What have they done? Are they just too cool and cocky in real life as well? That rubs people up the wrong way. There's got to be a reason why they're not on the main roster being used.
Yeah, they're so good. Especially Garza. Nothing against Umberto. We're very posh there. Nothing against Umberto. But Angel Garza is really good.
Yeah. But I think it's
I
just...
think on a news video I called him the second coming of Eddie Guerrero. Tom just didn't say anything in response to that, and I thought I'd maybe
knows you're gonna get roasted online,
over-egged
right?
it. Really? For that?
Angel Garza is really good.
I mean, he's really good, but you just got to leave, like, Eddie's Eddie.
Can't compare him to Eddie. He's more comparable to Eddie than everyone they try to compare to Eddie, I
Oh,
think.
I mean, okay, I'll give you that.
He's got
yeah.
the sort of smarmy heel nature
And he's sex on legs.
and the skills to pay the bills. Yeah.
Twisted Steel of sex appeal and all that.
Yes.
Uh,
Wait. Was
Bless
that
you.
was that a Grease 2 reference? No.
I can't remember who said
Twisted
that.
Steel. I'm gonna go.
Sounds like something I've heard in wrestling.
Superstar Billy Graham, innit?
Oh.
Thank you. of course
Why
it
have
is.
I thought it was from the
Grease
song.
2,
I thought it was from the song
Superstar Billy
I thought it was from
Graham.
the song Cool Rider from Grease 2.
Cool rider. Yeah, I like that NXT is being used for like, okay, almost like East and Sci-Fi. Twice I was getting mentioned now. But like, okay, we've nothing for you on the main roster, but we don't want to lose you, so let's put you here. Slow cooking. Get a beef brisket on the go. Ooh. Stax is looking at Evan's board like in the films. He concludes that Tony is right, and Gallus must have been the ones who ran him out to the fuzz because Pretty Deadly can't swim very well. He wants to prove himself to Tony because right now he's just the underboss.
You want me to be the underboss, huh?
Yeah.
He took all that time to work out something we already knew.
Tony told him last week. Tony went,
Yeah, he told him.
it's probably
You
Gallus.
idiot.
It's probably Gallus, but figure it out. And he's gone, he's right, it's Gallus.
And the only reason he picked Gallus is because there's 3 of them, and he was able to go bada bing, bada bang, bada boom.
It was also
It's gonna be there.
in all
If there's
of,
4 of them, it's a bad.
Bada bazinga.
in all of the examples of the big evidence board or the conspiracy board used in. You're right.
It's like the amount of backwash you're putting that. Sorry.
You can see backwash. What?
You know what they call it when there's like you've been eating but you've been drinking something, so you see
Oh, you've actually been putting food in there, like fish
That's
food.
weird.
That's
Yeah.
disgusting, that.
like fish. Yeah, actually, we're make sure I get some.
You're not going to drink the food you've already eaten or chewed up.
Yeah, I'm like a mama bird feeding a baby bird, but I'm both birds.
I'm the turkey.
I pretend that was
Like
all right and
orange
acceptable.
juice with bits in it.
That's it. It's some pulp.
Some people pretend that they like the bit, and I don't get them.
Do you like the bits, Joel?
Are you a bits person?
No, not at all.
I'll try. Well, I'll have like a smoothie, like instant smoothie or whatever, but I won't get the with pulp.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Why do people want that?
Weirdos. What are we talking about the big film board?
All right. In all the examples I've seen in pop culture of the big board being used, this was maybe the worst one because it wasn't even. It was just the size. It was about that big. It wasn't like the point is it's meant to be huge, isn't it? But they've realised we've not actually told any story, so there's no thing. There's nothing,
there was nothing for them to put on the board apart from
yeah.
dead people.
Apart from and the 3 members of Gallus, so he could do the catchphrase. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good.
They're so intent on making a film here than making anything wrestling related that it doesn't even make any sense. Because, all right, Gallus told the police that
Called the police.
that they murdered some lads. Or attempted murder,
So
obviously.
you think that he's in jail for Pretty Deadly?
I think
Well,
it's
they showed him.
I think it's a as yet unknown reason.
Yeah,
mate.
me too, because otherwise Stax would be in there with him.
Yeah. He assisted.
Oh,
It was a car.
It was a tornado tag team match, wasn't it?
It was.
There wasn't an accomplice on the scene.
I forgot that he was in the match because they wouldn't be able to tell the story if they didn't.
Yeah.
So that's why only one of them's got it. Because if they both went to prison, that's it. They'd stay there.
I don't
BJ and JB aren't going to go help them.
I don't think they're ever going to actually say what it was. I think he's just been in there for crimes.
But then it's like, all right, so he's committed a crime. Yeah.
Well, he's a mobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't believe he's in crime. That's horrible.
Oh,
That. You're like,
do you see that John
nah.
Gotti's son boxed Floyd Mayweather?
God. John Gotti's son, one of his sons, isn't it? John Gotti the third.
Gotti. Yeah.
John Gotti the third.
He was like a mob leader. Everyone knows John Gotti.
Yeah. For Floyd Mayweather.
Obviously, Floyd Mayweather was winning.
Of course.
He's Floyd Mayweather.
He could shut his hands, eyes, shut his eyes and his hands and
He's
won.
just calmly boxing him, and the ref stops the fight. And then,
Somewhat inexplicably.
and then Gotti decides, now I'm going to try and fight him after the match has been stopped. And he tries to attack Floyd Mayweather, the greatest defensive boxer of all time, who obviously goes,
Yeah.
he just moves out of the way of all the punches. Oh, dear me.
Floyd's post-retirement tour is just...
Didn't he go to Japan and fight that kickboxer?
yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
This really respected kickboxer. He was just like, first time boxing. Floyd outweighed him and just wellied him in the first round. And then it was so cool because the guy's crying like, oh, I can't believe we've lost in one round of disrespect my sport. He goes to Floyd and he's like,
Yeah.
dancing in
he
the
boxed.
background.
He boxed Logan Paul and sort of
yeah.
accidentally knocked him out and then had to hold him up by so he could go the distance.
Before people that, when you Googled them, you would not get their Wikipedia page or their
Yeah.
LinkedIn page. You would get results to other people asking, who is he?
Floyd
It's
Mayweather
just-
doesn't need any more money. Is he just doing this
He
because he's
does.
bored?
I think it's just the easiest money he's ever going to get.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's doing a Babe Ruth. Like, I'm going to show up after just having parties and
Babe
win.
Ruth has been
Because
mentioned
no
so
one can
many
touch
times.
me, even now.
You see McGregor at the weekend have a shoot fight with a mascot.
Oh, God.
What a week for MMA and the boxing. When Logan Paul's stuff looks normal by comparison. So if people didn't see this, you've done loads of these things where it's like, let's get the big mascot.
Pete
here
Rose
we
and
come.
Kane,
Yeah, right. And then, oh, it's Conor McGregor. And the guy's a bit cheeky. And then he like punches the mascot face bit. It's obviously because his head's down here, right? So he lands. Conor, for whatever reason, then punches him again, but that time connects for real.
Yeah.
So they had to take the mascot to the hospital.
So is that real?
In the outfit,
I
I
thought the
assume.
hospital bit was just added on as like
Apparently
a
it was
word.
a-
No, apparently it was real.
right,
Oh, it's just me being falling for the obvious
No,
stuff.
it might be real.
Because then they
He
still...
Shane McMahoned him, I think.
Yeah, because they still took him out anyway. That was the plan. But because I thought the first one was, because that's just air.
Why,
But the second one, he
why
punched him
did
for
he
real.
administer a killing blow on the floor?
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah, I guess so.
Off his face on many things,
He's
allegedly.
off the... Well, was it is this week? Or maybe like the upcoming weeks, he has to like get in the testing pool to actually box.
saw it, yeah.
Because he's not been in the testing pool, as you can see, because he's been off his nut.
He also weighs like double the amount. Not in terms of he's not like put on fat. He just looks like he's full
Yeah.
of water. Like he's just swollen up.
It's just bizarre. He goes off the side of testing pool thing and
He
suddenly
also
he grows
looks-
and his head has grown.
He also looks like a different man.
Yes, because
Yeah.
that's what HGH does to somebody.
I'm not suggesting that he's.
Maffew,
come
you'll
on
do
now.
a Twitter thing about you if someone shares it
He
to
called
him.
out True Geordie, whose response was.
Oh, I'm definitely the same level as him,
He
yes.
called out True Geordie, whose response was, "Oh, I could beat him in a fight." I don't think you could.
Who?
True Geordie. He went, "Well, I'm bigger than him. He's like a child. I could pick him up."
True Geordie said he could be
Yeah.
Conor. What is he doing?
I think the fact that I know that Conor McGregor's half his size, but the fact he's a professional fighter probably.
But I've watched loads of matches, me, like.
I don't know.
Look, I loved him when he played FIFA and just mouthed off about football. Then with Grant, now he suddenly knows everything about everything. You're like, are you all right, pal?
yeah.
Yeah, I could play
Too
better than
much
Sam
success.
Fenn than me. Like, all right. So that's two people going to fight. That's great. I can outrun both of them, me, and I actually can. Yay!
Well
Because they're
done.
massive and they're killers. And you know what? I'm going to keep on this run of scorching the earth. Blair Davenport had a bit after this that no one's commented on here. I don't blame you for leaving it off.
What? I have. I've mentioned it.
It's later on, isn't it?
It's later
Much
on.
later on. Oh, I've just skipped all the other things, and then I'll carry on.
The next thing you want is Dull and Thea backstage.
Dull and Thea were backstage and reveals he's holding a pep rally for her next week. They're interrupted by Tiffany Stratton, who says that Thea's underdog story will come to an end. Gulak and Dempsey arrive and are unhappy with Duke for taking Thea's title win for granted. Thea says it's okay. She knows she can win.
Don't worry, Duke. I can win.
Just like all the Americans, they go, I believe that we will win. They do all that before the football games and the cricket and the rounders.
Is Duke going to accidentally cost her the match?
More mixed signals from Dull Hudson here.
Yeah.
He was begrudgingly clapping her last week. This week he's standing up for her. We don't know what he wants. It's confusing to follow along.
He feels more like the assistant teacher who's just like, oh, whatever, I wasn't supposed to be in today.
No, he's one of the
You
more...
kids just not kill each other.
I think
That's
he's
the
one
rest
of the
of
more
corner.
complex characters in the history of fiction.
He's the substitute teacher who wants to take over from the dean, but he can't because he's just a sub.
That's right.
There's so
Teacher.
many,
And they don't want no sub.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
so many layers to him. He's
He's an ogre.
better than all the bloody Sopranos. Oh my God, what's going on in his head?
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah.
I've written down here.
What if Chase comes back to like, yay, come on, you've got this. When she's
Well-
a hold, and she gets so confused that she gets rolled up.
Oh my God.
And then
oh,
Dull is
Maffew,
like,
that's what's gonna
Dull's
happen,
like,
man.
I can't believe you came back. I've prepped it. Thea Hale can wrestle now, and she's over, and now you ruined it. This is my you now.
I think you've.
I
think
still
that's it.
believe there's good in the world, and I don't want that to happen.
Oh, okay.
Well, what have you written? Did you
I
say?
wrote down a sentence. It's like, Charlie and Drew are right to be moaning at her, but fair play to her for getting back to training. That's a sentence I wrote down in my spare time
Yeah,
while watching
that's
this
true.
segment.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I need to get a
No,
life.
it's good that you're invested.
Get
in-
a life.
No, it's a sign that the
Yeah, like
storylines do.
Ross, you sad man. Fair play to her for getting back to training, eh? Well done, her.
Yeah, it's good though because they're like, no, like, no, this lads are being mean. He's like, no, I do need to get better. It's like, well, okay.
Should we like get everyone in the office to go to the pub on a Friday or something? It's been lovely
watch
weather.
NXT?
It's been lovely weather recently. No, instead of just Ross has made me there realize, God, yeah, we don't have lives now. Like, what,
And even less of a life thanks to CM Punk on Saturdays.
yeah. This week, innit?
That's
Never
the
liked
last-
CM Punk.
The last free week, the last short week.
Malik Blade wins a single match against tag partner Edris Enofe. They hug afterwards, and Edris tells Malik that he knows his birthday and that he loves him. And it's great because Booker and Vic were like, they're not having chemistry now. They're just being negative to one another. 'Cause Vic's like, well, you don't know my birthday. And Booker's like, yeah, you're right, I don't. Because we're not friends. He yells at him. They have a heartwarming celebration with JB, BJ, Hank and Tank, which is immediately interrupted by Booker T.
Hold on now.
Oh. He announces that the three teams will have a number one contenders match next week. And then winner of that shot will get a match, will get a tag title shot. I believe they made Booker T say this so he would know what was happening next week.
I was when he was saying, I was thinking he's going to make a mistake somewhere, but he didn't. He got everything
It's
right.
like when the bad kid at school gets made a prefect to give them a bit of responsibility.
Everybody brawls while Garza and Humberto are interviewed up on the platform and says they want to be part of the NXT tag division as they're all brawling and fighting one
That
another.
was a weird decision.
That again, it was one of those things that looked really cool if this was a TV show, not a wrestling show. It was just a bit like, we see the action.
They
please.
want it to be a TV show so badly.
Yeah.
Well, it is a TV show, but you know what I mean.
I thought Edris and Malik were excellent in their match, though, flying around the ring very fluidly.
I'm surprised Malik won. I thought Edris was seen as the more promising of the two, but
Yeah, I like the bit where Malik was swinging his dick a bit further with the torpos over the top. His went a bit further than Edris's did. But yeah, it was a really good match. And then, as you say there, I know your birthday. I love you.
Whoa, wait a minute.
who's going to win that number one contenders tag match?
A
I'd say-
babyface team, because
Yeah.
it's Gallus.
They're all baby faces.
I'd say Blade and Enofe.
Blade and Race.
Oh, do you reckon?
Huh?
The Blade and Races.
I thought you were going to say that. I think so as well. Yes. The boys.
Yeah, because they know each other.
Yeah,
No
and I,
Jim's
think
birthday.
I feel like Gallus have wrestled. Well, they've wrestled BJ and JB already. They've not wrestled Hank and Tank, I suppose.
Oh, God, they all baby faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hank and Tank have had a bit of a backseat role, so, like, since their
Yeah.
match together, haven't they? Yeah, probably is.
Oh, they've just been having beer and wings and.
Damon Kemp confronts the referee backstage about the finish of last week's match, where his foot was on the ropes, and he's exactly right, it was.
Yeah, the ref's actually an
heel.
arsehole, yeah.
Yeah, and Eddie Thorpe was also a dickhead, because he showed up and was like, whoa, what are you complaining about?
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Why are you saying he's a furry? Is he a furry?
No, because he had the big collar on.
Oh,
So I call it, it's like, I love playing music, I love my my tribes. So it's like, oh, it's DJ Yif.
Okay.
And I called him three weeks in a row. It was only the third week. You were, what did you call him?
Oh, right. Okay. Tell me
Start
what.
pretending that I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we're all wolves now together.
And now it's unleashed this horrible thing.
We're
So
the
it's all
wolf
my
pack.
fault.
We are the wolf pack.
Yeah.
Even
Joel's in the wolf pack, yeah.
Which one's the alpha? It's got to be Joel.
Kayla.
right?
Ross's girlfriend.
Ah, she's an angel.
She did the quiz and got an angel, which isn't even an animal.
I know.
What?
She got she did the
You know,
same
we all
furry
got wolves
quiz,
in the personality quiz.
Oh, yeah.
and she got an angel, yeah.
Oh.
I know.
An angel in a fursona.
In a fursona quiz, yeah. An angel.
This quiz stinks.
I want to know what the picture looked like. You know, we got the wolf picture.
Oh.
I'm going to Google angel furry now and I'm scared.
I hope it's one of those biblically accurate angels you see. Just shapes and lines.
Oh, God. Just
No!
All right, it's one of Jack the Ripper's victims on screen.
That's how you're in a quiz. Am I a furry? Am I a wolf? No, you're Jack the Ripper's victim.
You're a Dickensian
So
victim.
it turns out your angel fursona still is quite doggy. It's like a dog with angel wings.
Oh, God.
Or maybe a cat with angel wings. So yeah,
new to me.
almighty.
Stop it.
He's in wonderful shape. It's a bloke with like a six pack, but he's got an angel head on.
We go down to the beach. Dutch Angel Dragons is like it's a website actually. DutchAngelDragons.com.
Oh, good. There's a plural. There's more than one of them.
Angel dragon. I was scared.
No, you keep on scrolling and something bad's going to
Oh,
come up.
feet
so-
pictures as well.
Oh, hello. Damon Kemp does his thing. Eddie Thorpe offers him a rematch under any stipulation. Kemp says he'll think about it. Yeah, Damon Kemp was right here. The referee was a dick. DJ Yip was a dick. And then he's like, all right, I'll have a rematch then. And he got one.
But
Right.
he's also made a grave error because he's gone, you can pick any stipulation. And Kemp's, instead of going, yes, absolutely, he's gone, I'll think about it.
You just say he's made a grave mistake.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yes, Queens.
Yeah.
I hope that Damon uses this to his advantage. Like and pick. Sorry, that Damon uses this to his advantage to pick the stipulation, like one arm time behind the back. Because again, he is a heel.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll do it right.
Yeah.
He's a heel who is right.
Yeah.
We said this last week, didn't we? A heel who is right.
I wonder what he is going to pick. He can use weapons and think he can't. I don't know. No rope breaks.
You can wear whatever you
He's
want
gonna
to the match.
He's going to say, like, no rope breaks or something, isn't he? Anyway.
More importantly, Blair Davenport has a handy breakdown of all the locations she attacked members of the women's
This was
division in.
brilliant.
Here I am, round the corner.
She calls out Roxanne Perez and obviously got some stuff later on. The dialogue, what she's saying, like, I beat this woman up here. That's fine. And then
Arrest her.
Yeah. So the police can get Mr. Tony Soprano, not a problem, after someone rang up and says something. But she's on TV going, ran over her there, did that, whatever.
Maybe the fact it's part of the TV show now makes it fake.
Right.
And the fact that Tony's wasn't is a shoot dealings.
Yes.
Yeah.
In kayfabe.
Maybe the car park is like, I've been led to believe that in online role-playing games, that once you venture outside of the village, other players can attack you.
Okay.
It's a player versus player area.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well done.
The car park's like that.
Yes.
It's not a safe haven of the... Actually, no, she attacked Sol Rookery in the PC.
Shocking. That's why she's evil. The dialogue she was given in between that, have you got some of them?
Enemies of Blair, beware.
No. I have to interrupt.
like
She
Gordon
did
Brown?
not say that.
What did she say? 'Cause
She
I
went,
couldn't-
enemies of Blair. She pronounces Blair as blur because of her accent, and beware like bear. So enemies of blur, beware.
The Gallagher's like
It doesn't
shaking
even
in
rhyme. Enemies of blur, beware. No.
What
So
is
enemies
this?
of blur, beware. At
You sound
least,
like-
so
you sound
change it.
like Phoenix Knight.
It's one of the most easiest things. Yes.
Strumra.
Blair, beware. It's the most simple thing.
In our accent.
It's
But
not
that's why
her
they've
fault
written,
she was
they've written it
born in
down,
a
gone.
different place,
They've written it down, gone. That's perfect. And she says it. It's like, oh, okay.
Blair beware for us it works, but
Blair, beware. Yeah. It's
but if we had to
blur, beware.
yeah, but certain people would rhyme dog paw and being the opposite of rich, poor. But it never works in our accent. That. So I sympathise with her in terms of the Blair beware thing.
I don't.
The dialogue though was silly
Yeah.
that she was given.
I think it was a lovely bow on the end of a 2-year storyline.
God, it is, isn't it?
Is it 2 years? I don't know.
It
I've
feels
just
like it.
Plucked the number from the top of my head there.
God.
Yeah. Wow. In the arena, Roxanne defeats Tatum Paxley and cuts a promo in response, saying she isn't scared of Davenport.
And Booker goes, oh, because it's his daughter, and he's
Yeah.
buzzing for her. He ends the promo. She looks at the camera. She stares at the camera at the end of the promo, and you just hear Booker going,
It was a really weird camera shot. It just kept getting closer and closer and closer.
she's got mad eyes when she wants to. Roxanne Perez. She looks a bit. She looks a bit like an evil doll from a horror film or something.
She was all right, though. She finished the match with a sunset flip. Managed to bonk herself on her own head. Still able to pin.
Yeah,
Don't
it looked
criticize
scary,
her
that
wrestling.
one.
She's Roxy. She's really good.
Won't dare, because Booker T will actually fight me. McGregor won't. True Geordie won't. Booker will.
What was that? Was that not Tatum's fault for dropping 2 suddenly? I don't know how the mechanics of that maneuver work.
That was part of Blair's video package as well. She was like, I even inspire such fear that I have people helping me. And then she was Tatum Paxley. So that's why she eliminated herself from the Battle Royal.
Well, we made that clear on the
She's
show.
so scared of Blair that she thought, I've got to align myself with her. Like Voldemort attracting Death Eaters.
I don't know if I've seen that one yet.
Well, it's just the general.
Oh,
I just ruined it for you. Can't believe it. What were you up to when you?
I've only seen 4, still 4. Well, I started with a 5, but then apparently 5's the worst one. So I entered that one with a negative mindset to begin with, so I'm just not interested.
I can't remember which one 5, but I saw Deathly Hollows Part 1 at me Nana's because she put it on. I'm like, all right. And I was just amazed by how grim everything was, and it ends in a big character death. And I'm like, this is how this series is at.
I got the part where they're in some sort of woodland area and this little blonde lass has gotten a little cart thing and they're riding along. That's as far as I've got. I've forgotten the blonde lass's name.
While we're talking about films, we need to remember
No idea what you're talking about.
in a future
I
episode.
really just dipped out when I was a kid.
In a future episode, someone's made a Jack on film intro. And next week or something, I'd like us to just run. I don't even have to talk about films, but it's just it's good. the way he's
Cool.
done it.
Should we do it after this segment?
No, I'll do it next week.
Oh,
Do it after like Tubman in Japan or something.
Like,
Joel knows what I'm talking about, the film thing. Yeah.
okay, cool.
It's in the chat, guys. Our chat that we have. We know
we have a chat.
We're all friends in the chat.
Was it sent on the weekend?
It was like a few weeks ago now.
Oh, I'd never check on the weekend.
Yeah, come on.
Fair enough.
Backstage, Fallon Henley warns Gigi Dolan to watch out for that
Who?
snake.
You mean Mama?
I mean, this is the one where Shannon.
Wait,
this is who reminded me of Shannon Moore. Was
Wait, hang
Gigi
on.
Dolan.
Who's the mama?
Cowboy lady.
It's Fallon Henley.
Fallon Henley.
JB calls her Mama.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember
Oh,
last
Johnny
week?
Bravo. That's right. I remember
Good luck,
that.
Mama.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. Do the mugger with me.
Watch out for that snake. I thought Gigi was a mum. I was like, I missed that. Gigi
Well, yeah.
says she's going to show Kiana why you don't mess with a reject.
Why you don't mess with a reject?
Have I mentioned my bad childhood yet?
Why is she on
What the hell?
Why does she deliver her life? You know that app that people have been using where it makes everyone look like they're crying, and it's just people filming their mates and they're all like laughing because it looks so silly. They're all like going, like
No,
it,
I'm seeing
it
that.
warps their
Good
face. So like if you go
Oh.
around, you just see people go like, that's what her delivery's like.
Yeah.
She's like Lemon Grab as well from
Oh,
Adventure
I've thought
Time.
about that for a while.
Yeah.
She mentioned fear as well. Apparently, Kiana fears what she doesn't understand, which is why she doesn't like her. So that's a thing.
Yeah. Well, Fallon knows what Kiana's like. She's had dealings with her before. So she's just passing on the wisdom to Gigi.
It's so weird because she's been less goth, like as weeks go by following the split.
Now she's just
So-
a reject.
yeah, now you just crap.
Oh, hey.
I miss being PK.
Yeah. Bronco Nima and Lucian Price.
I've
yes.
heard my voice there a bit doing
Oh,
this.
bless you. Have been friends since childhood.
Oh, God, these boys.
And they enjoy playing dominoes. The streets are their home, and they don't trust anybody except each other.
The world tried to separate us. The streets tried to claim us. Opportunities drive by us a lot. My ears weren't working this week, so it could have been something different. But NXT isn't ready for us. This was like a mid-noughties promo
It was.
from like SmackDown or something.
Yeah, it was.
The vibe of it, the clothes and everything.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I also just think it's funny, like dominoes is seen over there as like something that people play, like in these parts of neighborhoods where
Whee!
over here it's played like by old people.
They're all falling down.
Yeah. It's Bones over there. They're playing, throwing
Right.
Bones.
It's like, I played this with my nana.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Yeah.
My nana would love these guys because they play dominoes.
They must have shoot games to snap as well.
That's it. For us, it's on the level of like, yeah. It's like a little silly game, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's serious.
You're going to play jacks.
Yeah.
In the main event, Baron Corbin beats up Ilya Dragunov, and he's got some weird gear on this week, Baron Corbin, after interference from Bron Breakker.
He's got fighting shorts on, Maffew. He's like Brock Lesnar.
Baron Corbin was dressed like he's been having a secret liaison with somebody's wife, and then the husband's come back early, and she's going, crap, out the window.
I thought it was a good match for the second week in a row, by the way. We got This Is Awesome chance for a Baron Corbin matchup.
Yep.
He's on a streak. The slaps were great. The lariats was great, especially like Ilya's 619 lariat thing that he does. The bump over the top rope to ensure the bruise was hurt was good from Ilya. Like, continuing the story. The face first bit into the steel rung under the ring. That was good as well. It was a good match. Corbin doing a backbreaker onto the bruise because the bruise was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Storytelling.
That would have genuinely just hurt. You can't avoid that because it's a bruise.
Yeah. Eddie Dragunov is mint. That's the news
I
that
thought
we
that
have.
about when
Baron Corbin's better.
I thought this about when
okay.
Cody did that match with his torn pec, and he had that horrible bruise.
Oh, yeah.
And they would do spots where like Rollins would jab the kendo stick in and go like, eh. And I know he's not actually putting pressure down on the kendo stick. He's just wiggling his body so it looks like it. But the kendo stick is still touching the. There's no way that can't be horrible.
That whole match was amazing.
Wrestlers are crazy.
It's like, oh, we shouldn't have done this, but it was amazing.
Yeah, he's really
Getting mixed signals there.
And then he lost in the main event. WrestleMania.
Should have tried harder.
And then Braun
So
Breaker.
are we saying if he'd had a torn pec, he would have won?
Yeah, it makes him. It's his demon.
That's his demon.
Yeah.
All right, Roman, you beat me when I was healthy, but now I've got a torn pec. Roman's like, no.
Imagine that. He just walks down the ring, just snaps his arm. Right, I'm ready now.
Hitting them with the arm.
Heyman's got a torn pec. What am I supposed to do?
And then Braun Breaker comes down to the match here because if you remember, Ilya called himself the most intense man in NXT.
Did.
And you can't say that about someone who's meaner than evil.
Meaner than evil. I'm evil.
Meaner than those evil meats. Yeah. God, it was a good episode this week, wasn't it?
God.
Lots of stuff
It
happening.
was a real. Like, if this was someone's first exposure to NXT, this would have really summed up what it's like.
Yeah, if you start watching, or just watch one episode, we don't mind, episode of NXT 2.0, because of us, can you let us know what you think about it?
I think people more just listen to our recaps of it without
I think that
actually
might be
watching
the
it.
case,
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe if there's a particular bit we laugh at, they might find the YouTube clip of it. But let us
And by
know.
which we mean Von Wagner.
Nah, not. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
not that.
You got inside my head, now I'll get inside. AEW Dynamite! The show opens with a 30-minute time limit draw
Oh,
between
lads, I was-
MJF and Adam Cole.
At certain points, when I was writing these notes, so I'll be honest, I fell asleep several times during Dynamite last night. So this could be.
Oh.
This
No,
could
it can't be. We're not thinking about AEW.
Oh, no!
No,
of all the weeks
not
to
because-
say that.
Not because
We're in the dirt with them as
not
it is.
because it was a bad show, because I was really tired. It's been hard to sleep this week because of the heat. So I've been.
Did you stay up for all of NXT?
No, I watched that the next day.
But you stayed up for AEW?
Yeah,
He stays there every week.
I try. But this week, I struggled.
I did not. This was a sensational match. I don't care what you say about it. It was a proper throwback earlier on with all the posturing and stuff and MJF heading into the crowd and knocking the hat off an innocent nerd. I feel bad now for saying an innocent man.
Nah, it's a nerd.
MJF then started doing just lots of nice moves. His nice pump handle, like DDT driver
Yeah.
thingy. I don't know what you call that, but it was sensational. Working the shoulder for his finisher. His nice shoulder breaker where he had Cole stretched in a straight line but going upwards. It was lovely. The tombstone on the apron. Then it descended into like a modern day ooh fest, I've called it, which culminated with a lovely lariat from MJF, which was straight out of 1988. All Japan or something like that. I don't know.
Well done.
Yeah.
Just meaty.
It's your favourite company?
Aye, of course. MJF doing that was the bit I didn't like was the one bit, but it was a weird bit. Just because it's MJF doing a big elbow drop off the top turnbuckle to the floor, that doesn't fit him. He's the one who laughs at people for doing that sort of stuff, isn't he?
It's
Maybe
weird because
he's
you are
been-
right, but he does like we wrestled like Darby and stuff. He was doing all those crazy things there, so it's just like does he just
did-
wrestle at the strength of his opponent?
Maybe he's been driven to that. Yeah.
Right, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's a very minor gripe.
I didn't mind it when he did it against Danielson in the 60-minute match when he jumped off the top.
Yeah.
But not too often, I agree. Yeah.
I like the bit with Bryce staying down a bit longer than MJF anticipated, making his Eddie Guerrero tribute not work. And I like the story of everything MJF trying not coming off, but the lad still escaped because of the time, the 30-minute draw. And then I like Taz, the rationale of saying, well, MJF didn't need to win that match. It was a title eliminator. Cole had to win and he didn't win, so...
Yeah, MJF demands. Sorry, beg your pardon. Adam Cole demands 5 more minutes, but MJF goes no.
So I didn't fall asleep during this match, and it was excellent.
Oh.
I was going to say, fell asleep during this. Like,
And
bloody
I'm so pleased. Maybe my body was just so running off fumes after the adrenaline fest that was this match. I'm so pleased for Adam Cole because he seems like a genuinely nice bloke, and he gets pelleters for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like the Jericho feud wasn't necessary, and it really threatened to store his momentum. But since that promo last week against MJF and now this match, he's just reminded everyone, oh no, he is as good as people. He is really, really good. So I'm glad he's had that.
Yeah, it was a very AW match. It was very Adam Cole main event as well.
Yeah.
Wow, it went 30 minutes. Can you believe it? Adam
And I
Cole
love when
match
a
went
wrestling
that
show,
long.
I love when a wrestling show once in a while just decides to have a long match out of nowhere. Like the
Right.
Gauntlet match on Raw that took up the whole first hour, and everyone went, "That was class." Yeah.
And they have never done them since.
They did it twice more.
Oh, yeah, they did.
With Kofi.
Bollocks that, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's nothing but bollocks. But yeah, this was fun and stuff like that, and it was surprising. It's like, oh, okay, and now he's lost. Or not won, I should say.
Well, he just drew, didn't he? So what does that mean? Will he get another shot at the title, or a shot at the title in the future, or does he go back of the queue?
Is it time for the 5 quests? 5 challenges?
Oh, the typical MJF.
Yes.
Storyline.
Time for that.
Well, now he doesn't have henchmen for them to face.
He's
So
got
maybe-
Britt.
He's got Britt.
Britt Baker. Oh, MJF. hasn't got
Sorry,
henchman.
MJF. I
Beg
thought you
your
were
pardon.
saying Brett in a New Zealand accent. Bret Hart.
Britt the Hitman Het.
I went to New Zealand and they loved me and they bowed at my feet. That's probably
They're
said.
all crying. Sammy Guevara cuts a babyface promo, but it's interrupted by Darby Allin, who asks if he's going to live in the shadow of the JAS or stand on his own 2 feet. Jericho interrupts and asks Sammy why he never called him for advice in the run-up to his title shot. Sammy says that if Jericho had asked for his advice, maybe he wouldn't have lost to Adam Cole twice. Jericho tries to convince Sammy to beat down Darby with him, but Sting arrives to even the odds. He and Jericho have a little bat-off. And that was it. Yeah. Ooh.
This felt like a step back for Sammy Guevara. Sammy Gervais. Felt like a bit of a step back for him, in my opinion.
How so?
I thought he was already done with the JAS.
Well, no, he's still friends with Jericho.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough then. I'm wrong.
But the JAS...
That was very quickly sorted out.
Yeah, and the rest of the JAS, now I think about it, yeah.
Okay.
He's just been like the estranged child for a little bit as I've done this babyface turn on the sly.
Right, yeah, because you couldn't have done the babyface stuff and then still be in the JAS, but now it's like, hey, you're back, you're going to be back to what you were.
So he's not around every Sunday, but you see him at like a wedding.
Yeah.
Right, there you go.
Okay.
Because it was in the build of that Double or Nothing main event, the whole stuff with MJF trying to buy him. But he
Yeah.
turned face in the midst of that, I think. But it wasn't really clear because we all were thinking,
Yeah.
oh, they're actually in cahoots in the background. So that overshadowed the babyface turn.
Yeah, plus Sammy's a rotten babyface.
Oh. Are you not happy for him, a baby girl?
Recently, he's been all right.
But no, that's real life here.
No, but we're wrestling fans. You've got to boo that sort of stuff. Boo, John Cena. Boo.
Say no, say no. No, but I mean, him as a character, he's such a lech. He's in the JAS, right? And he's turned so many times as well. And then the TV's off and it's back on, so it's all right. And then it's like, oh, we're going to take MJF's
So you
money.
know that's you when you were watching Sammy before.
Oh. So it's like, I don't really, at this point in time, I'm not really caring if he's a face or not.
I never liked him as a face until this most recent, the 4 Pillars thing, because it wasn't the best build to a match, but the crowd got on board with Sammy.
Oh, the match was great, but the build-up was just rubbish.
He's a brilliant dickhead, but there was a little bit where Darby was saying, like, oh, the people are starting to love you again. And it was like an organic cheer.
That was mean of Darby to lie like that.
No, but there was an organic cheer, so maybe it's going to happen.
No, I think he's telling the truth, but if he'd gone, and they also love Jungle Boy, then that would have been nasty, because everyone would have booed.
And they also love me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's like,
Yeah,
okay, whatever.
yeah.
Don't really care about you that much.
Oh, bloody hell.
Come on, this
You're
is gonna
excited
be-
for Jericho versus Sting?
No.
Okay. Or presumably Jericho and Sammy versus Sting and Darby.
Oh, if it's a tag match, then yeah.
Well,
sure.
Sting will jump off something high.
Jericho's ego.
This is how it goes every time, though. There's always low expectations for a Jericho or a Sting thing these days, and then they always deliver.
Oh no, he's already retired.
Annoying, you are right.
I was like, oh, Forbidden Door, Muta, he'll team with the lads. He's retired famously this year. Never mind.
Yeah,
And he's not really New Japan. Okay.
it's true.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
Yeah.
But you know who is? IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Sonata issues an open challenge for his title at Forbidden Door. Now, people online have been saying that Jungle Boy has accepted it.
No, he accepted later on.
Later on
Yeah,
the show.
there we
yeah.
go. Good.
But it
Okay.
was 2 different segments. So
Yeah, there we go.
This happened at first and then later on the night.
There we go. I thought, have I missed
Jungle Boy,
something?
no,
But
yeah, he did accept it.
That's quick.
God.
It's so weird that you have an open challenge answered on the same show. It's like, oh, okay, that was
What
quick.
a handsome match. That is.
Yeah. Oh.
absolutely.
Imagine
Fuzzy.
Sonata with Jungle Boy's hair.
Imagine Jungle Boy with Sonata's.
Hang on,
I thought it was interesting, just as we skip ahead to Jungle Boy accepting, I thought it was interesting that they did it backstage. Because you don't know what the reaction would have been in the ring, do you?
Who's that?
Oh, we know.
Who's that bloke there?
No, I just meant people booing Jungle Boy.
Oh, right, I thought you meant, he's not Okada. He beat Okada.
Because they started off by saying, like, it's the summer of Jungle Hook and it's in full swing.
Yeah.
And he's like, Jungle Boy speaking like, you know, like an accountant. Oh, I feel a bit naked here next to Hook with his title, so I would like a title
He
of my
doesn't
own.
speak like
He
an
does. He's so boring to listen to.
No,
it's not his fault.
He's got the drawl of a man who's just got it all in life. He's got
the drawl of a
famous
cowboy.
dad. He's got the drawl of a cowboy.
If he was a cool, you know the guy, in Friends when Joey's got the job as the tester for the eau de toilette, and they've got the cool cowboy who comes in and takes all of Joey's potential customers. If that was Jungle Boy in the cool cowboy outfit, he'd say that, oh, he looks so naked. I feel so naked next to him. But other than that, he just sounds boring. That's just maybe my opinion. But
And sadly, the crowd seems to agree because his dialogue wasn't that good.
He's obviously a fantastic wrestler.
Of course, yeah.
But when it comes to cutting promos, he just sounds like an accountant to me. Oh, I feel so naked next to him.
But it's a shame because you think back to the Christian feud and going, that had great heat, didn't it? And you go, I was all Christian, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Your dad's dead, lol.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really had to go there.
I can't believe
yeah.
you said that.
Yeah.
I feel naked next to my dad.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
No more. No.
But it's going to be
sorry.
Jungle Boy versus Sonata for the IWGP Championship.
It's an interesting matchup. It's not one I would have predicted going into Forbidden Door, but that's part of the charm, I guess.
He's one of the
Is it
pillars.
a foregone conclusion?
Sonata will win.
I say, no, you're the New Japan expert. Sonata's winning.
Oh god.
I'll defer to Jack.
It's for the belt, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jungle,
You're going, is this it?
if Jungle Boy becomes the IWGP World Heavyweight
What are you
Champion-
going to do?
Oh no! no!
I will not go to Thai restaurant twice.
I will be so shocked if that happens. There we go.
Very good. Darby and Sting team up with Orange Cassidy and Keith Lee to beat the Mogul Embassy.
Brian Cage with the mind games that had Sting shaking in his boots. He had Sting sort of tights and face paint on from like the early 90s or mid 90s. Keith was fantastic with his hot tag and then the stuff with Brian Cage where he did the monkey flip and Keith almost landed, but he's a big boy, so him getting anywhere close.
So this was
to land
kind of
it
where
great,
I fell
yeah.
asleep, but I'll trust that it was a good match.
That was good, like.
All right.
Then the massive stomp finisher on Keith with all the embassy lads involved was good. And then it was just a nice, typical Sting crowd popping silly bollocks finish. It was everything that had to be.
Yeah. I'm glad that I think commentary explained. It's like, oh yeah, Brian Cage dressed up as Sting. Mind games like,
I thought it was Warrior.
as I say, yeah. It's like,
Oh god.
oh, right.
But then you look at his tight, I think he had like a scorpion on his tight as well.
yeah.
So yeah.
So also surprised Cage took the loss in this, but when there's other lads right there.
Honestly, him and Leo Rush are the two in wrestling where I think, why aren't they multiple time world champions for certain promotions? And they're just not. That's weird.
Yeah.
Because they get into arguments with everyone. That's why. But yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But so does some really talented, so does some really successful wrestlers though. So I don't know.
Well, one of them's got appearing on Saturday at
What was that
AEW
new-
Collision.
New show, mate, aye.
Backstage, the Ass Boys deny any alliance, well done, Maffew, partnership with Jay White. They want a tag match against the Hardys next week.
They want to prove they're the best brother tag team in the wrestling. I hope we do get an answer about them being in BC Gold. I think they'd be a good fit as permanent members.
Yeah.
They would certainly add some
Supposed to do nothing.
pizzazz to Bullet Club Gold, wouldn't they?
I don't know now that
needs it.
Juice is going. There was a promo later in the show where they're just hyping. What were they hyping? I've forgotten now. But Juice was when he's shouting about who I've forgotten now. Shut up, Ross.
I was
just
zoning off
move
when he's
on.
talking anyway.
Yeah,
so.
no, it was really good when he was hyping whoever they're fighting next week. I can't remember who it was.
Oh,
now.
it's is it not Punk and FTR?
Yes, Samoa Joe. When he's on about Samoa
yeah.
Joe getting involved as well with them two on the Naughty Boys team. He's very entertaining as Juice.
I saw people on Twitter talking about how mad it is that they've only announced that match so close to the show. And I think,
It's been about for a couple of weeks, hasn't it?
yeah, but that's probably since they managed to confirm that CM Punk was going to be there, I suppose.
Yeah, it's been a really, really weird thing, but that's going to be our big question anyway.
I
so.
almost think they should just turn him heel straight away. But they're in Chicago.
I reckon you'll have a few boos.
Yeah.
It
No,
seems
he's straight edge.
You measure units of alcohol in booze.
Yes, 2 boozers, barman.
Barkeep, can I have some booze, please?
Any specific? No, just
some
Pulls the tab that just says booze on it.
Some booze, please. No, I think that the sentiment seems to be people are getting sick of him now, even though he's not been around.
Well, we'll see, won't we? But,
Cheers, Meltzer and Alvarez and people like that.
Yep. And Alvarez going, what did I do?
God.
Wardlow beats Jake Hager, but Christian Cage appears on the Tron afterwards and reveals that he and Luchasaurus have beaten down Arn Anderson. Because this feud is continuing.
What you going to do without your fake daddy now?
This is a segment that I feel Tony Khan relies upon too many times sometimes. The person on the Tron going, well, guess what's happened? I've beaten up your pal. Because they did it with Don Callis very recently. Although he did get actually hit in the head by John Moxley.
Who was it last week who beat down Brock Anderson as well?
It was them.
Oh, it was them too.
Oh,
of course,
taking out
yeah.
everyone. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
I like the start of the match with the good tactical play from Hager, the cerebral arse, we'll call him, because he attacked Wardlow during his entrance. And I just think it was a case of Wardlow going, here's all the moves I can do to a massive man, and I thought that was all right.
Yeah.
Because
Nice showcase from him.
we're starting to get a good, proper title reign for Wardlow going now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's been much needed.
Was there ambient fake crowd noise for you on your whatever version you watched? Because I was watching on Fight TV, and I've called it ambient because it wasn't like overt cheers. It was just like... Salad fingers was there in the background. No, it was just like this weird little like background crowd noise over the match. And you could tell it was real. Yeah,
This much, to be honest with you.
aye.
I don't notice it. I only notice it when it's proper dead.
Yeah.
So, but I imagine it's there usually. But there's usually it's to make the proper crowd just amped up a little bit.
Yeah, it's the first time I've noticed it, and I'm just wondering if anyone else did. Let us know in the comments down
Who
below.
does know? Do you have fake crowd noise listening to this? Like we're at some sort of arena. If so, why, you weirdo?
Probably because we sit there in silence during Tubman in Japan. Fill the dead air.
It's one thing that isn't in that segment is silence. We see a video package where Tanahashi wants a title shot against MJF at Forbidden Door. MJF has interviewed the trainer's room and says no. He says he's not giving some random guy from a rinky-dink promotion Japan a title shot. Like, I appreciate that.
That was a good soundbite though. Tanahashi. So childish. Silly.
Orange Cassidy's challenge for the international title backstage by Zack Sabre Jr.
Hello, orange bollocks.
Sugar, how do you know?
Yeah, it was really good little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Orange going, someone's going to walk in now like they always do.
This is going to be...
Works.
He sounds so cynical, doesn't he?
This is going to be the closest... We mentioned him earlier. This will be a Johnny Saint match, this. Because Zack will be trying to tie up Orange Cassidy in knots, and he'll be going,
Yep.
no. For a little bit. At least at the start of the match.
Yeah.
Because next week it's going to be Shibata and Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Daniel Garcia.
Certainly is.
Oh, yeah, Garcia walked into the promo, didn't he? I'd woken up by this point, by the way. I'd Garcia walked in the promo.
Because he was watching Orange do the wrestling and was getting a bit jealous earlier on.
Yeah, it's got sports entertainer envy. And Sky Blue stopped setting people on fire for 3 seconds to kick out of Storm Zero.
Should we add context for that? Because people skip the...
No.
That's all right.
I think it's nice to left like that. But still loses a title match against Tony Storm. The Outcast beat Sky down afterwards, but Willow Nightingale makes a save. Yay.
I was screaming at my screen. I was like, they're a family, damn it. Because in the split, in like the gap of 10 seconds, Sky Blue's man was sprayed in the face by the old spray paint.
Yeah.
And then Sky Blue was the victim of the arse attacking to the barricade, killing everybody. Disgusting.
Kept her brave, though. She's a brave babyface.
She's a brave
Kicked out
baby.
the finish.
I like this, again, with the heels having their plans not really work with the two cans of spray paint, and then Sky Blue had her own thing. Nice little finish to the match. I just wish I knew more about Sky Blue, so I cared.
Yeah.
I knew she was
Apart
from
from that one
Chicago, yeah.
With RJC, let her get a word in it.
Right. I didn't like her kicking out Storm Zero because I'm like, you shouldn't just, again, AW, I'll sound like an old person, but like, I'll kick out the moves, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, gave a lot of fire. Didn't even make you say that. Made her look good until she didn't. But yay, Willow Nightingale being part of the scene again.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah, she came out for the save, didn't she?
Yes. In the backstage interview, Jungle Boy accepts Sonata's open challenge. Thanks.
Did that earlier.
What did it make it sound like, Ross?
Well, I feel naked here next to Hulk with all his titles. So,
Always feels naked everywhere.
so if I need a belt of my own, so Sonata, I would like to challenge for your belt and accept the open challenge. Yes.
And this is one of the reasons I think people don't like Jungle Boy, other than that amazing promo. He also asks Hook to be in his corner for the match, and Hook agrees because they're best friends.
Yeah.
Duckhausen. Danhausen is... Oh, you idiot. Danhausen is his best friend.
Hook's best friend. Jungle Boy's taken Danhausen's best friend.
I messed up every word in that sentence then, so I think I'll just
To be
move
fair,
on.
he's been through a bit with Luchasaurus. He's going to have friend issues, isn't he? You know, his best friend turned on him to go with a man in a turtleneck.
That's true, yeah.
So, yeah, he'll be
He's
scrambling for a
nice
friend.
turtleneck.
I think one of them is going to turn on the other.
Hook!
Yeah, it's going to be Hook, but it should be Jungle Boy if they're brave.
Jungle Boy should be the person.
Jungle! I don't know what. Sorry. That's what you said. It was. Maybe
I'm
birthday.
running out of energy now,
Oh, if
sorry.
they turned him heel and then gave him like Jungle is Massive for his theme song.
His
Imagine.
face again straight away.
Yeah, he's going to promote and he can't hear because of the hard house they're playing in the background.
Incredible.
I think I should have an incredible time.
Imagine that, right? That theme tune and him walking out dressed as an accountant. His hair tied back.
What?
Oh.
So many different
This
things
is
going
it.
on here.
Oh, that's the gimmick for Jungle Boy.
Okay, so it's
He's
Inspector
wearing
Gadget now of all these gimmicks.
He's
All
wearing
right.
a suit.
He's an accountant,
while
but with that as his theme
General
song.
Levy and whoever else's Jungle is Massive is playing.
Amen.
Booyaka Booyaka. Oh,
Yeah.
no, not Booyaka Booyaka. Wicked. There we go.
Yeah. And the main event, the Young Bucks and Hangman Page win a 6-man tag match against the Blackpool Combat Club, with, again, Danielson doing commentary and being magnificent as always. Afterwards, Eddie Kingston arrives and starts a brawl with the BCC.
Whoa, I was like, how could this get any bigger?
But he gets attacked by Takeshita,
Wah!
who gets attacked by Kenny Omega,
Wah!
who gets attacked by Will Ospreay.
What are you doing here?
So Tony Khan watched Tom's recent video on the ending of SmackDown where everyone runs in and hits moves on each other.
I hadn't thought about that, yes. Obviously, he's a proud Cultaholic fan. that TK.
Tony Khan hates Cultaholic.
No.
Pays us a $5 every
We
week.
want to get press access for all in.
He hates us.
No.
He can't stand us.
No, come on.
Would be great if that comment saying you washed this to Tony Khan.
Surprised no one's called him Carney Tone yet. Because he's a Carney, because he's a wrestling promoter.
No, he's not. He's great. Shut up.
No, I'm just... Yeah,
Ross,
yeah,
kick
yeah.
him on the
yeah.
table.
No, I'm just
I was like, oh no, I
scared
can't
you were
believe.
actually going to there for some reason. I thought you were...
I can't, no. Can't go sideways.
Okay.
Oh,
Like a Lamborghini doors open.
yes.
Um,
Like big ears. The Young Bucks and Hangman Page, I was like, oh, of course they win. But I was like, oh wait, they've lost every
yeah, I
single
was
match.
surprised, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. They actually have to look somewhat, like they can actually take these guys, even though they're so much better than them.
Kenny's holding them down because
Yeah.
they lose when Kenny's involved, apparently.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks look really cute in their little Halloween costumes. Walking down there. It's when they're wearing the same thing together. I'm just like, bless them. Little cherubs.
Their mums dressed them.
That's exactly what it looks like.
But then it was just a lovely clash of styles, They had the BCC just battering them. Then we had like Hangman and Nick doing stuff off the top rope at the same time. Just a nice contrast. Moxley just smashing folks with lariats. Moxley may be injured. I don't know if that was just part of the story of the match or if it was real.
Well, they said in commentary, like, oh, he's had
Selling
elbow
his
issues
arm,
before
yeah.
because he missed his big old, look at me, I'm going to do an elbow drop.
Did he have a match for Forbidden Door? I can't remember. I didn't
Who?
look at the
Moxley.
card. Moxley,
He's in
yeah.
the main event, Tanahashi.
Oh, yes.
He won the interim belt.
No, I mean this time coming up.
Oh, does he have a match currently?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
Sorry, yeah.
Not a disaster if he...
Not at the time of this recording.
Yeah. So maybe... Hope he's okay, though.
I was deflated by Ospreay's run-in, and I'll explain why. I know it was meant to be a big, exciting moment, but I was excited when Eddie Kingston came in. I was like, he's back, and Tony's remembered him. He's gonna beat MJF. He's gonna make all our dreams come true. And then Ospreay came in, and I was like, he's still kind of an afterthought, though, Eddie Kingston. He's not the big surprise. He's just one of the surprises. And I just think Tony undervalues him, unfortunately.
I agree.
He's the
because
best
I love Eddie
promo in the
Kingston.
world. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very exciting ending, though.
It was
Oh,
a very
yeah,
exciting
absolutely.
ending, yeah.
But Wheeler Utah's winning streak is over.
Yeah.
After one.
No, it was 2, wasn't he? He won the double or nothing main event,
Yeah.
and there was the follow-up. I forget who was against.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. God,
He pinned someone else, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was obviously so memorable, I forgot it. But it was it was an amazing match, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But then
You don't get be the best friends with the.
that was the one, yeah.
He's like Miguel Almiron. He had a short burst of form at the start, and then I don't know if he was starting by the end of the season.
No, he's got dropped. Jacob Murphy.
bless
We
him.
also learned that Collision is going to feature Miro in action, and Andrade is having a match as well. So they're all coming back.
It really is all the bad lads.
I'm buzzing.
And also,
The bad boys are always catching my eye. Ooh, ah.
Thunder
Beware
Rosa
of the dog.
might be there.
Another Alexandra Burke song.
Thank you for that.
No worries.
Easily 100.
That was a noise.
Wow, you all right?
I don't know. I just think I had a stroke there.
Uh-huh.
Let me see.
100% better build. I haven't even tried it about a point. 100% better build than last year's Forbidden Door, which was a bit ropey to say the least.
Yeah.
This has been a cracking build so
I
far.
like how simple the build's been. It's just been blokes going, would anyone like a match with me? Yes.
Oh, go
Great.
on
Yeah,
then.
fair enough.
I like
Yeah.
how by and large everyone's just been wrapped in cotton wool as well. Like Danielson taking no chances there. Commentary desk every week.
Yeah.
No injuries this year, so it's shame it'd be a better event, but again, it wasn't their fault. It was hampered last year, the build.
Yeah.
Just all injuries, wasn't it?
It still pulled out of the bag last year. So
Oh,
with-
yeah.
With,
Sure they
I was
are.
sure with you.
with a fit roster, can't wait to see. Or 2 fit rosters, I guess. Can't wait to see what they
Damn
do.
right they are.
Ooh.
Especially that great O'Khan. Oh. Get those
Yeah.
teeth over
Ray
here.
O'Khan? All right.
The hero.
Remember when I thought
He
his
is a
teeth were
hero.
real?
Did
There's
you? You
just
filed them in the pot.
Just a gum shield, yeah. Real commitment to the bit.
Right.
He's an odd one. But
He
he's
is.
also a hero in real life, yes, as Ross would say. No,
Real
you're
life
doing a
heroes.
Macam impression when you say hero, aren't you? Yeah.
Cheesy chips.
Yeah.
Hero. These K's are these K's.
I shouldn't be offended. I'm not even from there. Support the team. Dan should be offended. Dan hasn't got the worst Macam accent in the world, though.
No, he hasn't.
When we get outside, let's ask him to say the word hero. Hero.
End the segment.
On that, I was trying. I'm like, I'll just wait.
You wouldn't see Michael Parkinson losing control of a show like this, would you? Huh? I don't know why I said Michael Parkinson.
Michael Parkinson.
I need there to be another Stay Gold night where there's pizza involved. That'd be
Not been
great.
on the air for like 15 years. at this
Michael
point.
Parkinson. Thank you very much for watching.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Mailbag, which Ross has just hyped up saying, have you seen this mailbag? F me. Hello, lads. Instead of giving a filler paragraph then asking a question, I'll ask the question then give details afterwards. My question is, do you think that frequent title defenses like what Seth plans to do with the WHC belt are actually beneficial? It may sound like an instant yes, because more clean title defenses make the champion look strong and shows the confidence they have in themselves to retain that title. However, the problem I have with that is it could result in many predictable TV matches that can make the title defenses seem pointless to an extent. Like, I'm never going to believe that Seth is going to lose the belt in a random episode on Raw, especially if it's an open challenge. Also, Seth holding a world championship makes it less possible for him to lose at any time. I guess that's one of the downsides of knowing so much about wrestling where you can predict the results. In a perfect world, every champion would have weeks of build to a feud, a pay-per-view blow-off match where a title switch is more likely. For example, Orange Cassidy has had over 20 defenses on TV with his championship, and yet it still feels like he isn't going to lose it anytime soon. Maybe because there are no storylines to build a feud around the belt, but I digress in my Tav voice. Did I say Tav voice? In my Taz voice. There we go, easy for me to say. I understand that some championship matches are showcase matches for the challenger, but at that point, wouldn't a pay-per-view match that has an actual build around it to be a better showcase for them? It seems like Seth wants to be a workhorse champion, but the IC belt is canonically that as well, and Gunther is the perfect champion for that too. Genuinely would like to know your thoughts on this, and if you actually see this as a problem. P.S. Do you think that Wheeler Yuta should beat OC for the international title? There's history between the two of them, and the prodigy of the BCC winning a singles belt will give them more fuel to talk down on these amateurs, which I would love to see. Thank you. You haven't put your name.
Oh, bollocks.
Thank you, anonymous Bosch.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, cheers, pal. You've answered your own question like most people do when they send in these lovely paragraph essays here.
Could it have gone on to the next page or?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. That's my error.
Oh,
Fluffy, we'll call you.
what do we do?
Pete.
Fluffy Pete, thank you.
Fluffy Pete. Cheers to Fluffy Pete for sending that lovely email in.
And you're looking lovely. Look at this. Yeah, I'm with them. I like Roman Reigns having the occasional defense and getting you all hyped up, stuff like that, because there's been stuff on TV to fill in the gaps routine that it's not the end all be all. I know right now they're having Seth defend the title against bloody everybody on Raw and on bloody NXT. But yeah, in the long run, how's that going to help?
I think it's a very good point that Fluffy Pete has made. I think the answer is like somewhere in the middle. So like, I like when there's an occasional title match on TV where it's like out of the blue and a bit like, whoa, this is unusual. And Triple H has been really good at having pay-per-view caliber matches on normal TV. But also, I do agree with what the email says because, yeah, lots of good points raised. Like, we know that the majority of these matches are going to be Seth winning. So
I think the only downside is if it comes a bit samey in the finish. Like, you can predict how they're going to retain. Like, I think that's a bit of a downfall for Orange Cassidy's reign.
Yeah.
You enjoy the good wrestling, but you know he's going to get a roll-up somewhere and win the match. So just, yeah, enjoy the wrestling. You know he's going to win. So just, it's a give and take situation.
Yes.
Situation. But that is from Kier Rocks Smith, not Fluffy Pete.
thank you, Kia.
I found the name, found the email.
Thank you. I prefer it my way.
Okay then.
Salty bitch. Yeah, what's happening?
Hey guys, hope you're all doing well.
Thank you.
I've been re-listening to all podcasts and I've stumbled across a gem.
Oh boy, right. I need to strap myself in for this one because this is a potential career ender.
For who?
Me.
Oh. Can't remember which podcast it was, and I can't be asked to go back and check. All right. However, in the episode, Ross... Oh, I've just skipped ahead. However, in the episode, Ross nominated Philip Schofield for the Hall of Fame and bigged him up. Jack then replied saying that he doesn't like him and finds him unnerving and feels like there's something wrong with him.
Oh no.
He actually says, and I quote, If something comes out about Philip Schofield, I wouldn't be surprised.
Now I can date this podcast because I went on a bit of a stretch.
It was
of
last
like,
week.
No, like in the there was a stretch in like 2018 sort of time when I was watching the This Morning YouTube
You did
channel.
talk about This Morning a lot.
And I was thinking, everyone loves Holly and Phil, don't they? They're the nation's sweethearts. But then the Boris Johnson interview happened, and it's all been downhill since. So it must be around about 2018 sort of time, this podcast.
Ross, however, says, how can you not like Philip Schofield? And also calls him the darling of the nation. So my question is, have you ever had an out of left field prediction that turned out to be true, like Jack? Alternatively,
Philip Schofield.
totally. Have you ever looked like a complete whopper like Ross and defended someone not knowing that they're done? Hope Ross doesn't feel too bad. All the best, Ollie. Thank you, Ollie.
Cheers, Ollie.
Thanks, Ollie.
Same to you.
This is what I mean. You can't put stock in wrestlers or morning TV hosts. Just like their pets instead.
I was going to say, so many wrestlers, people still send me clips going, when we used to big up Velveteen Dream. I'm like,
Who didn't?
oh, yeah?
Who
Like,
didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all we're doing now. Oh, no one liked him apart from, the Diddlers and Cultaholic.
Sorry,
yeah, there we go.
My non-star isn't very good at spotting the nonces or the diddler.
Oh, wait, hang on. It's going off. Yee, the person sending this email. But no, I can't think of any times I've had some out of left field. Have I? I've said this before. It's not very exciting, but I said Jack Swagger was going to win Money in the Bank 2008, and he did.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
That's a good one. It's
Yeah,
also less
WrestleMania.
controversial than
I know. It's pathetic, isn't it? But
I've got one to balance out my Phil shout with the one where I looked like a whopper
go on.
for disliking someone who went on to prove themselves to actually be a solid person. You know Roman Kemp? He's like a radio...
Son of Martin Kemp.
Son of Martin Kemp of Spandau Ballet. He's also like a radio DJ and a general...
Gogglebox.
Because he's like young and good looking and that. Brands use him, like channels use him like to be the cool presenter. Like, oh, here's Roman Kemp with the cool news. You might recognize him. I don't know if you will or not. Well, before his star was rising, I was fuming because he got put in the celebrity jungle. And I was like, he's an industry plant here, basically. Like, it's because he's a nepo baby, as they say, because he's got famous parents and they've put him in the jungle and he's not even like a celebrity. And I remember checking his Twitter and I think me and him had the same number of followers and I was like, well, why am I not in the jungle? Obviously now he's actually a very good presenter and radio DJ and all that. But also, I was slagging him off one day, I think to my girlfriend, I was going, I hate Roman Kemp. And she was like, he's just done a lovely documentary on the BBC about men's mental health. And I was like, oh, fuck. Well, I just look like an awful person now. So mine's not Martin Kemp, Roman Kemp, the tribal chief. Yeah.
You're acknowledging him.
Yeah, I'll acknowledge him now. I was wrong about him. Seems like a nice lad.
I like that.
But Phil,
No.
How can you not like him? I'll go for my Shane McMahon stuff. That was a gimmick on my videos for a while. Then he went and became the literal best in the world. He won the trophy.
yeah.
That set the net.
I thought you said the opposite. You said you didn't like him, and then he became
I used to take
a dick.
Yeah, he used to say, oh,
Killed the Rumble, then
thinks he was the best. Thinks he's the best wrestler in the world because he's done all these. It was a gimmick for a long time on videos, and then he went and won the cup. He brought it home. It's coming home. So yeah. But that's a wonderful time.
All-timer email that.
Yeah.
There must have been some howlers, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I've said here. Oh, they're rubbish and I've had like an amazing match.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Bollocks, well, that's exciting. Sorry. No one's really care. No one's going to care about the nuances. They're going to care about the bloody email.
They're going to go look for that podcast now.
Absolutely.
2018 is the year you're looking for.
Ooh.
I can guarantee.
I once said it was after the Survivor Series where Raw did badly, and I think maybe the year when NXT won it. And I was like, and it was the peak. Seth Rollins, locker room leader, what a great guy. So no one liked him. And I tweeted like, can't wait for Seth to come out and lead a town hall meeting to start Raw about how.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
And then it happened.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was my big call.
Well done.
Yeah.
Howdy diddly, you ding dang doodly dick dassily diddlers.
Whoa, well done.
And Joel. Oh. Big fan of the channel and the pod. Been a fan since name redacted and listen to the pod every week. You guys and my little brother really got me back into wrestling.
Sorry.
Show me how great fan content can be and how it can add to the experience.
Thank you very much.
So much so that I'm now involved in a wrestling podcast myself and hope to be able to enjoy talking about the graps as much as you guys do.
Oh.
And all the other nonsense. Oh.
All the nonsense.
Nonsense,
Oh, right.
yeah.
I thought you said a very different word. Talk about wrestlers and all the,
One and the same, aren't they?
My question for the show is Do you have any pay-per-views or shows that hold a special place in your heart because you had them on tape or on DVD? I personally love No Mercy 01, a great show highlighting the best part of the invasion and what it could have been with Heyman and Jar on top form. I also have a soft spot for WrestleMania XV because of this, and young me thought that that the Big Boss Man being hung was cool. Adding Bearer's setting, which was superb. I also wanted to add Kane's unmasking because we taped that episode. However, there must have been an issue with the taping as the actual unmasking seems to be spliced in with an episode of Trisha. Meaning Kane's unmasking will forever be associated with Trisha when I look back. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. All the best. Former World Cup winner, Rangers and Newcastle striker, Stefan
Guiverch, is it?
Guiverch?
Yeah.
Yeah. A.K.A. Ryan from Cumbernauld.
Thank you, Ryan.
P.S. I have a very personal question for Maffew, which is, I want to know... Have you ever seen the rain?
How are you ever seen?
Thank you.
You didn't know that song, did you?
No, now I know it because I went back and listened to it, but I had no...
What do you think of it?
It's all right.
Okay.
They've got way better songs than that. But
They're,
obviously, that's my bad take.
they're like Vietnam War film ones better. The one that's used in all the... Yeah, some folks about... Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone knows mine. Mine's Super Brawl 2000.
Yes, it
Had it
is.
on VHS. 8th birthday. James Brown was there.
At your birthday?
Big Al. All the coke as well.
No, James Brown and Coke. Wow.
Happy birthday, Ron. 1, 2, 3.
That is James Brown.
Yeah.
That is. That's
See you later,
nice.
James. Just for
Yeah.
audio listeners, just
Right.
left the podcast room there. Big Al getting his neck skinned.
I was going to
Yes.
go for the hey that he does, but I didn't back myself to do that. Though. It's
Go on,
hard. No, no way.
But what's yours? Mine's Super Brawl 2000 on VHS.
Mine was King of the Ring 99. Had that on VHS.
Billy.
What?
He won, didn't he? Billy.
Billy.
Oh,
Billy.
Billy. Why are you saying
It's
Billy?
The Rock.
Oh.
The Rock's Billy.
My name's Billy.
Yeah. Did I say Billy?
Nah, I think it's
Oh,
Billy.
bollocks. Who says Billy?
It just sounds
People with speech impediments.
I thought that pro always was like, oh, Billy.
My name's Billy.
Oh,
Doesn't matter
bollocks.
what your name is.
Shows what I know about wrestling.
Exactly. Hopefully, this guy, Ryan from Cumbernauld, maybe his podcast says his name's right.
Hopefully.
Yes, King of the Ring 99 was rubbish, but I loved it as a kid because, wow, look at all the stars. Be we good? X-Pac, Road Dogg. Road Dogg countered China. Want to become Queen of the Ring, obviously. China's low blow, which he did a lot back then. He blocked it by wearing a cup. And then, because she did that, and everyone went, yeah! And she went, ah! And he went, huh? And he did a little dance, got out his cup, and then put the cup in her face.
And Bret Hart was watching in his feud with Goldberg thinking,
Yes. That's the noise he made. Yeah, and what else? Oh, Undertaker and Rock had one of their rubbish matches that they had together. They had no chemistry in the big matches, bless them. And what else? Oh, the handicap ladder match. Yeah, it's just not good. Also, the crowd is dead. The crowd literally only pops for the entrances and the finishes. There's no noise in between anything else.
Fantastic.
So, and I loved it. Those good times.
Mine's Survivor Series 2002,
Oh, okay.
which came when I was just starting to fall off a little bit from wrestling. Obviously, Child May disagreed with Austin's heel turn. That's bad for business. And my Andy used to work with a local wrestler who I'm worried you've now heard of, and I'm scared you're going to be like, oh, he's awful. He's a horrible man. So I'm scared. But my Andy used to work with someone. She was like, she was like, oh, I work with someone who thinks he's a wrestler. But looking back, I actually have found out he is a wrestler. He's called the Bad Boy Jed Masters.
Okay. No.
Okay.
I'm being a good boy.
Local wrestler, Bad Boy Jed Masters was my auntie's colleague, and
Jed Masters.
I've never met the Bad Boy Jed Masters. I've never met him, but he. Oh my god! Imagine if he still wrestles. Wait.
Imagine if he became like someone really famous.
Roman Reigns. Philip Schofield. Have you found him?
Philip Schofield.
No, Jed
He's in
Masters.
prison. Nothing's coming up.
Oh, Jed.
That's because you just searched on Facebook there.
Yeah, I assumed he'd have a Facebook page. He was a proper wrestler.
This was before Facebook was invented.
Oh,
I
this is
found
way
him.
back then. Oh, okay.
I found him.
Have you?
Oh yeah, Survivor Series 2002.
Not Jeddah.
Jed, the beautiful city. There he is, I assume.
Doesn't he make those videos with the big raps on social media? No, the Scottish lad who's the rap king.
This is Jed Masters. He's from Gateshead. I'm just giving away his information. What's happened? Yeah, that's him.
The photo. Very flattering.
It's not very flattering, but that's obviously him when he was older. But this is a more modern picture of him. But this was when he was a young whippersnapper, Jed Masters, the bad boy. Because I've never met him, but via my Andy, he lent me his Survivor Series 2002 tape. And to my surprise, when Shawn Michaels is celebrating at the end of Elimination Chamber, it suddenly cuts to a triple threat match featuring the bad boy, Jed Master.
On
And also,
Trisha.
someone called like Project X or Weapon X or something was in the match as well. I
Right.
don't know, a masked guy.
He trained Nikki Starr.
Did he?
Local legend, yeah.
Well, Jed Masters is a local legend, the bad boy, and colleague of my Andy.
Oh, he's got a cage match profile. He's a serious wrestler. When was his last match? He's 40 now. Last year.
Yeah, he would have been 20. He was the young babyface in the match. I remember watching it, thinking it's not as good as the Elimination Chamber, but it's all right.
Yeah, wrestled 2019 last time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No shields.
Oh,
Wrestle Kingdom? Don't know that?
Yes, actually.
In 2019?
I'm surprised
there
you've
you
never you've probably seen a show with him on.
Maybe,
just not
but
known.
it doesn't ring any bells. But, oh, God. Lovely.
Aye,
That's all the questions.
great.
Is it?
It is.
I think Tubman knows the bad boy Jed Masters because I've mentioned him to him before, or knows of him at least anyway.
Lovely. If you have any questions, thoughts, old VHS episodes, maybe with Trisha or Kilroy or whatever on there, please let us know by sending in your lovely letters. You all right?
Letters.
You like you're about to say something, like sending your lovely letters to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
Lovely letters.
Wrist piss.
Oh.
Hello, lads.
Hello.
It is I, your faithful listener, the 1991 Denver Broncos. It has been a while since I've written in. As you may remember, my previous emails usually are me finding a way to do underhanded or subtle sets up to backhandedly take the piss out of Maffew. I remember the name now,
person.
yeah. But with all the negativity in the world right now and other things, I decided it would be better if we focus on the positives.
I'm still wary.
All of my previous emails were always made in good jest and with love. I thought the next thing was that this isn't. It's all serious. Maffew often said I found the criticisms that stuck with him, and despite that, always laughed through it and said to keep the emails coming. So, with all sincerity, Maffew, you are someone I admire because even if you make a little screw up or mistake, you acknowledge it, just like them, laugh about it, and try to improve, but also stay true to yourself. Oh, thank you. You help the fans of the show through tough times, and you do it with a positive attitude and a smile on your face, so thank you.
I'm waiting for and you make me sick.
Yeah, so far it's all nice. But so, yeah, I guess Ross and Jack are all right as well. Oh, that's nice. So enough of this.
you.
So enough of this sappy crap. Let's get to my Reese's Pieces. Inspired by... Before we have to get then, obviously it's got... Yeah, the Reese's Pieces has absolutely nothing to do with the rest of the email. No, thank you very much, 991 Denver Broncos, if I can call you that. Yeah, no... I appreciate, maybe if it comes across wrong or whatever, I appreciate getting criticism. I'll never be at a point where I think I'm too good for myself.
You should see the way he walks into the building. He thinks he's absolutely
you get it.
He gets drawn like you're on one of those carpets with blokes carrying you to the office. That's what it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your horde deliver you to us.
Yeah, but when I'm in the office, it's all right.
We should have seen him. Joel brought him a bottle of still water before this, and he slapped Joe in the face. How can you do that, Joel? Get me a sparkling water. What you did, Pop? How do you drink sparkling water?
Oh, God.
And Evan Holmes was like, he acts like he likes everybody. He doesn't even know anyone's name.
Right.
Anyway, the Thank You Broncos. Inspired by Ross's 2023 heel tier list he did recently, I have picked some of the best heel gimmicks throughout time, and y'all have to pick which ones are best. Okay, so obviously, Jack Ross, me. Hollywood Rock or Hollywood Hogan?
Oh, Hollywood Rock, Hollywood Rock.
As a heel, Hogan got more booze.
Okay.
Less likable.
But I enjoyed Hollywood Rock more. Radar Superstar Edge or Legend Killer Orton?
That's really tricky. I'll go for... You know what? I actually am going to go for Legend Killer Orton.
Edge. Just as a heel getting booze.
I'll say Edge, yeah.
Okay.
Because especially that room where, oh, you guys read online? Oh, you do. All right, yeah. Straight Edge Society Punk or Planet's Champion Daniel Bryan?
Oh, I genuinely think the vegan Bryan stuff.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, likewise. So great. That
They were both
that
very
hemp
good.
belt he had.
Yeah.
Oh. Blackheart Ciampa or King of the Cruiserweights Neville?
Ciampa.
Ciampa.
I can't remember the King of the Cruiserweights. Was he supposed to be a bad guy?
He was on
back then?
205 Live and he was better than everyone, but he was like,
I was supposed to hate that.
I think
Black
it's when he
Ciampa.
first started doing the stuff.
Yeah. God's favorite champion, Miro, or Ring General Gunther.
Gunther.
As a heel, Gunther, yeah.
It's not Mira's fault.
Yeah, what you just said. Will bone your wife, Paul Heyman,
Cody.
or hates everyone's dad, Christian Cage?
Christian.
Christian. Imagine Heyman saying the things Christian says.
What, like, I think we mix the two, so I'll bone your dad. Paul Christian. I'll say Christian because it made Jungle Boy look like he was good on the mic. Role model Bailey or Dr. Britt Baker, DMD?
Ooh. I think Bailey's... Oh, I think Bailey.
Bailey's a much better heel, I think.
Yeah, as a heel, but people are cheering Britt Baker.
Yeah,
when they shouldn't
okay.
be, so yeah. Pretty Deadly or the Guns?
Ooh. I know what Ross is going to say, but I find Pretty Deadly more entertaining, so I say Pretty Deadly.
As heels, the Guns are better. Get more booze, don't they?
Yeah.
Detestable,
People
aren't they?
hate them.
When they had the goal to walk out of 50 Cent. Ha!
Yeah.
Who do they think they are? Mr. Big Stuffs.
Who do you think?
There you go. That's what I was going for. It's not a 50 Cent song.
Not because you wear all the fancy clothes. That's a song.
That's another lyric, yep.
MJF or ex-God Dom?
Ex-con. Oh, I think that Dom has really maximized his potential here, but I think MJF has a higher ceiling as a heel, so I'll go for MJF.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ex-Con Dom doesn't need to make up stuff.
Condom.
Ex-Con Dom, he doesn't need to make up that. He really was in prison.
Oh, yeah, it's true, yeah.
He needed to riddle off someone's Wikipedia page and all the bad stuff they've done in their life. Ex-Con Dom. Mr. Bridgestone.
Did MJF's fiance really leave him then? Because that's
Yeah, I
been
think so.
mentioned a number of times now.
Yeah.
I assume so. I don't care. It's probably his personal life. Jeez. Authority Seth Rollins or Tribal Chief Roman
Couldn't
Reigns?
say that with a straight face, could he? What was the two options, sorry?
Authority Seth Rollins or Tribal Chief Roman Reigns?
Oh.
By this stage, Roman has eclipsed Seth.
Yeah. Seth had that aura of like the little engine that could back then. Taking down the established
I
names.
loved his stuff with the New Day when he was their captain. Remember that briefly?
Oh, yeah.
And they'd be like all buzzing backstage and he'd be miserable. It was funny.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But Roman Reigns, he's the daddy, the big daddy of wrestling. Thanks again for everything, lads, and hope you all have a lovely day. Sincerely, the 1991 Denver Broncos.
Oh, I thought you were going to put your real... Thank you, 991 Denver Broncos.
Up the Broncos.
We previously said AKA the 1991 Denver Broncos, but you didn't. That's absolutely fine. Thank you, Denver. Hope you're doing all right.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself, mate. Keep them coming. And if you want to keep them coming as well, if it's just Reese's Pieces or saying I'm crap, please send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
What do you guys want to talk about?
So we're sat here on Thursday, obviously, before AEW Collision. Maffew, do you want to read that what we've just seen on Twitter?
Thank you, Ross. Wade Keller on CM Punk. I am under the impression between now and Saturday, when AEW Collision makes its debut, there's going to be something that comes out that media-wise, that is not going to help matters. Probably. I don't mean to be cryptic, too late, but I haven't heard the details or seen enough to say much. But yeah, I just don't know. I just think it's going to be one of those weeks. I'll put it that way. From what I'm hearing behind the scenes in AEW, it's just going to be one of those weeks. Why does he sound like a hardball detective? I knew it was a mistake the day I woke up and heard CM Punk was returning.
And as of the time of recording, all else we've seen about this is Sean Ross Sapp saying, I will have more details on this later, but they haven't come out yet. So we don't actually know what that means or how serious it is or not serious or anything. So without speculating on that, but we felt it was probably best to mention it at the top of the segment just in case.
Yeah, everyone's, if you're not familiar with the story of Chicken Little, right now the sky's fallen, but we don't know when and how.
Yeah.
But this comes out tomorrow.
Yes.
And so we need to future-proof this.
Yeah, we do.
So if it comes out, something bad's happened.
So
we don't know.
Having acknowledged all of that, our question is AEW bringing CM Punk back a mistake?
No, our question is, how great are our producers? Chris Routh
Up the rap.
Reno
Chris Ralph,
2200.
Up the Reno.
And Noah Anderson, who have
Anderson.
never done
Anderson.
anything bad in their lives
The
because
mouth
they're
of
such
the Ralph.
amazing, beautiful people.
220.
Sean Ross Sapp
Anderson.
exclusively said that
All
those
the
three
guys.
people are magnificent bastards.
How do you picture them in your head? I was
7 foot tall.
Yeah, golden gods.
Yeah. Just Ford Focuses with legs.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
3 come
magnificence.
Tuesdays in a row. In body, I mean. Not so much in spirit.
Well, I picture Chris Ralph as like a cowboy sort of.
That's one
because he's the
subplot.
mouth of the Routh, and then
Yeah, I reckon
Reno
he's got his
2200
tie-dye
is
guy.
like futuristic, and then
Okay, yeah.
no Anderson. I just picture Mr. Anderson. So
Yeah. But with a big boat.
yeah.
Yes, you three are not be connected to what we're talking about now, which is the big question, as Jack has said. Is AEW bringing back CM Punk a mistake?
And we're keeping this in the realms of what we know so far.
Yeah.
Because when I mentioned this in the office, as a potential, well, Adam suggested as a potential title, and he went, because it is going to end in tears, isn't it?
It always does, though, doesn't it? Like, eventually, somewhere down the line, when it comes to Punk being in wrestling, he falls out with somebody and everything blows up.
One of the things I'm most gutted about when it came to the Brawlout situation was that it recontextualized the end of his WWE run in people's minds. And a lot of people now take the side of like, WWE were right all along. And I don't believe that WWE were right all along when it came to CM Punk. I do think they blew it with him. And they didn't need to sack him on his wedding day, which seemed needlessly spiteful and all the rest of it. But the Brawlout really didn't help his legacy in terms of... So now we're sat here saying, it's only a matter of time until it all blows up again. And you can't blame Ross for saying that, really.
Because even in the build-up to Collision, the story was... Well, it felt like CM Punk had Tony metaphorically over a barrel. Will he turn up? Will he not turn up? It went down to the wire of like the week of the announcement of the show. Was Punk going to be there? Was not. Obviously, the announcement for the
He pushed the venue, but
where the show was going to be was on. Will Punk be there? Will he not be there? So it's already got off to a pretty rocky start. And again, obviously, going back to the WWE one, obviously what they were doing, filming with like painkillers and all that sort of stuff, is just wrong on the company's part. Like they should be treating people better, and thankfully they are now, but they weren't obviously back then. But just since then, and obviously, we're just going off what everything's happened. It feels like it's a matter of time until someone falls out with Punk. Who that is, I don't know.
And just
Yeah, it's not if, it's when.
and not just to make because I'm biased because Punk's had some of my favorite matches ever and stuff and favorite runs ever, but it's not. I don't think it's just him we have to worry about because it seems like Tony has put everyone who has had creative disagreements with him onto one roster. And surely that is a recipe for surely that's a recipe for disaster.
Are they going to be united against their hatred for other people? Is that
But
what they're
I
hoping
honestly
for?
think for the first few weeks, it could be the best show on TV. And then something will go wrong.
Until Andrade and Miro get into a fight.
Right. Which is a fight I would love to see, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so funny because Punk really is very Punk in the sense that he doesn't care what other people think.
He's very
which in some
uncompromising.
ways is very admirable. He is a man unto himself, as
Right.
they say. It's not so good if you want people to be on your side for anything, which CM Punk being financially safe for, I imagine, until he dies at this point, because bloody hell. But it's not so good if you're a company trying to present him to other people and go, it's CM Punk. Because we're very tribalist, comes being a wrestling fan, to say the bloody least. If you don't believe me, go on Twitter for 3 seconds. But now we're in a position where it's like, do you like CM Punk? Yay! Hopefully people who like CM Punk will watch him. If you don't like CM Punk, boo. Come watch him and see what he'll do next. That crazy bastard. As Ross is half paying attention to me and half scrolling
Well, no,
through it,
I was-
as I would be right now, I was criticizing you. Because
Just
it's
trying
like,
to see something about like the latest of what there is. And obviously
Yeah.
it's the tease from Kenta. Obviously the battle of the GT. The
that
go to
Kenta?
sleep, yeah.
Why does it look like Che Guevara? Like, all right, yeah. What was that?
Because it's just...
He's got
it's the hat.
it's a
Yeah,
hat,
as
It's
I
a Che Guevara hat, yeah.
announced for Collision, Che Guevara. Bloody hell.
So yeah, it's
Oh, is that? If it's going to be CM Punk declines Kenta match or whatever, it's going to be disappointing.
based on how his run went, his first AEW run went. It won't seem. It might start off really well. It could be because we know that for all the issues that have followed him and everything, he's like some talent on the mic and everything, and he's
Yeah, in terms of his talent,
he can build a feud like no one else.
Yeah. One thing that's going to be interesting as well is the numbers. I'm honestly not somebody that cares that much, and this is like a complete disaster of a show. If they're slightly lower than people like, that's it, they're dead. But I'm like, whatever, shut up, Eric Bischoff. But it has to be said. I thought CM Punk, this is it, he's coming back. Okay, cool, sold out, standing room only, whatever, no more tickets available. That will be it. I think you can still get tickets for AEW Collision, like now.
It's weird, isn't it?
Which I'm like, oh, okay. Now, is that because people are like, yeah, but is he really? And then, oh, he is here properly. Maybe he'll do an apology. Maybe he'll do, I'm sorry for nothing, and go back to being a prick or whatever. And then they'll pick up again. But if the worst case scenario is CM Punk comes back, you've got all these issues, have to split the roster to get him on, and he doesn't affect the sales across the company in terms of tickets or whatever. Ooh.
If you're someone in AEW who's just done what's asked of you and had class matches and you've just done everything right, it's got to cause friction backstage the way that Tony Khan has treated CM Punk. Because you could look at that and be like, he's moving the earth for him. He's moving heaven, hell.
Or
whatever.
you could look at it like another show, another 2 hours of TV. There's a space for me to go and be more featured because there's
That's
more
true.
TV time.
Yeah.
You just like to think that, now it does seem that all this is coming around because of Punk, that he'll just get back to doing the wrestling part, and it'll be hard to like forget about what went on backstage and that sort of stuff, but not let that be the forefront of everything, because he's got like, you'd think he'd have carte blanche to pick his opponents, and because when it, as was said, like when him doing the wrestling, like the feud with MJF and other stuff that he did when he came back, it was like the best stuff AEW were doing at the time.
Yeah.
So hopefully it just gets back to focusing on the wrestling, because he has, seemingly got carte blanche now.
And it's not like there's never been a history of wrestlers having personal issues and still putting on really good. Like Eddie Kingston, at the same point, I think genuinely had issues, but still put all that aside and had a great match. Or maybe that's all in the past for them, I don't know. But Matt Hardy and Edge worked together after that all went on. It's not like unheard of that this could lead to like really good stuff if Punk and the Bucks and Kenny all got on the same line, but on the same page. But that seems so far away if it's going to happen. The fact that a different brand has been created to keep them apart.
Right. It's also funny. Obviously, AEW, a large part of the audience is like, yay, that mega pro elite. Yay, we stand Omega unironically and all that stuff. Hey, more power to you. Have fun. Like, they are the people that are like, no, we don't like you, Punk.
They hate
Because you
Punk.
challenged that you started a fight. Your mate bit our mate.
It's mad, isn't it?
And that mate who bites people is still in AEW.
He was hired months ago, apparently.
Yeah, and there's no one said anything.
Absolutely mad, man. It's so crazy.
So great.
But again, we might have just wasted our breath for the last 10 minutes, because either Wade Keller's going to get sued heavily or something big actually is happening. 'Cause you can't tease something like that.
By the way, yeah, can we just
Bloody
say
hell, Wade
the
Keller.
news people on
Well, Wade
Twitter,
Keller is-
like they're doing the thing like, oh, extraordinary, or the update here. Oh, it's crazy. Like, can you just say it? Don't tweet that.
Wade Keller has said that he himself doesn't know. So
Why
we should
tweet
stress
then?
that.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
nothing becomes of this, I'm blocking him.
Have you
Sick
met
of
him?
it.
I've never met him. I don't know who he is.
I held the door open for him just because I was talking. I think Alvarez.
You're such a man of the industry.
No, but
I was just
no, but
talking
it's the thing. I opened the
Alvarez.
door for him and he went, "Oh, thanks, Maffew." And I was like, "Oh crap, Wade knows who I am." So
Wow.
that was it.
Well, fair enough.
So he doesn't follow me, so whatever.
So in possibly the most tentative
Oh, Nintendo
big
hooks it, like-
question we've ever done.
Yeah.
But it's been an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
So yeah, no doubt, as soon as this podcast goes live, Sean Ross Sapp will have posted his definitive story, because that's what's coming up.
Everything we've said will be hilarious in context. Hilariously wrong, I mean.
Yeah.
What if it's like HBK and Bret Hart come back in 2010 and him and Cabana just hug in the middle of
Nope, that's not that's not a thing.
But about, like, obviously off the back of Dynamite this week, he's going to cut a promo and he doesn't know what he's going to say. He's got to reference the brawl out
It'll
somehow.
be weird if he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody has. So someone said, like, okay, there might be people that watch AEW that aren't permanently online. Maybe there's like 3 of them. I'm not like 6, so I don't know. But what are you thinking if, well, okay, so why is CM Punk being away for a bit? And he doesn't explain it. It's like, I don't know what happened. They just, what? Why, what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just watching it just based on TV, it's like, well, one day he was here, then he wasn't.
The fact that Tony, in kayfabe, the reason for Collision existing is there's too many good wrestlers who want to have good matches. And that's the company line now. I'm just a bit worried.
Again, we don't know what the legal process is, where that is. Is it all over? Can people actually speak about it publicly?
Probably
without
been like
having-
NDAs signed.
without having knock-on effects, like in courtrooms and stuff.
It is weird how NDAs have been signed. It's like, yeah, but aren't they all on TV now? Has everything
It's
been
so
resolved?
weird,
You'd think if
man.
they had been resolved, there wouldn't be NDAs signed.
Yeah.
Like, why is that if they're all here and on TV? So
Bloody Nora.
it's fascinating, isn't it?
feel worried. Like I've got like a little worried feeling.
So CM Punk, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe bad.
Gennaro Gattuso.
Malaka.
Malaka?
That's what he says in the...
All right.
Yeah. No, I was going about Malaka Black.
I thought you were going like
That famous AEW House of Black. Anyway, you know what though? I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I wasn't... It's so bad. I wasn't that bothered about watching AEW Collision until I've seen that tweet.
Is there a chance that Tony Khan said to Wade Keller, Wade?
Yeah, really? Like, CM Punk's done a
That
thing.
would be genius.
4D chess.
You know, the
God.
hype around the show is not very good. CM Punk's going to be there. Just put something out about him.
And all it is CM Punk may have done something we
know,
don't know.
like-
Ooh, like now we're excited.
That would be like Succession, House of Cards.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Anyway.
Again, we're joking about that end bit.
Yeah.
Are we? I was.
Yeah. To be safe.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're trying to future-proof all possibilities.
We're gonna look like idiots. Oh well.
What's new?
Yeah, really, we can't predict wrestling because wrestling is unpredictable.
Yeah.
But we'll do our best. If you don't believe this, you can watch what Jack has for us this week, which is...
So every Wednesday on Twitch, twitch.tv/Cultaholic from 6 p.m. UK time, me and Owen up the Fabes. We've begun our new season and we won our opening match against the Baggies 4-0.
well
We're
done.
top of the league. Stop the count, as Owen was saying. Also, this Saturday, so when this podcast goes out tomorrow, so it's a bit late notice, but I'm appearing on a panel at the Tyneside Cinema for a screening of Beyond the Mat.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to be like me and Fraser and former North Wrestling champion Rory Coyle.
Bloody
all
hell.
discussing the documentary, but that's going to be after the screening of it. So check that out online. I've retweeted it and stuff. And
I'm glad
So
it's
you're
Rory,
telling us-
sat in the middle of you and Fraser.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, you'd get at
Keep
each
us
other.
apart, won't he? Yeah.
So you're telling us that you're booked?
Yeah, I'm booked. Yeah.
Hey, I like that man on that.
But also,
Dennis.
'Cause I know-
I've forgotten his name.
Dennis Stamp.
the
yeah.
lad running it, shouts out to you, Alex, is also affiliated with North. So I should also mention that North have a show coming up as well. Thunder Road, which leads to Thunderstruck, which is their big one.
Yeah, on the Thunder Road to Thunderstruck.
Yes. So it's a big time for North Wrestling as well. Shout out to them.
Certainly is.
And that's, there you go.
Bloody hell. Not much then,
Ah.
And Ross?
All right, there's tier lists on the channel now. Culty's on the channel now. There's a silly bollocks video where I build the literal perfect pro wrestler from the ground up.
Oh.
I take what JBL used to say about Randy Orton and I show him what's for. Because I do it,
So like the hands, the arms.
body part by body part and create a monster. So that's coming soon and other things will happen in the future, no doubt.
Bloody hell.
If you like the soccer, Hold and Give is a channel that exists in a different universe. So go and please like that one.
Oh, you're opening the forbidden door, are you?
Oh, yes, I am. I built it myself. I am Cody Rhodes. Building doors. Reference
You could
that
get
promo,
the
yeah.
you could get the tattoo, but it's the Italian 90. I will. Thank you, Joel. I will be.
What did you do? He doesn't know.
I thought he laughed, but he was just a noise,
I
wasn't
think
it?
that was a noise out there.
Bollocks. I thought Joel
Thank
laughed
you,
at my
Joel.
stupid thought.
No one laughed at your jokes.
I know.
Thank you,
I
Joe.
realised I heard a noise. Someone coughed outside. I went, "Thank you, Joel." That's
Fair enough.
pathetic.
Oh, dear.
I've got nothing to plug really. Just reading Bret Hart's book on Sundays. We're near the end though. It's the year 2000 now. There's
Has he
nothing-
fornicated with someone recently?
No, he's a sad polar bear now.
No, it's all been, I hate WWE. It was bloody rubbish. Screw this place.
But
But
he also-
then we did see, it is amazing that segment with him and they're in Canada, I think it's Toronto, and whatever, someone Canada, and he does the, "Come on, Goldberg, get out here, you big chicken." All this, and Goldberg comes out, spears his chest plate. Crowd are so rabid for him. And it's so weird seeing it going, this is WCW. And it's Bret. It's a good segment.
Doesn't he say it's like one of the only good things that happened to him in WWE?
You only need to watch that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Hi, Bill, I quit," and then leaves, and it's like, oh, okay. Bret Hart. Also, I'll shout out to somebody else then. The 1991 Denver Broncos.
Yes, absolutely.
Follow them whatever they do,
Oh,
because we should all be making each other better. An AW Collision.
inspiration.
God knows what that's going to look like.
Including CM Punk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope you'll be
Maybe.
there to watch what happens. The fallout from that next week after the collision. The AW cleanup, I imagine, will follow that. And we'll be here, Jack, Ross, myself, and Joel, who will laugh at everything I say. And mailbag@collect.com, patreon.com/Cultaholic for the Hall of Fame. You've been lovely. Thank you very much for watching. And now we're going to point at this. I know, right? You should do the... What's his theme song?
What's this?
CM Punk's theme
Yeah.
song, yeah?
No, maybe not. Just in
don't know,
case
just
he's
in
not going to
case
show
it's
up.
bad.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
right. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, here's the noise of CM Punk making his entrance on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.